Yep. Okay. I don't know why I thought I heard something echoing. But yeah, we'll give it a second. I'll send you these links so we could get this live cracking or get the stream popping. Shit popping. Can you? Nope. Mic 3. Mute.
Test.
There you go.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay,
that's
I'm
cool.
like, hold on. I'm like, right? I love a good lo-fi background. You know what I'm saying? Type
Did you
shit.
download the video? I sent it to you.
Oh yeah, I have it ready. Yeah.
Tell me to ride. Hey.
Is there anything you don't want to talk about? Seeing as how I've known you for so long. I mean, you don't have like anything.
I mean, like besides like what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, it would be all music related, anyways. But
I mean,
yeah.
Or maybe not.
I'm down to talk about whatever. Shit.
Talk about cocaine and blow.
You know what's wild? I've never done cocaine before.
Neither have I.
That's cool.
For real? That's crazy. I never met nobody who's never done cocaine before.
And I've been offered, if I could like take all the coke that's ever been offered to me and just create like one big pile, I'd have
Rich.
I'd have a couple thousand, some thousands.
You know what's funny? One time in LA, I did.
There was that one time.
I had somebody in LA be like it was like an LA party, and they were like, "Yo, like here's some, whatever."
Yeah.
And it was such a pressured moment that I was like, "All right, fine, I'll do it." So I never done it. And they were like, "We want to pop your cocaine cherry." I was like, "That sounds weird as fuck, but okay."
Nah, people want to do that shit.
I swear, that's why they offered me some.
Yeah, and I was like, so what I did was, and hopefully, if they ever see this, they won't get upset. I mean, it was a long time ago. But what I did was I act like I was doing it, but I licked the bottom of my thumb
Smart.
like this.
Smart.
And I was like, oh shit.
Smart.
And I was like acting like
Trying to act like you're fucked up.
But ideally, and you did because you licked. Did you lick the cocaine?
No, I licked
No,
my
he licked his
thumb,
finger before, so
swooped
he
it
just
up,
scraped it.
wiped it up,
Smart.
and I acted like I was high until 6 in the morning with everybody else, but nah.
Eyes wide open, but you really tired as
Fuck
shit.
you guys. Don't
like,
be mad that nigga. That you're a hater. If you're mad that this man didn't really do cocaine, you're a loser.
Right now, like that motherfucker really sat there and didn't do the shit.
You didn't do my coke.
And they really will take that to offense.
That's crazy.
Like, sorry, dude. No, Brad. I'm sure your name is Brad. Brad,
name
he
was
didn't
Brad.
do your coke.
Shut
the fuck up. I was about to say
crazy.
Brad. He didn't do your coke.
Brad's
Knock it
mad.
off, man.
Brad's pissed.
Save image here.
Oh shit.
We're just vibing. Don't even worry about it. We send these links out. Here. You need a because you need this too, right? Well, it pops up like that, so you could send those to your friends and family. Oh shit! I didn't mean to send it to you twice.
This is the one though, right? You sent
Yes.
This one.
Yeah, but that's the photo, so like you can
I'm gonna send this. Post this.
like when you post it to your Instagram, you have the photo and the link. Like, hey guys, we're live right now.
We're live.
Come
right now.
come hop in.
Come on and join us.
Right,
This music is lit.
man.
Got me
Vibes.
vibing right now. I'm like, okay. Yeah.
That's what I like. That is what I like.
I always feel like I'm in like an animated world when I listen.
Oh yeah.
Hey Arnold or some shit.
VEIL, right?
VEIL.
I'm dyslexic. Or I just can't spell.
You know what's wild? I feel like same, right? Like I feel like every artist, most artists who do like a ton of writing and do a ton of like creative shit.
Uh-huh.
If you were to tell me right now, put me in a spelling bee and be like, I need you to spell these things.
Nah, bro.
I'd be like,
I want to look dumb as shit.
can't do it. Can't do it.
I want to look dumb as shit, Junebug Smooth.
I'll
with
be
the-
like, fuck, well, too bad.
You
Can't
know?
do it.
Nah, brother. Give me this shit. It's got a lot going on here. Hold on. You never know who you want. You never know who you want in the building to be interacting.
Oh shit. Okay, so both links are both links, yeah? The two that you sent the YouTube ones.
Yeah. They're both YouTube right now. To the live, everybody can see what's going on. Right, warning. Open studio. What's the warning? Wait a minute. I don't want it to be from the music. What's the warning? What would you think it would be? Warning?
It would have to be.
You think it would be because of?
Especially if it doesn't say royalty free.
Because it's definitely not. Open studio.
There we go. I got that posted.
Yeah, let me open this shit and see what they're saying. The stream is current bit rate. Oh, it's lower. That's what's fucking up. So it's not the music.
What was it?
It's the bit rate. Fuck, I forgot about how. Damn it, what's my bit rate supposed to be? God damn it, Tony, what's the bit rate supposed to be?
Was it supposed
On the stream. Put it on the stream, Tony.
Boom. Posted.
To what? Bit rate? Audio bit rate? 5,000, 4,500, 55,000, 62 million. God damn it, Tessa. I'm gonna try to shoot for what's 2,500? I'm gonna try to shoot for 5,000. Let's see, 5. Let's try to put some zeros in there.
I think it's usually like 48.
What can we? Because the bit, it looks good up there. It looks good up there. Hold on, let me post this thing here. Let me post this. Okay, let's continue on our smooth journey.
There it is.
Here. So it's the bit rate fucking with our testes right now. I wonder. You know what I'm gonna do though? Because I want to know bit rate for streaming.
This never asked you that, has it?
I had it right, but I kind of fucked around and did some shit the other day where I was, because the files was being so big on like the gaming videos. I'm like, why the fuck? So I kind of was messing with some shit, but I don't think I did anything with the bit rate, and it looks good. What's your buddy's name? Sky. If you do, you want to be on camera? Because you are for sure. Your camera's right, huh? Just because that camera's right there, so just bag it up just a tan.
Unless you want to be on camera.
Yeah.
You should be on camera. Actually, I think that was a good vibe. It's like, who's that?
You know what I mean?
You won't be able to say anything.
Right, yeah. He'd have to come sit in the middle and get that mic, or if Friendzone could use that mic, 3 right here, and that would just push over to him, if anything.
You want to be on the mic? Yeah.
So yeah, bring your chair close to Friendzone. Nah, don't even do that. Bring your chair close to over here. Yep. Friendzone will hot wire this motherfucker right there. Hot wire that mofo. I'll wait to see what we look like on camera. You're probably just bring it in a little bit more, just because you're cutting him off on that one. So come back, but close. There we go. Friendzone, you scoot over towards the left a little bit. Let's get some. So we should be good. The stream looks good. For stream, it looks good. It doesn't look shitty or anything like that. I do want to worry about the bit rate later, and I guess this guy's telling me about the bit rate, but I just want to see the number. Fucking dork. Quality. He had 4,500, huh? He put that shit on CBR bitrate. He put it on 4,500. So I don't even think they'll let me do as I'm in the stream right now. Maybe not. Can I change that to a 4 right now and apply it? Okay. Maybe. Is that the right bit? Show. Simple. I think it might be. We should be good. Excellent. Changed it on the fly, and we got a green dot up there, fellas. Green dots are always the best dots. Good thing. Good thing we can fix this kind of shit on the fly, you know. And for me, you would think I've been a wizard at this for a long time. Wizard from Waverly Place. But no, sir, I have not. As far as like actually just running this shit on my own and just having all the new jazz equipment and being able to run this whole fucking thing.
It's definitely a vibe for sure.
What? That's what it's about. I've always wanted Smoke in the City to be about the experience. And just everyone, everyone has a story, but, sometimes you just want to chill and hang out and chop it up and talk about, flat earth or weird science or I don't fucking know, whatever you want. You know what I mean?
Flat earth, weird science. Sounds like an album right there.
Yeah, Mm-hmm. So, what type of things are you into? What type of, and you are, sir?
Sky.
And you're a part of the band?
Yeah.
Okay. And what instrument do you play?
I play drums and backup vocals.
Sky's actually the one who put the band together.
All right. How'd that go down? Let's talk about that. Give us that story.
So my last band was, we played like 120 shows a year, so we were, playing quite a bit, touring around, and it wasn't because of COVID, but right before that, my guitar player moved to Texas. So that band, after like 7 years, kind of fell apart. And then, I took a little bit of time to kind of regroup and see what I wanted to do. And Corbin and I had been making music. Are we calling you Seven on this?
That's what I was about to say. Who the fuck's Corbin?
Seven.
Deku on here. I haven't seen Deku in a minute.
He did that.
Well, I didn't know which one it was going to be.
We'll go over that. We'll go over the names. People are probably like, what the fuck? Why are there so many names? There's a reason.
There's 7.
I know.
There's a reason for that.
It's 7, a.k.a.
And I know 4 more on top of the ones that we have right now.
We don't talk about that.
See, and there we are. And then...
So yeah, after COVID, you...
So yeah, it took like, maybe the rest of that year. I think that's the right date. And then, or I guess it was till December of 21. Then I just, I had a few buddies who I've played with before.
Drop your chair a little bit.
I didn't even know that was an option.
Yeah.
There we go.
Because in one of the cameras, you are above and beyond. There we go. Cool. I think that'll work.
Yeah, that's better.
Beautiful.
So a few of my buddies I had played just, a couple shows with here and there, like filling in with their band or whatever, had mentioned they want to play with me. And so I started getting the idea. I've been playing in bands my whole life and kind of managing them from within the band and everything like that. So yeah, I put a few buddies together and then, just asked Seven if he wanted to sing. Because we're best friends. I mean, we hang out all the time. We game like every night, stay up till 2, 3 a.m. every night together. Like,
fucking A.
We're like best buds. We hang out. If we're not together, we're usually talking on the phone or texting or some shit.
Yeah, right.
And we had already been making some music together under the name Bad Nomad, which is kind of more like alt electronic sort of cool stuff, like James Blake sort of in that vibe.
I love James Blake.
Yeah. So then we just started this band and we just started writing songs. It's all originals. And we did that for a year before we even played our first show because we needed enough songs to play a show with. And then January of last year, we played our debut show. And then we've just been going ever since. We started recording our album in like August, I think, of last year.
Yeah, it was like that.
And then we've been going like every, couple weeks or whatever. And we're getting probably 90+% done with that. We were just there yesterday.
Was it
yesterday?
Was it yeah?
Or it was Monday,
Was it? Yeah,
2
it was
days
Monday,
ago.
2 days ago.
But yeah, we're getting close, and the band's been awesome since then. We've just been, progressing, recorded a music video with Friend Zone, and that thing's coming out next Friday. And the single
it's
is
coming out next Friday.
On the
the
3rd.
single's coming out this Friday.
They'll get a sneak peek of it
But
today.
the video, the video's next Friday, but the actual single, like the audio, is coming out this Friday.
Friday, yeah.
So
And it is by far, and I'm not just saying this because they're right next to me, but by far, me and Nate's best work we've done for any rapper, singer, band.
the video's incredible.
Definitely.
You guys killed it.
So we appreciate you guys for just being the shit. Like it wasn't that. It seemed so seamless. Like I can't think of any hiccups really that we had during the video shoot. And usually there's a couple hiccups for every shoot that I've like. There's been a couple where like it seemed pretty flawless, but there's always something that happens. With that one, it was like everything was on point. Everything.
And I seen what he showed me, so that shit is. I'm like,
yeah.
That shit was
like,
dope.
You when you know somebody that could create something like that, it's like,
It makes you start thinking way
like
bigger.
really,
Like that video shoot made me and Nate like the night after we got done with the second at the hotel.
Yeah.
We sat on the phone and we're just like, well, what else could we do? Like it really like for real made us like shit. We could really like whatever we think of, we could probably bring it to life.
Hey, that's dope, man.
For real.
Because that's with the music and everything, like even like making music with the band, like there's a lot of ideas and a lot of things that we kind of imagine while we're making these songs and stuff.
Right.
And it's like presenting that to talented directors and videographers and being like, what can we do with this? It's only gonna make us both continue to like climb
for
up.
sure.
You know what I mean?
hell
So
yeah,
definitely.
especially
Push the
expanding that
limits.
creativity because it's not. Let's be honest, there's not a lot of creativity out there as far as like everything kind of looks the same, cookie cutter type of. So to see some unique shit is it's needed. It's for the eyes. It's for
Definitely.
the eyeballs.
And it was
You know
definitely
what I
like a
mean?
breath of fresh air because we do get a lot of rap videos, so I would say 5% of those rappers are not afraid to like be vulnerable and take certain steps to get certain shots. And with you guys, it was like we get to try stuff that we wouldn't normally get to try.
Totally.
yeah, definitely.
But yeah. We'll get back into that when we show a little of this video.
Back into what? Why are we removing things for later?
Because I want to see the video while we talk about it.
I just wanted to say, Seven's like incredibly creative, and I mean, obviously, but
One of the best
He's-
artists I know.
yeah, he's just
Since a teenager, though. Since a teenager, I've
he's
noticed.
really good at coming up with like ideas on the fly and running with them.
Definitely.
And he storyboarded the whole entire. I mean, like we made a few tweaks here and there, but he
Yeah.
storyboarded the whole thing in the back of my car on the way either to or back from seeing Japanese House
For that
in
new
Denver.
video?
Yeah, he was
we-
like
we
he
were-
had just watched
He knew like the
Shining.
shot. Yep.
He had just watched it like the night before. He's like, we should try to do kind of a Shining
Yeah,
thing. And then he
yeah.
like just took notes on his phone, storyboarded like the whole thing, and then
I watched
we hired
Dr.
them,
Sleep.
Like
You guys have music on Spotify, right? As a band or no? Or as
yeah,
a
we do. We do
type,
have a-
type.
yeah, there's only one song out until Friday. There will be our second single.
It was
fine.
the one with all the lines on it. That
Okay,
that
well,
was.
once he pulls that up, we'll introduce that song.
Have you seen Dr. Sleep?
It's like the sequel.
It's the sequel of The Shining, but it's
No,
but it came out just
shit.
like not that
My
long.
bad.
Yeah.
I touched too many buttons.
no, you're good.
But yeah,
it's crazy.
I watched that. It's funny. Yeah, I watched the sequel to The Shining, Dr. Sleep, which by the way is an amazing movie. And
For
then
sure.
right after that, we're driving up to see Japanese House, and we're talking about like, so what is going to be the first video? Because we already knew we wanted y'all to do it.
Yeah, I was the one asking to do it. When
Yeah.
I saw Ernest, I was like, make sure you tell them when they are done, please come
yeah.
this way.
Like,
Please.
I already wanted to, aside
And we
from
don't
that.
really never do
was
that
already
with
planned.
artists.
That was already planned. We were like, look, if
Just 'cause
anybody is going to do it, it's going to be them. They're
Yeah.
the best.
Just because the video you did for him already, I was like, this shit's
Hell yeah, appreciate that. And that was a couple years ago, so I knew it was going to be better than that. But like at that time too, that was like to this day, I still tell people like, I love this video too.
Yeah,
like
no,
Hate
that
was
video's
my
so
shit,
good.
and the song was
song's so good. Too.
Yeah, that's just fine.
flawless.
Yeah. But that's what was the plan. We was like, we already know Marcus is going to do it.
Yeah, appreciate
But like
it.
we need to come up with like kind of what it is and what song. And I was like, well, Sky was like Stranger Things. I feel like is a good first single.
Definitely.
So then I was like Stranger Things, and I started thinking in the back, and I was like, you know what? Just watch this Dr. Sleep. What if we did like a Shining twist?
Yep.
And then at that point, we already kind of knew like, oh, that's
As soon as you said that, I went home that night, and I've seen The Shining multiple times, but I watched that and Doctor Sleep back to back, so I could like really just be into it.
Me too.
And from there was just on my computer the whole time. Like I want this shot, that shot, like trying to come up with Easter eggs, and
Yeah.
that was a fun. Like I usually have fun writing treatments, but that one felt like a real project. Like
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Super happy
Love
with
that.
that. So
Well, we're definitely going to get into that here in a bit, but radio. What about it? Let's talk about it.
Radio. So, cool thing about radio, once we already had a bunch of songs as a band, we like created radio. Like we kind of came out of, I don't know how it came to be, but we were just like, oh, this is dope. Let's do this song. Let's start figuring it out. And then the second we got done with it, we were like, this is probably going to be the first song we drop.
yeah.
Like immediately.
We knew it was catchy, and like everybody who heard it was like, that song radio, man, it's always in my head and stuff like that. So we were like, okay, we should probably start with that. So we did, and we actually tracked that whole one ourselves, and then our buddy JD, who's kind of
shout out my boy JD, man. I love him.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know who you are, sir, but
He was
He's the reason Seven and I know each other. He owned a studio, like the best
On
studio
Weber.
in town. Yeah. And
I'll
then,
never forget it.
and then him and Seven moved it out to LA, and he's been there ever since. But he still did all the mixing and mastering for
My first
radio.
mixtape was recorded at JD's house.
Yeah.
That remember on New Year's, you
Yeah.
guys went out and you guys let me and Franchise stay there for 2 days straight, and we were in heaven. We were in heaven.
That's crazy.
JD's honestly like, even that whole thing, like, so we recorded radio in the attic.
Yeah.
Sent it to JD, you know what I mean? And JD did his thing, and like, it's crazy because JD Finer, he is definitely like, you know, a center point for a lot of people meeting each other. Like I remember I met when I first met Diego
Yeah.
and all of the spaceship
Spaceship Click.
when I first met y'all, it was at a college party.
Oh,
It
sounds
was
like
a
it.
while ago.
I believe it.
And I first met them, and I had my crew. So we had a crew called Space Camp. They had a crew called Spaceship Click. And we
Conflict
met up
right
at
there.
this, yeah, right, all the time. And we met these guys, and they were like, we heard about y'all. We heard about y'all. So we start freestyling for like the whole college party. Everybody's circling us, and that's when we first met. A week later, maybe 2 weeks later, all of a sudden, they show up at the studio, and I'm like, those are the dudes that we just were battling. And then from that point, like everybody kind of met each other and knew each other. And then Sky was there before that with his
With
band,
JD?
before
Yeah.
we even.
I
knew-
recorded my
yeah.
first like EP with him when I was 14,
That's crazy.
and we just were cool kids. So we
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
got along with him, and then once we were old enough to drink, you know, like 16 or whatever, we started hanging out at his house, and then we were just friends forever.
Not at 16 kids, he's joking.
Yeah. Total joke. Don't do
That whole
don't
little
We were
time
just drinking
though,
lemonade
like when
then, but-
everybody like linked, and when you Franchise, Diego, we'll say Reams, but yeah, that whole little
whole clique.
man,
Cashmere was
Cashmere
Fame,
Royale,
Fame.
fucking
DK.
DK. Shout out my boy DK. I was working with him like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I
All
think
of
he
us
back in
met.
Chicago.
It was almost like it was like going to college for music without going to college for music.
And at that time,
That's what
I
it
knew
felt
for a
like.
fact I wasn't doing nothing music related. I wasn't doing shit. But it was so cool to like watch you guys in the studio and just be like a fan and not wanting to hop on songs or whatever, but watching y'all produce and coming up with all that shit. And for real, staying up for 40, 72 hours, like
That's crazy.
for real, like kids, bro, the studio was like a playground to them.
It was like a fucking playground.
And JD this wasn't just like no regular house. Like this was
big
a
ass
it's a
house.
big house.
Yeah,
in
this was a
Studio
downtown.
upstairs, whole studio.
Crazy.
Studio in every other room. Like, but downstairs was a studio.
Yep.
The garage was a studio. So you just walk through the house and you'd run into different people.
Bro,
and
it was-
shit.
In between
Man,
was
shout
the
out
beer pong
JD.
table.
Yeah, the beer
Yep.
pong table,
The hot tub.
yeah, hot tub and shit.
fuck yeah.
It was a good time, man, and that's
The
kinda
parties were
where
great, all that.
Everything started at least for me, as far as like really diving into like shit. And then I remember when you start coming out with your stuff,
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. And
You were my first feature. You were
Yeah.
my first feature.
yo, actually, no,
Crazy.
I
That's
crazy.
what song was it again?
Fucking was it Side Chick? No, it wasn't Side
No,
Chick.
it was something because
I know it's on my SoundCloud.
Was it
Hold on.
Van
I could
Gogh
find
on
it.
there
I
too?
could find that right now. No,
Yeah.
it was just we did multiple songs together, but the first one was
Yeah, it was.
I'll find that right now. But
That's crazy.
yeah, man, he's,
With
he's
JD,
been around.
shout out to JD. on
Shout
that,
out
though.
JD.
But that's who mixed radio. because like I said, I learned how to mix and master and do all that stuff from him. He's just a master engineer, and I think Franchise also got his template and a lot of his stuff from JD too.
For sure.
You gotta get a shout out to JD.
Shout out to the boy JD. Let's get into this record, Radio by Moonveil.
Let's get it.
Right here on Higher Conversations.
Yeah.
Crazy, I'm seeing 4 minutes on this thing. Like, oh, it's a decent amount of song.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I'm so used to everything being 2 minutes or less.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
it's
yeah.
Most of our songs are like 5 or 4.
dope because even doing it in the attic, like, it was a vibe for sure.
Was everybody that's in the band now in the band at that point?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Wow, the whole thing started with that riff. That
I swear that was my next question. I was gonna ask, but I was waiting till the song was over. I swear to God, that's what I
was. It gonna
how
be?
Like songs are created like rock bands.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys start with keys and then you write over them, or do you have like a cadence and they kind of build over your shit? Like, how does it work?
That process is interesting. At least for this song in particular, like I think it did start from the. And we kind of went from there and started building it.
That's dope.
And that's the cool thing about like with band stuff. It's a lot of like back and forth. Like it's kind of random where the creation comes from, but then everybody just jumps on the train. You know what I mean?
It seems like it.
Yeah, no, it's. I want to listen, but I want to ask. I want to talk too.
Yeah.
But it's like.
It's a lot of fun. This whole
The song's almost over.
Sounds great.
All the songs.
Yeah.
We got to come on here and play the album when it's time.
Man, I listen to it every.
Oh, you
Because
have?
I got the
You
notes.
have? You got the
Yeah,
notes?
I got the notes.
know.
Every time that shit is updated, I listen to it.
You're like, okay, what is it?
every
What is it?
time, every time.
Oh shit. Man.
But it's timeless. Like, I haven't got tired of it yet.
It's good.
That's good. That's really good. And it's wild hearing the little like changes in the song, like subtle, but like for example, coming up right now, we go into halftime,
Oh yeah.
That's fire.
and it's just like little things like that everybody kind of inputs about what they feel.
That little break, that sounds good. That little slowdown. You said halftime.
Mm-hmm.
That's fire.
Yeah, Seven and I have both been producing like, most of our lives and stuff. I came from like,
I mean,
Hey,
come
hey,
on,
hey,
guys.
hey, hey.
What are we- What are we
Right.
doing here? Radio. You know, I have a huge music palette, so like I listen to a lot of shit, and that I mean, I must say I know good music when I hear good music. So, but like that feels good. Not only is it good, it feels good. You know what I mean?
Thanks,
a lot of shit we listen. I'm not even gonna say a lot of shit we listen to, but some things just sound amateur. That was far from amateur. You know what I mean? Amateur sounding like local. You're like, who the fuck is that off top? You know what I mean? Like they're not somebody. Not saying that you're not anyone, but like just the. You know what I mean? Status and whatever the case may be, right? Known by thousands, millions is what I'm saying. So it's like, but I think starting with the music, man, when it's good.
I appreciate that, man.
When it's good, it's good. You know what I mean? Like when it's good, it's fucking good. It's just getting to that point. And I've heard you know, writing credits. You've done a lot. You're a songwriter. You do a lot.
Yeah. No, that's kind of, you know, where everything starts from, springs from and stuff. So the for me, Moonveil and the band is, you know,
veil like a veil.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is you know, the direction that I feel like personally for me as an artist, like that's kind of where I'm able to create in a way where, you know, there's not any limitations and you know, have anything where it's like, this is like, as a songwriter, when somebody's like, hey, you know, I got this idea for a song, or like a lot of my people I work with or clients and stuff will be like, I want to do this. And I got, you know, very deep into writing stuff for other people and kind of like embodying myself into, you know, who they are and then figuring out a way to like translate that.
Right.
And I feel like writing with the band and doing this project and doing music and pushing this is a lot more what I feel, almost like a release of like, this is the creativity that I'm feeling. You know what I mean?
Right.
But sometimes you get lost in your shit. Like when you're writing stuff for people, you gotta like.
Is it kind of like when you're acting, like what's it type of acting
like
called?
Method acting.
Where
Yeah,
you
it's
kind of
like-
get
it's
lost
literally
in
that.
being that person. And I've known I know a couple people you wrote for. Some of them gangsta as fuck. So like when it comes to like doing songs like that, are you kind of like, I'm trying to think how I should word this question. Do you have to become angry, or do you have to, how do those songs come out? Because I could see you writing pop songs and all that shit. I've seen you do it for years, but when it comes to like having to like that for a gangster rapper to come ask you, and I'm pretty sure you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well,
but like how kind of was that?
Well, the thing is, like for me, it's a range of like, at some point while I was writing, I started realizing like, to me, when I write songs, depending on like where I'm coming from, it's like writing a story, right?
Yeah.
I'm writing like a screenplay.
Yeah.
And when I write for certain people, let's say like, there's been weeks where I have this one client I write for. He does like really like almost like punk pop rap, like dark shit, like some crazy dark shit, where he's like diving into some like mythological like crazy shit. And then I have another client who's like more straight up pop. And I remember one week I was writing for both of them at the same time, so I would have to switch from being like love songs and fucking like these really down to earth like songs and shit, and then switch into like Aphrodite, fucking like Hercules and shit.
Do you
Like,
think
know what
that
I mean?
was
Like,
hard though? Because I feel like some people have that switch to where they could like turn it on and off when they would like.
Well, the way I see it is, and that's why I think the band is another thing that really helps. The way I see it, it's like going to any job where you're like, okay, I'm turning on now. And when I turn on, it's like, okay, I can switch from genre to genre.
Yeah.
But this, like I said, like, since we've grown up,
Yeah.
I've been doing this like with JD and all that. Like I wrote, me and JD did an album together, and that was my first taste of writing like that genre of music.
Sure.
So the more you do it, the more it's like, just like with anything, like with rapping.
Yeah,
you know,
repetition.
you just kind of like get used to it. So, but like I said, writing with the band, it's a whole different thing, because it's like, it's not like you get a beat and you like, all right, what can go to this? It's like the creation of the songs that we did on the album came from like moments where we'd be sitting there and the guitar player would just be sitting there. We're about to start practice, and he'll start playing something random, just playing around. And all of a sudden we're like, yo, that sounds dope. then
Keep
all
doing
of a
it,
sudden
keep doing
that starts turning into the bass player, to the
Here comes some
drumming,
drums.
to everything, and the next thing you know,
And the
we
bass
have
player
this-
is like insane.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
the bass
he
player's
knows like
fucking
everything about music
crazy.
theory, so it's nice to have
He
him
looks
on
very
board.
intelligent.
oh, he is like a
He looks
fucking-
very
Yeah.
intelligent.
He's like the music nerd, and I mean, we're all music nerds to some
Yeah.
extent, but he really knows like his actual music
Oh, yeah.
theory, and he'll be like, "This is a Dorian scale. This is like Phrygian,
Yeah, that's
and all
crazy.
that stuff." So
We're
it's
just
nice to
like,
have
"Go-
him to be like, "Oh, we
shit."
could do this," because then we get some like cool, different stuff that you wouldn't expect to hear, like not your typical
Yeah.
rock chord structures. That's just like
Sure.
the normal 4 chords. He'll be like,
sure.
"Let's throw in this really weird chord."
Oh shit, what is that?
What drugs are these?
It's CBD.
Oh shit, I like that. CBD.
So I had to keep looking at the package because I didn't want to.
Drug us
But yeah,
on camera?
so it's CBD infused.
Yeah, he got
Shout
drugs
out
and
Strawberry?
edibles.
Shout out to Dazed Creations. So
I fuck with CBD. Yeah.
they went and hooked your boy up with a bunch of flavors. So we want to give them a quick
That shit is good as
shout
fuck.
out
Oh my
here. So we
God.
have the white chocolate. That was delicious, wasn't it?
Jesus.
And for CBD, I'm good.
And that's
Right.
CBD in there.
That's CBD.
There's no THC in there.
Hemp CBD isolate.
That's fire.
I want to make sure I'm because dude, I don't want to be fucked.
We'll be sitting on this over here
Right.
like, yo, hold on, wait,
Even
whoa,
doing the
whoa.
interview.
Now, so our next one too, but white chocolate,
Oh, damn, white chocolate too. That's crazy.
cookies and cream, banana pudding. I'm not really. a
I know
banana
that one's
pudding
gonna be
guy.
fire.
You like banana pudding?
Hell
You already took
yeah.
one though.
I didn't
gave
get.
you
Yeah,
one.
you gave me a regular one.
Dark chocolate, and tutti fruity. 250 milligrams. I don't really know how much that is per square, and there's like
16, I believe.
20 squares.
The 25, or wait, what would that be?
Around
12 and a
25 or
half,
something like
12 and a half.
that. 12 and a half. Okay, so that's cool. Fuck around and do
Where
25.
you get this at? Where you get this at?
Shout out
This
Days
So
and Confused.
Dazed and- Dazed
or Days
Creations.
and what is it? Yeah, Days and
Days
on
Confused.
Austin Bluffs.
Creations.
Yep.
It's right
Yep.
here in the spring.
Hey, he knows, man. Shout out to
That
you,
is
man.
good.
They have some good, delicious stuff. I don't want to overdo it, but fuck, man.
Right, it's
Yeah,
almost
that's so
like you
good.
want to eat the whole thing.
Right.
Chilling for real.
That's
of
what I'm
edibles
saying.
are like
And
that.
on
Like,
the
this is the best
CBD,
candy I've ever had.
CBD's cool like that though.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's the THC that'll rock your world.
Yeah.
So shout out to you guys for delivering us those delicious snacks. And also shout out to Silly Jam. Now this is the shit that'll fuck you up. This is his black label stuff right here. So he was telling me about this, man. You put this on everything but toast, right? Because if you got shit to do, you don't want to do this. You don't want to do this if you got shit to do. So you basically, and he's saying, so his right now, and this is the black label, so this is the high shit. This is 1,500. But he is the highest per serving THC on the market right now. I think there's someone else that's up there with him he was talking
Get
about.
away
But
from me.
this shit slap a
Keep it
So
away.
you're gonna want a little corner of a cookie.
I don't want to do none of the cookies.
But he said he puts it on steak, so you could put this shit on anything. So I'm anxious. I'm a steak guy. So I love a good marinated steak and slap that bitch on there and have a good night. You know what I mean?
Let us see
Like,
this.
So I haven't opened it yet.
Oh,
But yeah,
no,
go
no,
open
I'll
it.
wait.
Open it. Just open it. Okay, open it.
I bet you.
Yeah, start the show while we look at this.
We are starting the show. Because it's like, have we started the show yet? Or did we start the
Wait,
show
did
yet?
we start the show?
See, now that's the
Oh
question.
shit! I thought we was already started. the show.
Now that's
That's wild.
the
I
question.
thought we was already starting. the show.
Like, now take a look. Silly Jam. And so he has 3. So that's his first lady, which is Cindy Apple. So all these are characters. And then he just dropped, I think his name is Grape Gramps. So they're all individual characters that he's going to plan to bring to life. So he's going to have like 5 different flavors, like a peach and some other stuff he was talking about. But I'm definitely excited to try the product. So shout out to Silly Jam. I've been fucking up people's names, fucking up product shit. I've been doing the wrong.
I don't know what I do with the
What would
cat.
happen if you just got a finger full of that and just?
You know,
You gonna sit that ass down
you
for a
probably,
little bit.
yeah, no, for
Yeah,
sure.
You
He
gonna
said
sit that ass
15
down.
You'd be dead.
15 to
Yeah,
20 minutes. He said if you have a 30-minute drive, you've overshot it.
Damn.
He said the
That's crazy.
lady hit him up, and she had to pull over, call her husband, put the car on a flatbed. She couldn't drive. But they didn't tell her because she got a hold of the grape shit. He just dropped this on 419. They didn't give her instructions. So he gave me the breakdown. Like, nigga, don't you fucking do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. They didn't do that for her. So who knows how if she
probably going crazy with that motherfucker.
If she couldn't drive,
I'd be trying to get that high.
I'd imagine she had to eat the whole goddamn thing. Because this one's that's
Especially
the white
if it tastes
label,
good.
so 1,000, and black label's 1,500. And again, each serving is like you're pushing 230 or more on the serving per
A
teaspoon.
tablespoon,
Nigga.
is 250 milligrams.
There you go. How high do you want to be? Here, let me see.
Not
That
nearly
is the
that
question.
high.
I got to put my shit back on display.
How high do you want to be?
Like that's the real question. How high do we want to be, ladies and gentlemen? I like to be high, but I don't like to be that high.
I do.
But what we are going to do is get the show started because we have some very special guests on the show today, ladies and gentlemen. And we're gonna get this fucking show started the right way, I think.
One. Oh, come on. Yeah.
Oh no!
Shit. Damn.
No,
No, wait.
I can't watch people break.
Wait.
Oh, butt crack hurts. Oh god,
People. Oh.
tailbone broke. He's an idiot for even attempting this. Oh, he did it though. He just didn't do the backflip right.
That hurt. Oh.
Knee scraped.
Oh, poor
and
baby.
chlorine touching it. Suck.
Poor baby.
He's drunk.
Then a motherfucker. Jesus.
Well, he just like he can run over all those. All right, yeah, turn it. I just can't watch the broke shit.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Play your damn role. Sit down.
Hey, yo, what the fuck I be doing? That stimulates your mind.
What you laughing at, boy?
They did.
There's no cheese?
Don't be in front of us and act like a straight up G, and then you get over here and you let these boy bust up your back.
Hey, RIP to the late great Pimp C, you heard me. We are here live with Higher Conversations. You feel me, man? And I got my dog, man, co-hosting with me. That boy Friendzo motherfucking Jones. The friend is for Jones, and the Joan is for Friendson. Whatever the fuck that means. Yeah. You dig? And we have some special guests here with us. We have how many of there is you guys in your group?
Oh shit! I thought you meant like 5.
5. So 2/5.
Yep.
2/5.
2/5 of motherfucking Moonveil, everybody. Yeah.
Mr.
Oh, yeah.
7 and Mr. Sky.
Oh, for Sky and 7, aka Deku. Yeah. AKA, this is not your mother's music.
Probably is.
How we doing, fellas?
Could be.
How was that for an
Could be.
intro?
That was nice.
How was that? I know. I try to make this thing like,
I love that.
feel really. It feels real expensive here, guys. Great music,
Right.
great things going on. So what's been the jizz?
Oh man, the jizz. Well, I don't know. I mean, we have new music coming out this Friday.
And that was the first song off of the project, or just a single?
just a single.
Okay.
Radio.
And
We've
then-
been kind
right.
of debating whether or not to have it on the project, but I feel like
Radio
we might leave
is
it
just gonna like just be its own
just be
single.
its own thing,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
the rest of the whole album was recorded at a different studio, which isn't the end of the world. Like radio still sounds good, but just for consistency's sake, I
For
think
sure.
we might leave it off. And we already have another 12 songs or something, so it's not like we need it to fill out the album.
And it's
Yeah,
good.
just let
It's
it
good
be
by
its own little
itself.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot a
Its own
video
thing.
for it, or get some type of visual for
Little
the
visual thing would be dope.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a good song. It's a good song,
Definitely.
for sure. And if you guys are trying to be box state mic drop artists, that would be a good song for radio, because it's
Radio
better.
would make sense on radio
In the
though.
title.
And
Well,
you
you
know,
know, Stranger Things though, like
Is the
also has
now is that
but my favorite one, and it's not out, but Ocean.
Yeah. That's your favorite.
That is, I've been saying that since before you guys
That's
like
your
recorded it.
favorite.
From you guys, the day you guys performed it at Vultures.
Oh shit!
And it wasn't even recorded at that time. I text him that same night.
did.
It was
What
like,
the fuck is Ocean?
hey, bro,
Ocean is
that's
a
the
song.
one.
That's crazy.
Ocean
That's
is a
the one.
song.
Stranger Things is no. They're all the songs are all of them are 10s.
Everybody has their favorite.
But like
one, though.
that one, just what you guys are saying, what you're saying in there,
Yeah.
just the
Lyrically.
I don't want to be saved, like the whole. I love that, and it's so it gets dark for a little bit, then it gets light. Like
yeah.
I love that. fucking song.
Ocean. So Ocean's so on the album, which people will see at some point. It's kind of broken into sections from like the beginning of the album having this very like more poppy. I call it like a sunset vibe, where you're like you're like driving on the coast, leaving home, like going on an adventure kind of vibe. And then we have this section of the album in the middle that's called The Hole. And The Hole is like what I consider like midnight-ish, like darker vibes. And there's 3 songs in The Hole that all connect together. That when we do it at a show, we don't stop. Like we literally go from song to song to song, and it's just like hitting.
Oh.
Whoever wants it.
Hell yeah.
But Ocean's in the middle of The Hole, and it's definitely a very like
It's and so how you describe that. So when I saw you guys perform at Vultures again, I think you guys performed it like that, to where it was like kind of in the middle or whatever, and it was like, when does that song end? And the only way I could like decipher it as a song is the chorus. Yeah. So I just kept saying, what is that long ass song that you just keep saying, I don't want to be saved?
It's crazy. It's crazy. I wish we could play it.
Man, that's that shit.
we
Why
just
can we
did
not play
so.
it?
Well, no, let's create some hype behind it before people hear it, because they still haven't even heard Stranger Things yet.
Yeah.
Stranger Things is the new video, right?
Stranger
Okay.
Things is a single from the album.
Okay, so we already have something kind of queued up and ready to rock and snow. Hate.
Oh yeah. So
So
Hate,
how
yeah.
long has it been since Hate till 2 Stranger Things?
Oh shit. I think Hate was
We shot 8 in 2020.
2020. COVID, right like around that time.
So that's the video. How long had that song been out? Because
Shit.
not all the time is that even correlate with.
I would say like fucking 4 months, 5 months.
It was-
Okay,
it was recently
around
new.
the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So because it could have been, hey man, I've had that song for 6 years, and then
And
they
they just
finally
dropped
just,
it.
you know what I mean? So
Yeah, the Hate song. So what happened was around 2020, I was living in LA before that. I lived there for about 10 years.
okay,
And when 2020 hit, things just got crazy out there. Like LA was like on fire.
Right,
Like
yeah.
straight up felt like it was like the apocalypse and shit. And I was like, well, I could either stay out here, pay like, 200, or 2,200 for rent, while everybody's staying inside. It's hard to work out there right now.
yeah,
Come back home, to Colorado. So I was like, I'm gonna come back home, drove back out here. Before I came out here, I recorded Hate and 2 other songs, and it's on a 3 song EP kind of thing I did.
yeah.
And I remember I was like, I want to do a video to this song because it was like
Hell
a
yeah.
very powerful song to me.
Right.
And I hit up Friend Zone and I was like, yo, we should do something. We should make this happen. Sent him the song. He was like, fuck yeah. And like, I feel like we had a lot of fun doing this because even this shot right here reminds me back to the lake.
So this is what I want. This is the one thing I will say. Like, well, one of the one things I'll say about this video was after the consultation, when we kind of like at least built the foundation of what this is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Right after you left, me and Nate I had like this crazy, like just crazy thought, and I was like, if we could get a lake with the fog going over it, like I typed it up, and like so we had that like on our storyboard, me and Nate. And the day we were able to achieve that shot, bro, it was like,
If it could be, because it's not
if you
something
think
you
could do
you
it.
could create it if you
but
have
you
the
can't
budget.
create but that type of weather and like the eeriness over the lake, like it was exactly how we motherfucking pictured it. So it was like that. So this was like when I first started. I would say this is probably like around the 20th video I've done with Nate, so I'm fairly new to it.
Mm-hmm.
This was the video when we did it together, and we were like, oh yeah,
okay,
like this is we got something here.
Yeah, this shit was. It's wild that you say that because like the odds of the lake being like that, completely cleared out still, and it was just like
It was perfect. And for y'all to be cold as fuck in that water is like, shout out to you and Amber. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, shout out to Amber
and
for
y'all thugged that shit. Because the whole shit was cold.
Oh, yeah.
We were warm probably in the cabin, but there was a lot of outdoor shots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dope.
It was a good video, though. I love
Good
it.
shoot. Good shoot.
All right, without any further ado, hate. Because I fucking hate you, bitch. It's pretty fucking lit. Like the shots, the amazing shots.
Bro. Shout out my boy Nate Mitchell.
Oh, yeah.
So, hold on. Just even that. So, just the intro is so theatric. Like, god damn. And I ate 2 milligrams of whatever the fuck that CBD shit is. So we lit. Or it's like 12 plus 12. What's that, like 24? I'm gonna be CBD'd up.
CBD'd up, shine.
That shot, those shots to get the fuck, man. Why? So, yeah. You came up with this, or you came up with this? You heard this.
So he had the samurai.
Okay.
He came in with the samurai idea. So with that, we kind of built like the locations and the storytelling.
Okay, that's what I was.
But it was definitely a collaborative.
Because I love the vibe. I've told you this. I've seen this video before, so I'm like, but just now that you're here, just like, because this shit is.
Real quick, little cool tidbit though. That writing is from Death Note.
Death Note.
The anime text and shit. Like,
sure is.
Yeah, that was a cool little.
If you know, you know.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, that's another one. Death Note's fucking crazy. That pose, it's something about that fucking pose. Yeah. I don't give a fuck who's doing it.
Ominous.
I don't give a fuck who. That's what it's called.
Gargoyle.
Or ominous pose.
Very ominous.
That, and then you don't even see the face. Like this shot alone.
Yeah. I didn't even notice that before.
That pose, like for it. I don't know. For me,
the females killed this. All three of them. I wish I could remember the other two names.
Yeah, man. Like that shit is so. From the little kick of the desk, like the whole everything, every shot picked to put in. Yeah, man. So what was the significance of this? Explain this. What these bitches hating? What are they doing?
So the whole time, right? The whole idea was like the main girl, Amber.
Shout out to Amber.
Is shot like her whole thing is like she's trying to assassinate me, like kill me. You know what I'm
because
saying?
You broke her heart though.
Because I broke her heart.
Fucking dirty dog.
She hates me. You know what I'm saying, right? Exactly. And
this is a song for her.
I guess in the video can be represented like the opposite direction, and then by the end of the song, it's like reciprocated emotion.
But do you hate her?
But now I hate her because she tried to kill me and shit. But like she hates me right now. So that's the cool thing about the video. It's coming from the point of view of like she obviously feels some type of way about me.
Yeah.
And she's hiring other assassins to kill me.
But the last line of the hook is, "You can't have this much love without hate."
Exactly.
And I hate you.
Yeah.
It's like I love
you.
I like the way. See, I'm just a rapper, bro. So like, and when I say that, I don't mean like I'm just a rapper, but like knowing real songwriters and just how you guys describe that, and even just with the last line, like I'm going for the bars, of course. Like, yeah, I said some fly shit, but when a line really means something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, And you can really equate that to something in your life because that shit makes total sense.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
You can't
Like,
really, yeah.
And I love bitch.
That was
bitch.
the
People you
concept.
love that much, you also kind of hate.
You gotta hate somebody for
bitch,
sure.
I hate that I love you so much. What the fuck is this?
And
You
for
know
me
what
to
I'm
hate
saying?
you, I'm pretty sure I had to have loved you at some point.
Yeah,
Before
just
it
hate
be
you.
I
that
wouldn't
type
give
of
a
deep.
fuck.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I hate your dumb ass
Exactly.
right
Because
now.
I love your
Exactly.
stupid
Yeah.
ass.
And that's kind of the vibe. Like she hates me so much that she's like,
I'm about to kill this nigga, man.
motherfucker. Yeah, exactly. So
I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm
so
done.
that's-
I can't. If I can't have him or whatever the fuck else is going on, he's got to go.
has to go. So that's where it came from, and everybody was down with the.
Yeah.
It's cool because everybody was in the video here. They were all down to do it. Like they were just like, look, I love the concept. I love the song. Like let's just do the video. Like so we got a bunch of samurai swords, and a lot of them are already like trained in a lot of stuff, and they already have a lot of background and like stuff. So it was cool that they all showed up and showed out.
Oh yeah!
Yeah,
Shout out to
super
that.
dope.
Shout out to having a background and stuff. That's kick ass. She's like, fuck.
We getting
Cut
this
his
nigga.
fucking head off.
He's gonna die.
And see, now that I have more understanding, because obviously it looks like she's got a problem.
She's pissed.
Your hair was so short.
Yeah, I was just thinking that too. Like,
Oh shit.
look at what it'll do. Look what 2 years will do. I'm sorry, sir. You shouldn't have been able to run away. You should have been dead in the bed.
Get out of there. They like the chase.
Yeah. Gotta patch it up.
Real quick patch up.
The police were called on this after this shot.
For
This is
real?
when the police came.
Because they really thought they were trying to kill this nigga.
Nah, we're just trespassing.
Trespassing hard.
Hard.
Where we shot this at, yeah.
And then the flashbacks. Does that mean something on your face?
It's like he got cut. We just did a horrible blood job and we were trying to rush.
It worked though. It looks
It
painful.
kind of looks like a 7 though.
It looks or like a
Tesla
ninja
something?
word.
That's right when the cops pulled up. When he kind of like looked over, that's right when the cop pulled up.
Kanji.
I didn't even realize that when the cops pulled up.
Yeah, and you kept going.
You
You like
probably thought, yeah, that is when the cops pulled up.
that's right, bro. That's I know for a fact. That's right when the cops pulled up.
Oh shit.
I was like, yo.
But in the video, you would think he's still like looking out for the girls or some shit. But
Like, oh shit.
But I was like, let me keep rapping.
Exactly. Like
Our
you
time
just
is running out. We gotta finish this up.
But we fit. That was our last shot anyway. So
That was wild. Yeah, we did that last shot. Where were we at?
Monument Lake.
Or the last shot, the one where the cops came.
Oh, we were behind the news station.
Yeah, we were behind the news station, and they were like, "What the fuck y'all doing?" And then they cops
Yeah, they
showed
gave
up.
us like a warning, and then like 10 minutes later, the police were there.
But the police are cool as fuck though. They was all like, "Yo, what y'all doing?" We like, "Video. Y'all gotta get out of here." But
We was cold as fuck
Shit looks
anyway,
dope.
so like we get the fuck up out of
What
here.
y'all doing, man? Fuck y'all got going on.
Yeah, that was the first time I was able to work with him doing videos because previously we've done songs together or whatever, and I've known him before I was a rapper.
do we
so.
have any of the songs that we done out
We have
like on sound?
yeah, SoundCloud.
We gotta. We'll have to put one on the poll.
Yeah, we have a couple. There's one that the church with Fame.
Yeah, repent.
Y'all got man. There's so much shit. Me and Debbie were looking through so much shit, bro. And
Repent.
oh my god, that song is that's
What is playing? Who the fuck is this other
that's a
guy?
song.
I went to the next video.
Yeah,
on the
I'm like,
thing.
who the fuck is this other guy? Okay. So that was 2 years ago, literally.
No, that was 4
Or
years
that was
ago.
4 years ago. Okay.
Shit, that was 4 years ago.
2020. Yeah.
4 years ago, 2020,
Time is
and
crazy.
now
Like literally around like this. No, because it was about to be cold, so it was like
It
August.
was like fall. I think
yeah,
it was like maybe.
I want to say it was August. August, September is when we shot that last.
Damn.
Because the monument scene was the last scene.
That's how we got that smoke on the lake though.
Yep. Worked out so good.
So 4 years ago to now, Moonveil, Stranger Things.
This is like a secret premiere because we're supposed to be premiering
So
it next
secret.
Friday.
This is a secret premiere.
Don't
Anybody who's
worry.
watching right now about to see some shit.
Yeah, don't worry, dude.
Very
No,
secret.
It's
all good.
all good, man. And we'll blur this shit out. You guys
But
won't see a
again,
fucking thing.
I'm actually, I think it's dope. We're playing it on here because anybody who's watching
It's
will
like
be
a
like,
secret.
Yeah, it's almost like another Easter egg.
what?
Yeah, you know,
They
for
playing a
sure.
video on here?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
You goddamn right, Stranger Things.
But yeah, this is again one of I think me and Nate's best projects we've ever shot for anybody. But it wasn't just one-sided. Like you guys gave us so much to work with, so thank you for that, and also like pushing us
Oh yeah.
because we wouldn't have got to like do dope ass shit like this with other artists.
yeah,
Oh yeah. We'll continue to.
Moonveil.
Hell yeah.
Hey, there you are, Sky.
There I am.
Now that I know who you are. This shit looks so dope.
I think that's my favorite scene.
It almost looks not real.
Yeah.
I felt the most alive when I was underneath the surface of your love. But things change, people move on, and it rains, passes washed off, there's no say.
This shit is cool because it really has like a dope concept. Those chicks are scary. Hey, your eye was different. What's up with that
It's a little
buggy
different
eye,
eye thing
man?
going on there.
The fuck did they do with that eye there?
There's a lot of Easter eggs.
It's a little trippy.
Ain't no Easter egg there.
Or Easter. It's an egg.
It's an Easter egg.
No, that's my favorite scene.
This is at the hotel right here,
Yeah.
huh?
And we'll talk about how seamless that shit was.
Shout out to
after
the
this.
Cliff House for letting us do
And
this
the
for free.
concierge.
Yeah.
He was the shit.
They were awesome. Dude. Yeah. Very grateful.
And these ladies are actually twins.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I might be a stranger to you, but I've seen stranger things. But I've seen stranger things.
And this is going on the album.
Yep. This is a single from the album.
Okay.
The unknown, and I found myself alone sometimes. But I am not afraid. I've seen stranger things.
This is fire.
Looking like Eddie Gordo head ass.
Maybe we can find a way.
Fuck, I've never really known anybody that was in a band. To know people in a band
Now you know too.
and making good music. Right, now that's what
And
I'm
you're gonna
saying.
know three more.
This shit's wild. I love that shot. You at the bar drinking that whiskey.
That shit was strong as fuck, too.
And we probably shot that.
So you gotta
shot
get prop
like
whiskey,
4 times.
nigga.
Nah, he was doing real whiskey.
No, I know. I said that's why.
I like this whole transition.
Yeah, this shit's fire.
This is us going. We're about to go to the venue.
And this is at the hotel.
Lulu's
or
got
at
Lulu's.
Lulu's?
No, it's at Lulu's. In the video, we're still in the hotel. Just at the bar.
Supposed to be. Oh yeah.
I live like I can see it.
And you guys had your own fucking neon sign.
Oh, yeah.
Got 2 of them.
You guys fucking rock. And you guys got a fucking Tesseract over there?
A few Tesseracts.
There was 2.
I think there's 4.
There's 4 of them.
Oh,
2
okay.
big ones.
A lot of space stones.
Sparkle jackets.
I pick up what you're putting down.
And I might be a stranger to you. I've seen stranger things.
hit that.
I love that
motherfucker,
concept
dog.
so much.
Shout out to all the people that came out though. Proud
Yeah,
of
for
the
you had a
crowd.
good ass turn, especially on the Sunday. Good ass turnout. And they just had to keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over.
It was like,
Yeah.
they know this song more than anybody on the planet right now.
They heard it like 10 times that day.
Yeah. And you guys performed the whole thing top to bottom?
Yep. Every time.
Just to get all those, just to compile all those shots.
Hell yeah.
And you guys shot this over a course of what?
2 days.
2 days.
Bike to bike?
They were separated by
It was like 2, yeah, probably 3, yeah, something like that. We shot one in like January and then the second half in like February.
Yeah, you gotta bring your mic a little closer. Oh yeah, no, you're good. You're just a little soft spoken, sir. And no one's there.
No, they're not.
Who the fuck were you performing for, buddy?
Fucking ghosts.
Man, I remember the future. Oh, hold on. What the fuck? God damn it. I remember the future, but I forgot the past. Maybe we can see it together. You and I.
Some backwards storytelling right there.
Yeah, backwards.
See, the next videos we're gonna do are gonna be, so Stranger Things is the last song on the album. All the other videos are gonna be going backwards through the chronological order of the album. So the next video will probably be in the middle of the album.
Wait. You're fucking my brain up. I know what chronological order means. But what now?
So like the next video will probably be like the 6th song on the album.
Okay,
right?
so you're not going to go in order with the videos.
No, we're gonna go backwards. So the
'Cause
next
this
video
is the
will be-
last song on the album?
This is the last song on the album. So the story will be told in reverse of like how we got there.
It'll be like prequels on prequels.
Prequels on prequels on prequels.
That's fire.
Dope.
So it's gonna be
the idea
dope.
of that.
But yeah, this was a dope time. Especially the hotel, the concierge.
Oh, they were dope. Shouts out to Cliff House.
Bro, the dude was a fan of the Shining.
Yeah.
So he like saved like room 217 for us. He like gave us 6 rooms to like pick out. He was very accommodating.
Yeah.
Very
Shout out to you,
accommodating.
Mr. Man. Whoever.
Yeah, he was a whole vibe. He was like,
Yeah, he was.
he was like, look, I love The Shining. Whatever y'all need. He gave us access to like 5 rooms.
Like, I love this shit.
Showed us a bunch of shit. It was a vibe for sure.
Like we never felt like we were in the way. Like unless that's a huge thing with videos. Like especially places like that, you feel like you're just in the way and you want to rush shots and all that bullshit. With this, it was like
gave you guys time to get your shit done.
Yeah, and it gave
this
us
shit
access to
looks
all over the place.
Good. Like, I mean, you know, great shots.
Yeah, from
I mean,
hate
you're
to
really
this, it's
telling a
like
story. Yeah, from I mean,
you
and
can see the
Hate
growth.
was
You can,
good,
but you can see the growth.
I'm not even gonna lie. Right, I was gonna Hate's basic bitch compared to
It's
and,
crazy.
and
It's
you
crazy.
guys are the same people doing
Yeah,
it, so
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
like talking shit.
For
but
sure.
that just shows y'all went and got a BBL. You know, got your titties done. You know what I'm saying? Went and got some real human hair. You know what I'm saying? All that. So and it shows. You know what I mean? It definitely shows in the quality of. I've always been a fan of your guys' work as far as what you guys are doing with the music videos and whatnot. You guys have always been doing some dope shit. So to see how far you guys have actually come.
I'm excited to see what we're gonna do next.
Yeah,
Me
no,
too.
for sure. So what video would you say is gonna be next?
I hope it's Ocean.
Oh, so Ocean's a song off
And it's
the
in the
album
middle.
that's
And
not.
it's in the middle.
Yeah,
So
so the thing is, I feel like the next video, and I've always felt like it could be the whole itself, but like chopped
the
up.
3 videos together.
Yeah, like meshing them to one video, but like using each section as a part of the video. So the video could still be like a normal length,
That'd
but like
be dope. But
mixing
it's
each
a minute
song,
and a half of each song.
and it makes sense in one coherent storyline.
I think you guys could do whatever the fuck you guys want. Like, but for real, and I say that not in the sense of like, of course you guys are Bill and you could do whatever the fuck you want, but whatever you guys do is gonna be cool. You know, so I think if you were to do something like that, it wouldn't hurt at all. You know, you guys are you're giving people 3 things at once, but also like creating the demand to where they have to go listen to the full songs on the project because you're only going to get a minute and a half from the video. But like, the music is so good. Whatever you guys do,
Thanks, man.
when it comes to like marketing, you guys are gonna kill it.
I wish we could just play at least a snippet
Of Ocean?
of.
I mean, we can. It's pretty much done now.
Goddamn song.
We should. You know what? Yeah. Can I send you
Send
Ocean?
me
Just play a
whatever-
little bit of
Send me
it.
whatever you want, my
'Cause
friend.
I wanna. You know what I mean?
It gives me
It's-
like old Woodstock vibes. As soon as you hear the first like
you have
bass
iPhone?
string,
You have
it's
iPhone?
just
yeah.
spinning.
I can airdrop it.
Yep, everyone. I have AirDrop on. It should be this iPod here,
Okay. Let me,
like an iPod. Hey, take a look behind you too, Seven. I know you're a gamer.
Oh shit.
Moonveil
I
is
gotta
actually.
play this for.
We're all. You're all.
You're
Oh,
all
you guys
gamers, bro. We
We're all
gotta
gamers.
have a sesh, man.
Moonveil is a sword in Elden Ring. That's what we're named after.
What the fuck?
That's the crazy thing. Nobody. Yeah. If you played Elden Ring,
I haven't.
It might.
I have. I'm not a Souls guy. Well, and not to say because I haven't played the shit and I know how crazy Souls shit
That's how we
is,
are
so,
too. We started with Elden Ring, but we
Yeah.
played the shit out of it.
Like fuck.
But that's
dude.
how we were sitting there one day and we were like, we got the band. We don't have a name yet. And then Sky plays what's class you play? You play
Samurai.
Samurai class. So he was like, my favorite sword is the Moonveil, and I was like, yo, and he was like, yo, that should be the band name. And I was like, that'd be wild.
That's
'Cause
tight.
people who know will be like, oh shit, and people who don't know is just like, that sounds dope.
I just took it for what it was. I not once, and I don't know
Yeah.
what it was.
We have a
I
lot of
just
we have a lot
cool,
of video
though.
game references if you listen to his lyrics pretty closely. Like
that's
No,
cool
that's
as fuck.
fire.
There's a-
yeah,
there's
I'm
a
a
lot of
gamer
that
too.
going
I
on.
say, man, you gotta get them gaming bars in
Got
there,
to,
man.
man.
yeah,
Man, if you know, ladies and gentlemen, you know.
Who are the other? Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead.
Who are the other members of Moonveil?
so
And what do they play?
Yeah, James is the like lead guitar and synth player, and Julian is the other guitar player. He's incredible. And then John is the bass player.
And John's the guy that like when we're in the studio, we'll be sitting there and I'll be like, what key is this song in? And
Oh,
then
it's A flat.
He'll be like, well, you hit him up and he'll tell you what key it is, but he won't just tell you what key it is. He'll tell you what key it's in such a depth of shit, and you're just like, okay.
Thank
Like,
you.
He knows none of us understand it is the other thing. So it's like, he still
doing
tells
that
us, and we're like, oh, cool, man.
I don't think he's doing it to like be like patronizing.
He just,
he's
No, no,
like
like
that. He's just like
Just
that.
the way his
He
mind
wants
works.
everybody to be on the same level.
He's like
That's tight though. That's dope.
He gets excited about it. Is the thing.
Dorian.
Yeah, so
like,
he just wants to
tell us
like
'cause
go
he thinks
on.
it's really cool. He's like, this is in this mode, and we're like,
That's
that's
tight as
awesome.
fuck.
But like to us, we're like, I don't know what that means.
We're like, thank you for being so good at this.
That's
We
how I
have
feel.
No idea.
How you guys feel like when he does that is how I feel when you, Fame, and Franchise like talk about like
Oh, kind of fucking.
all the shit, everything. I'm just like, what the fuck?
It's just one of those things.
And how do you
man.
guys know all that shit?
Yeah.
But it just takes years of doing the
Years
same
just
shit.
Doing the same shit, man.
Yeah.
And it's fun though,
You
man.
sent me more than one song?
Yeah, so I'm
Okay.
sending you pretty much I'm sending you the whole so you can get kind of an idea of the first part and then
And explain
Ocean.
one more time what the whole is to the
So
people.
the whole so I think when we came up with the whole it kind of came down to like this feeling of like I guess if we were to explain like the album itself is the way that I imagine is like a journey of like leaving your comfortability, leaving your home and kind of going to go find yourself. I think the whole is the point in the album where you have to kind of face like what that actually means, you know what I mean? And it's very trippy. It's almost like going to a festival and tripping acid or something for the first time and you're like, I'm seeing the universe for the first time. And either
What it
I
is.
get lost in it and
Yep.
I don't make it out, or I
Go along
fucking
with the
face
journey.
it, go along with the journey. So the middle of the album's like that vibe, and then the end of the album, going into Stranger Things and all that, is more of the awakened state of like, now that I know what I know, like what am I gonna do with it? So the Stranger Things video has a sense of, yeah, we're seeing a bunch of strange things happen, but we've seen this stuff before. We have a better understanding of these things. So going backwards chronologically is what's going to be fun because you're going to see us in a state of mind where we're not so sure. You know what I mean? And we're not so sure about what's going on and we're feeling kind of like, oh shit, like what's in this journey? And that's kind of why I think it's going to be cool going backwards from knowing to not knowing. You know what I mean? And the whole is the breaking point of when you pretty much let go
Yeah.
and you give in to everything. So
That's fucking fire.
Crazy.
I love what's going on here in the explanation. I'm just like, nigga, the whole. What the fuck is the?
you're gonna see it. Yeah, I sent you. So there's 3 songs in the whole. I sent you 3. We could probably play a
I only
snippet
got
of each
2. I got
one.
sea
I think the other
and
one's
ocean.
coming in right
All
now.
right. So C is first, and then ocean, and then merry-go.
Yeah.
But you could just play like maybe the last 20 seconds of C, just so you get that transition into ocean.
Okay.
I wonder if let me try to send a merry-go one more time.
And like on the album, there will be no pause, but since we have them separate, you'll have to
And the
click
album
on
is
the
gonna
next
feel like
one.
how we do it at the show. Like we have it set up to where when you're playing it through the album, each song is gonna just connect to the
Yeah,
other one.
it'll
That's
sound
fire.
like one song. Like there won't be a pause, but yeah,
That's fine. So all your songs go into each other?
just
Just
these
the 3.
Oh, just these
Yeah,
3?
That's why they're the whole, but really they each have their own name.
You guys are so. This is so awesome as far as like. And I'm using my white boy terminology here because it's awesome. Just hearing how much you guys are putting into and thought as far as what this project is and what's
It
gonna
actually means
Yeah,
something.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's
For
dope
sure.
as fuck for sure to even just hear that and how it's been conceptualized. Is that the word? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Okay, bet. So, what are we starting with?
We can start with the last 20 seconds of C going into
Ocean?
ocean. And then we can kind of dive into merry-go. But you'll kind of see how they all like.
Ocean's pretty short. I think it's only like
Yeah,
3
Ocean's pretty
minutes or-
short.
Short for us.
But the idea is
Yeah, I
like
was gonna say because in today's music, 2 minutes for a song.
it's like
Yeah.
about right in the
It's
middle.
normal for most people, but
But C, as far as C goes, I think it all started with C. Like, I think C is a huge part of our journey because C was like the moment where we're like, oh shit, this is kind of the sound we're going for. Like, this is what we sound like. And C in itself, if it were to be like visualized, would be like the moment that you take that, you know, little paper or whatever, and you start to see like all the shit. You know what I mean? And then ocean
When the
would be the
trip starts.
representation of like, now that I'm here, either I fight it or I let go, you know. And then merry-go would be like you coming out of it, feeling a little more like understanding of everything. So those 3 songs have a journey within itself, I think, for sure.
And you guys made it sound like that as much as you thought that would sound like.
yeah.
Weirdly enough, it kind of just
Not
came
on
together
purpose,
that way.
really.
Yeah,
Just-
it kind of just like
Well, no, I
we
mean like
arranged it later.
okay.
yeah.
We wrote the songs actually. We wrote the third one first, and then the first one, and then right when we
like
finished
some
that
Star
one, we were
Wars
like,
shit.
this could go into
These
this.
can go
Yeah.
together. And the way Sky always puts it, which I love how he puts it, he's like, sometimes it just feels like the songs kind of write themselves. Like you're just kind of along for the ride, and the universe is kind of speaking through you.
You're there to illustrate
and
it.
it just kind of
That's
happens that way. Like they're already written, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you just got to catch up. So
Yeah.
Songs there.
A
you
lot
just
of these
gotta let
songs
it
feel
like
like
flow
that.
through you, and
That's dope.
but still have the filter, like the producer's filter that you've built up from listening to music your whole life and writing music your whole life. Like you've kind of figured out what works and what doesn't. So it's just partially ingrained in us, but I think it's still like the music is using us to like create the song that wants to exist.
Right.
yeah, like it wants to exist. We just
Just can't fight it.
we just let it happen.
You can't. That's
Go with the
super
flow.
fucking- no, that's
But we
super-
always know when it's right. Like all 5 of us will be like, yeah.
We'll be like, yeah, and John will be like, That's how you know it's good when John looks at you and he's like,
We did that.
you're like,
That's
there it
tight
is.
to have like somebody that has like a crazy like musical IQ to like be satisfied. Because I feel like those would be like the most like particular people
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
no, this has to be that.
And John
but like,
is your
Bass player.
okay.
Yeah,
But
he-
we
if
pretty
he's
much
cool.
let him, like sometimes we have to rein him in a tiny bit.
like
But
this
like
is it.
he likes to go off, and we pretty much let him for the most part because it's so good. And
Is
it's
he? He's the oldest one in the band, right?
He's the
Which
the
one is he here?
Wise wizard.
That one sitting in the chair?
Yeah.
yeah, the one with the
With the
kind of
glasses?
buzzed
Yeah,
head.
yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
guy.
he knows his shit, and yeah, anytime we do something that's really good and he's like feeling it, we're like dope. But
I think it'd
anytime-
be tight to see him like. I think the only time he smiled during the video shoot was when like we were outside taking the van picture,
Yeah,
and like you
yeah.
could see like he was happy about the finished product.
Oh yeah. He's the kind of guy that's like, you can tell like in his brain he's already coming up with bass lines for the third album. You know what I mean? Like he's already like
He's
there.
already computing shit.
Yeah. So it's nice having him because he'll be like, it's cool having I think we have a very grounded team as far as like, Sky's an amazing drummer. He's one of the best drummers I mean probably the best drummer I've ever met. And John's the best bass player. So having these two very solid players, and then having like, you know, James doing synth and guitar, lead guitar,
which is the guy in the long with
the long hair,
okay.
and then having Julian do rhythm guitar, and then me singing, it allows us to kind of be
Julian.
Yeah, that's Julian.
It's
right
crazy
there.
how they're as you're naming.
Yeah,
them,
you're
they're
like this guy.
up.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's very like cool because we're able to create without losing the baseline of like what's solid. Like we can kind of go far without being too far to where somebody's like, that makes sense. Like if it doesn't make sense and it's too far, we get reeled in. So it's like a cool place to create because like if it doesn't make sense, we know that somebody will be like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But if it does make sense within the realm of pushing boundaries, we can go that far. So it really it's a fun creative experience, I think.
Yeah. And Seven is like a big idea guy. I mean, we both are to an extent, but when it comes to songwriting, he'll like have tons of ideas, and I'm like more the person who tries to like rein it in a little bit because I'm really big on like restraint and creating a lot of like dynamic within the song so that when you get to the chorus or the hook, you know, it hits really hard.
Right. It's a bit different. It's not, it doesn't sound the same all the way through. It's a very distinction of like, yo, this is the chorus. This is the bridge. This is the.
And let's try to have like, I'm pretty sure like it's going to be a pain in the ass, obviously, because it's 5 people agreeing on one thing. It's hard to come by, but is it usually pretty much like unanimous?
Yeah,
pretty much.
Most of the time, we'll just be
we'll
like,
get there at least, or we'll be like, you're right, that does sound better, or whatever.
But it's not really too much pushback or like.
I mean, this happens within like,
like
an hour. We'll be at practice and start working on a new song, and next thing you know, we're like halfway through a new song, and we're like, damn, I guess that's.
So what's the quickest you guys have started writing a song to where
probably like
an
hour,
chords and all that shit is done?
Probably like an hour and a half.
I feel like it would take so much longer. That's crazy.
Well, that's the thing. Everybody's so good at what they do.
That's what I was about to say. These
like,
niggas.
do you guys like write it like with the drums and all that? Like, do you guys have to write out each note on paper like as you do to not forget it?
Everybody just knows. And it's crazy. Like we'll be sitting there, and then once somebody starts and we start going into like what it is, everybody will start talking. And as they're creating like a lot of what's
like
the musical
instrumental
part,
side of
I'll
things.
lay in the middle of the floor in the studio and I'll start writing the song like lyrically. And then by the time I meet up with them, like, you know, 30 minutes later, I got like the first verse, the hook, you know, maybe the bridge.
So it's like a rapper being in the studio while they're making the beat, but
one or two things. Either do you guys film this at all? And I would like to film because I've never been in a creative session like that. So I think that would be
dope. That'd be dope.
Yeah,
for sure.
Just to see how that shit comes together. Somebody's in there playing. Oh, what's that? Do that shit again?
Literally, exactly that.
Then you know, just to see how that even like
it's just
would
like
come
that.
about.
It's just like that. Like we have voice memos in our phone of us like we'll record it on the phone just to have it. But like for the most part, it's just like that. Somebody will start doing something and then somebody will be like, oh, that's dope. Do that again. And then John will come in with the bass. It matches up perfectly because, you know, John's just a fucking bass genius. The next thing you know, we got some rhythm going. We got some lead going. Sky's already on the drums. And at that point, we're just putting the sections together. This is section A. How can we make it crazy in section B? Bam. How can we make the hook crazy? Bam. Now we have a pre-hook. We have a fucking verse. Should we switch the verse up? Bam. And as this is happening, I'm just sitting there like writing. And then by the time we link up by the end of the session, I'm just like, here are the lyrics. You know what I mean? And then we have a new song. And it's done.
Yeah, we might add change a few things over the next couple of weeks as we play it.
Right.
Or maybe you take it live and like
see how it feels live.
you
We've debuted
realize
a
you
lot
need
of
to do
songs that we
something.
wrote in the studio live. We're just like
that's how I caught.
What was it? Afraid.
Most of them.
Afraid, I think was the first time we did that. We wrote this song called I don't know if you heard Afraid.
If you guys performed it that night at Vultures, then yeah.
The first time we did it, we were sitting there and we were like, they were like encore, encore, and we were like, we don't got nothing else. And then Sky was like, let's do Afraid. And I was like, we only did it like once in like, you know, fucking with it. And then we were like, fuck it. So we did it live for the first time and it went fucking really well.
You have to remember all your lyrics.
Fuck yeah, no, that's
that's what's so dope
and I'm
about
so
the
used to rap
shit.
with my brain just doesn't fucking work like that. Like some shit, like I've caught myself rapping some of my shit like, oh, you do know it. But I don't know, man, that fear of fucking up, and I've done it before trying to do it with just the instrumental.
Yeah.
So it kind of threw me into that pit of
that is hard.
never again, nigga. But I always admire, I'm for it either way. I don't think obviously you have to because you guys are in a fucking band. You guys are playing live. You know what I'm saying? So that is so commendable.
Crazy.
Just no different than a nigga, rapping to his instrumental. So it's like, you remembered all that shit?
Would you say like rapping helped that? Just because I've been around, like I've been in the studio with you a plethora of times, but you were always the person who didn't need a phone or a notebook. You could just walk into a studio like a booth and just off top, you and Fame, like I will always credit you guys for doing that shit.
Shout out to Fame.
Just
then it comes with being able to have
shit.
access, because me coming up artistry, boy, we had to be premeditated. It was like, nigga, we better write this shit down. We either paying for studio time or it's like we don't have time to fuck off. And not
but
saying
even
that
like for sure, but like
experiment
in the
nigga,
times where like it's chill, like JD's house, for instance.
That's kind of what it was.
Like, he was living there. You know what I'm saying? He could be there all as much
and
as he wanted. But he would just go in there, listen to the like those stories that you hear like of Jay-Z and shit. Like
it was like it was a vibe. It was a vibe. It definitely came down to the root of it all. Like when I was 14 and shit, like all I would do in class is write in these little notebooks, and it got to a
like
point,
poems or
just like raps. Like I'll just sit there and write.
Is that when you first started like making music?
When I first started doing it. And I just remember being in high school doing that. And then like by the time I got to JD's house, it got to a point where it was like, I've done it so much that I kind of like broke it down in my brain in a certain way where like rapping, my whole thought of when I would rap would be like, okay, I'm saying a line, but can I think of the next line? Obviously before you say the next line. But then I start flipping it where I was like, I want to think of the next line before I say the first line. So I would start freestyling with people, and I would already have the punchline ready, and I would just think, what line can go with that, right?
You know what I mean? I gotta come off when it's my turn. I'm gonna say
you already know what you're gonna say.
Yeah,
so I start trying to like master that idea of like how many times can I do that in a row before I start getting lost in the sauce. Like you know how it is when you freestyle, and all of a sudden you get to a point where you're like,
you're just
now I'm just in it already. Yeah. And then I realized that once you do that enough, it comes down to a point where the best way sometimes, and it's like I call it the ether. It's like you get to this point where you stop thinking at all. And that's when you start saying some shit where you're like, what the fuck?
Flow state.
That's
flow state, yeah.
That's ultra instinct.
And that makes so
ultra
much
instinct. That's what it is. Like,
when you break it down like that, that makes so much sense. Because now I see why you and Diego were like problems back then, because you guys were already like
the freestyle game had to be immaculate.
Before a nigga said go, you guys are
already gone.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like with writing like different types of genres, it carried over. Like I'm used to sitting there having to remember, 32 bars in a hook. I need to remember the whole verse, second verse, hook, pre, whatever the fuck's happening. So when it came to writing songs like pop songs or like more like, rock songs, all I need to remember is like 4 bars in the here, 8 bars here.
It's a lot less.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and you hit that flow state on stage, which I realize that really helps, is that when I practice these songs or I practice any songs, I'll do it while doing something, right? So I'll sit there throughout my whole day before a show, cooking food, playing games.
Yeah.
And I'll be going through the whole show in my head.
Yeah.
And then once I can do it without having to think about doing it, when you get on stage, it's easy because now it's like, oh, it's already there.
Yeah, no, real
so
shit.
It's the engraving. And the crazy thing is I had to learn to do that because while I'm doing these rock shows, like when we first started doing shows, I was still doing hip hop shows.
Yeah.
So I'll sit there and do a rock show and then have to flip back to like all the shit that I was doing, with Sevens stuff. And like I said, it just comes down to that flow state, like that shit, subconsciously remembering lyrics and not thinking, because the second you think,
that's when
you're gonna fuck it up.
That's
you know
when
what I
you
mean?
fuck up.
And that happens sometimes. I'll be on stage and I'll be like, oh shit, the verse about to come up, and I'll be like, and the second I have that moment, I'm like, damn, does that shit?
Oh, that's a sense of like meditation or like zen.
And I'm so glad I haven't had this conversation because again, that's why I've done it. I had to freestyle a whole verse before because I was like, fuck. My nigga was going before me, and I know everybody. I know everybody's shit. I'm rapping his shit, saying the fucking ad libs with him and shit, and then I know my part's coming up.
And then it's like, oh shit.
How does my shit start? Fuck! I knew it in my head. If you could just see the look on my face.
And then you just do your thing.
And these niggas were looking at me because they couldn't back me up. I'm freestyling this shit. These niggas cannot back me up with shit.
Happen.
And
it's always gonna happen. Until your shit, like, and this is the thing I tell everybody, I'm like, look, until everybody in the world knows the song, and they can be like, that's not how that shit go.
Yeah.
My advice is always to be like, if you can't remember some shit, fucking make some shit up.
On the fly.
Because nobody will know. And I've done that during shows. I'll be sitting there singing a song and I'm like, damn, I forgot this whole shit. And then Sky will notice because
he's like,
he'll be backing me up because he does the backgrounds. He'll be drumming, he'll be backing me up, and he realizes like halfway through, he's like, he is not singing the fucking verse at all.
Yeah.
That's tight to be in a band.
He's
You
just
have so many people
he's
that
just
like
doing
help
what
you out.
That's wild though. But it's that, like I said, that feeling like, oh.
But you know what? It comes down to the baseline rap. And I tell people this all the time, like, look, if you can rap, if you can get bars together and do that, when it comes to writing pop music, when it comes to writing any other genre, it's so much crazier because it's like you can literally, I'm sitting there writing a song thinking like, damn, I don't have to come up with 16 bars. I can come up with 4 bars.
See, and I haven't tried to write any other music other than rap shit.
I wanted
to ask you, like, how the fuck is that? Because I didn't even
And
know
you're
you
clever
were
already. I
on.
feel like you'd be
It's
fine.
fun.
Like if
It's
you were
fun,
to do
man. It's a good time. You know what it comes down to? It's no longer about the writing process of like how much I can write. Now it's about, and this is a crazy thing that I had to learn, how much impact can you put into one line, right? So for example, like when I rap 32 bars, I could tell a story in 32 bars so I have the time to. I'm sitting there like I could say this and that, lead up to this and that. But when you're saying 4 bars or 8 bars, it's like, can I put as much emotion in 4 bars and tell what I want to say in 4 bars that I had to tell in 32? So now each line has to have a certain amount of impact.
You saying that,
It makes so much sense.
nigga,
With the strangers?
it's like the
Yeah.
light went off because there's a lot of vocalists that I listen to or music that's not rap, and just you breaking it down to the simplicity of 4 bars, 8 bars, and the shit that they say, it's always way more. It means more.
It is.
I've never. It takes somebody to paint the picture for you to look at it that way.
and now you're gonna see it for what it is.
Yeah, I've never heard it.
But now when you really think
that.
about it, it's like Jimi Hendrix, "Excuse me while I kiss this guy."
Yeah,
there was like a minute and a half of song before he said that,
fucking
and
word.
that's like
you know
the
what?
biggest shit.
And
You
what
feel
the
me?
fuck, nigga? Kiss the sky, goddamn.
But that means so much.
No, it
like,
does.
Like
No.
it's crazy.
And you can interpret that in any way. You
Exactly.
know, you may not interpret it the way that he meant it to be, but that's okay. Music is about perception.
That's why I like Stranger Things and like
perspective.
Ocean so much, because the way you built the, I know I'm a stranger, but I've seen way stranger things than like me just trying to get to know you. Like that is so fucking dope in the Ocean.
It's like saying that in like a
in-
little bit of time. It like I said, it comes down to being like, damn, how can I give somebody an emotional feeling of what I'm trying to say, but like I only have a certain amount of time. And you know, a good example is that good example that I realized too is Nirvana. If you listen to how does that one? I think it's where he's
Smells like Team Spirit.
I don't know if it's that one or it's the other one that's really big.
That's a crazy. That video.
Like, I'm so happy. 'Cause today I found my friends. They're in my head. Like that line.
Yeah,
right?
they're
It's
in my
like,
head.
What you just fucking said in maybe like
Crazy
8 words is so impactful.
Yeah.
And you can hear it and you're like, fuck.
Cobain was that man. Just and what was it? Damn, what song am I thinking about? Something in the way.
Yeah.
Just he doesn't
shit from
say
Batman,
too
yeah.
much, bro.
Yeah,
Like
it's like you don't, and that's the thing. That's why I tell everybody, like anybody who raps, I'm like, you can easily, like, it's a fun switch to be like, okay, now I'm writing things, and it's different than writing like a ton of bars, but it's like compressing it, and you start feeling, and then it comes down to how you're saying it.
Yeah.
So now you're sitting there with the melodies and shit. So it's a different kind of thing doing the different genres.
but every line means something.
Every line means something.
There's no throwaways or I just said this
There's
as
no
a
lead-ups, there's no
filler.
lead-ups. It's
Like
just like,
yeah.
everything is like, and that's the cool thing. You don't have to make everything. Sometimes you have to make everything make sense. Like for example, like it can make
True.
sense in a
It's
way
up for
where it's
interpretation.
open for
Yeah.
And that's kind of like for example, the song that we have queued up.
Yep.
When I say there's a part of the song where I'm saying see, here's a part where I'm like trying to think about it. I'm like, wait.
Think of it.
How does C start? What's the first thing in C? The first verse.
And at the end of the road.
Oh yeah.
Way too long.
It's like now we're at the end of the road.
I know that's the last verse.
Wait, no, yeah, you're right. How's the first? I've been. Oh fuck.
Uh-huh.
Everybody fucks up,
Got
guys.
so
It's
much
fun.
shit going on.
Even
now.
the
Okay.
people who write the songs.
Yeah. See. Okay.
Taking
what
on a moment of love.
Oh yeah. So the first line, and I remember when I wrote this line, I was everybody in this, like they're already in the process of making the musical part, and I remember I went downstairs, and I was a little high. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little fucked up, and I remember sitting in front of the house looking at the mountains and shit, and I was like coming up with this line, and it was just like, taking on a moment of love. It's been way too long alone on this rock above, right? And what I imagined was like me looking, like saying like I'm taking on this moment, but also like the rock above is like earth, right? And I was like saying it in this weird way, but I wanted people to feel like they were out of their body, looking at earth as a separate entity.
Like from the moon, maybe.
Yeah, like from the moon or something.
Moonveil. We
That's
incorporate
exactly
a lot
what
of
I
space.
thought when you said it.
And so many people are gonna come up with their own illustrations
And
of
it's
it,
like
but that's
people hear
dope.
it might be like, this is how I thought of it. But it's been way too long alone on this rock above. And then taking on my love, it's way too long alone on this rock above. How does the next part go? See, this is wild, right? Because I'm thinking about it too hard.
I mean, and this song has 3 verses that all like
Are trippy.
could be interchangeable.
Or weird.
kind of.
And I guess there's this one part in the middle, which I imagine like the middle verse kind of starts with or the last verse is like, now we're at the end of the road. Forgotten names and wait, how does it? Now we're at the end of the road. Forgotten names and echoes ring aloud. Never had somewhere to go. I've always been right here in the unknown. And it's like, I wanted to paint this picture of like, now that you've had this crazy experience, you realize like,
You have nowhere to go.
it's just nothing, you know? And the something has always been like inside of you. Like you keep looking outside for things, but really like you got to look in yourself. And it's like saying that in a line without explaining it through many lines is like where that whole concept comes into play. Like, how can I give somebody that feeling without over explaining it?
Right.
So it's fun. It's a good time.
So this is from C. We're gonna go through these joints here, and
Yeah.
I brought it to the end of C because you don't want to hear the whole thing. You just want to hear the.
There's a transitional period that goes in the ocean. So I think hearing the last part into that part would be pretty dope.
Like ideally would be like the last verse to the end. Oh yeah.
Okay, I thought
That's perfect, actually.
I thought
Where you
two
at?
different things were playing. That fucked my head up real quick. Okay.
Actually, if we could go to the verse that starts a little like maybe 12 or so.
Yeah, we could back up
20
a little
seconds.
bit more. Yeah, be a good.
Just to have one verse. Yeah, somewhere around here is fine.
I've never had somewhere to go. I've always been
Survive.
right here in the unknown. Will you take a ride with me to the other side of us? When time is just a fiction, we've been lied to long enough. Your soul is just a pilot from a million miles away. So close your eyes, see the things they don't want you to see.
So right there, if you play Ocean next, once we go to they don't want you to see, that's when
That'll be
Ocean
like
would
the first
start.
night. Yeah, first note of the next song.
So it'd be like see, right there. One foot in.
This is
And you being a drummer, dude, how the fuck does your brain? You got to be able to move arms and legs independently.
that's wild.
Just something you can either do or you can't.
Yeah, man.
I know a lot of people who've tried to learn drums and they just can't get that
Yeah,
separation.
that shit
but
is.
I was beating on boxes and pans when I was like 5, so it just became the instrument that was right for me.
Yeah.
Broken. Why'd you follow me here?
Being a fucking good drummer, man. Goddamn.
I don't wanna be saved. I don't wanna be saved. I don't wanna be saved. On my knees praying, want you to leave me. I'm closer to truth. I don't reach back, I'll die in this ocean. You way too gone to say. You are not
this is how I imagine like our parents felt when they were listening to like fucking Jimmy.
This shit feels like you should be on
AC/DC,
some
like
shrooms.
acid, all that.
In the attic. In the attic on some shrooms.
Yeah.
Fucking strumming.
Listen to this will change your life on drugs.
Yeah.
So you listen to the whole album through and then
I can't wait to do it.
I've never been to Woodstock, but this feels like this song would be
Exactly.
accepted
This is
in
Woodstock
Woodstock.
music.
Hey, I fuck with that. I fuck with that. That's dope.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about this song, it's the same verse being said over and over, but the musical part is constantly warping. It's just like this like progressional thing going on this song.
Yeah, this definitely has some fucking 70s, 60s, 70s type of.
Like you feel it.
It takes
feel
you there.
this
It
music.
takes you there.
Performing this, do you feel so good performing this? Like, because when you're on stage, you're into it. Like you're making those.
When they get
Like
to this
you are
song-
into. Does this feel good to like release?
Well, the thing is with this,
What is it? What do you feel when you perform these songs?
this song, when we do this song, it's like the middle of the set most of the time, and by this point, it's like you've already established like this connection with the crowd.
Yeah.
So then by the time it gets to this song, I kind of feel very like comfortable and loose, and I'll just kind of lose myself in everybody playing, because a lot of this song is the band just kind of vibing out and like going in. So I'll get in that zone where you kind of like are weaving back
And there's so
forth.
much time without lyrics, so it's like you have to. You're not just gonna sit there with
You
the
just gotta
mic,
kind of lose
just
your
like-
mind. You gotta kind of lose yourself, like how
For
you want
sure.
everybody else to feel. You know what I mean?
which I think you're good at, great at.
I try to give in to the waves and stuff while it's happening, and this song definitely is one of those wavy songs where people are like,
So,
oh shit,
bro,
like, you guys are
man, when
fucking
y'all
losing.
performed this shit, I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, all this shit is dope.
Yeah, this.
But this has me like I felt like my father when he was listening to Jimmy.
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly how I felt.
Hell
Some
yeah.
trippy shit.
That's
I
what we're
appreciate
going
that,
for.
man.
I love
Not
it.
that we like dictate it that much. Like some of our songs are like just straight poppy, but
And then it goes
We
into
like
this
that
one
vibe.
right after.
And this is Marigo.
Marigo, yeah. So this is almost like you're like drowning on the shore, and now you're like
Just wash the shore?
You just wash the shore. It's
Yeah,
fucking
you went to the
strawberry
crazy
field
part.
shit.
That was like the wild, trippy part, and this is kind of like
then it goes
coming
right
out
to-
of it. Is that what this
yeah,
is?
kind of like coming out of it, but you're also tripping a little bit.
But it's happy. It's good.
But
now.
you know you're
It's
safe.
the worst
It's
is
good.
You know
over,
you're
'cause
safe.
That
This is-
shit we just was.
yeah,
That shit was
No,
scary.
no, yeah. you
Where
fought,
the
you
fuck
fought
we-
through your shit, and now you're like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm
this
chilling.
is like when we went to Burning Man, we stay up all night and like right when the sun first peaks over the horizon, you know, that's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
this song is like, you know, it's about to be morning. Like maybe it's even just twilight still.
Yeah.
You've
But, like,
made it.
You can tell it's like about to get light outside.
Yeah.
you can
like
tell
you-
it's everything's
You
good.
peaked already, and
It's
now
like the
you're
light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what
It
the song
feels like that though. That's
Yeah.
so dope that you guys were able to capture that
Musically.
sonically.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it just kind of, and that's
That's
the crazy
so
thing. We wrote
wild.
this song.
That's
first.
why I think like rappers are dope or whatever.
Because
You
you
know
can
what I'm saying? But
feel
like
the instrumentalists
rock
or music
building music
composers.
from scratch.
Composers
From
yeah.
scratch.
Yeah.
It definitely helps when everybody can, like, the composing
part.
part of it, because it can be like, once you make that vibe, it's very edible of being like, okay, this feels like this. How do we make it feel more like this? And this song, I remember when we made Marigo, we were sitting there like, our idea was to give a very strawberry fields kind of vibe. And it just so happened to go with, you know, later on, it all matched up with like the dark vibe of Ocean and the, oh fuck, I'm high vibe of Sea.
Because
And it-
we didn't get to hear the dark side. Well, no, that was Ocean. We just
That was
heard.
Ocean, yeah.
Okay, so that,
was the
was
middle.
Ocean. We
Lost.
didn't get to hear all of C.
Yeah,
is what
C,
we
which
didn't
is
get
a
to
little
hear.
bit more like, oh shit, I'm tripping.
Okay.
But this
Oh.
is like, we're coming out of it, we're feeling a little bit better, and we have a handle on things.
Hey
you know
man,
what
you
I'm
guys
saying?
want to get some tacos?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really, some
man.
tacos? Yeah, everything's fine now. Yeah.
Roll a joint, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good you guys are able to. Nothing feels outdated, but it's just
It could go with any
Yeah,
year, any
yeah,
decade. Like this is timeless
it's a
music.
vibe. And this is you on the vocals too. Sound different.
I'm going nowhere fast. I go around and round, around the merry-go.
Yeah, it's timeless.
That piano is it's a Rode, right?
Yeah.
We found it in the studio when we recorded this up at Colorado Sound. They had an old Rode, classic Rode, and our James, our synth player, he was playing the Rode on that part. So all this like, it's like, you know,
got this
organic
cool,
Rode vibes. You know what I mean?
It sounds. I can't like pinpoint that, but just the vibe of it just feels very classic.
It's a layer that kind of just gives you
Yes,
that
it's
extra
almost
feel.
like you putting like some type of like old school filter on like a
Right.
dope ass like Scorsese film.
Sure.
Oh yeah. This song definitely captures, I think, an era of like vibes. Like,
This was the song that started all that, though.
Yeah.
This was the first one we wrote.
That started the album.
No, that started like the more classic rock kind of feel
Okay.
to it.
This is a montage for a new Top Gun movie.
right?
There you go.
Like this is some shit that you'll hear in H&M in like 50 years.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, you know, like this
They're
is
like,
shit
oh,
that will
shit.
last.
And that's the kind of thing we wanted to do. We wanted to figure out a way, which is funny because we didn't actually intentionally try this, but we just wanted to do something that feels good, and it just so happens to be landing in the genre of like the 80s kind of like retro vibe.
What
But-
would you say your genre is? Not to cut you off.
Well, I would say like psychedelic pop. Right?
Okay.
But the reason why is because it's a little trippy, but it's also catchy, and I think
Yeah.
like the point is like we're having fun mixing that because a lot of people in the band, like a lot of us are able to capture like instrumentally the psychedelic vibes, and then it comes down to creating hooks and things that can be like you hear it once and you're like, oh shit, you know what I mean? So we kind of mix the two. But what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I usually label us as like psychedelic / pop rock because
Okay.
of those same reasons, and like not just the 80s, but 60s and 70s, obviously.
Yeah, I
along too, like
definitely
Pink
feel
Floyd.
60s, 70s vibes.
Yeah.
First
out of all
Woodstock.
of this.
Yeah, definitely the Woodstock kind of generation and
Definitely.
that era of music. But yeah, I mean, James, the like guitar and synth player, and I both come from like jam band, like our last band or his current band and my last band were like more jam bands, which is
Yeah.
really like Grateful Dead stuff is like his favorite. So, you know, we already had a little bit of that kind of in us from our last band. So there's that. And then,
The fact that none of us are born in 60s or the 70s, and the fact that you guys can even tap into that type of sound.
It's
Not
crazy.
even, and obviously we have records that kind of, hey, can give us the sound or whatnot. But even then, knowing, like, just sitting here listening and being able to distinctively be like, oh yeah, that's what that feels. You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
crazy,
the-
bro. It's really a feeling like
what the
with music
yes,
these days. Like when
yes.
my favorite rappers like drop some shit, I listen to it and it's like I'm listening to it just to be caught up on it. I'm not listening to it to like get a feel.
Yeah, that shit
You
makes
know, like
feel
this
good.
makes me like it's a drug. Like you guys' music is a fucking drug for real.
You guys got some great
It
music.
comes back to the like songs wanting to write themselves thing though, because I mean, there's like we all have diverse musical tastes, but we've written songs that like I don't think that Seven has like listened to a lot of this particular like artist, or like, I mean, not that you haven't listened to a lot of everything, but like it's not been your main jam, but yet like we'll write this song and somehow you always capture it perfectly. Like you can throw them any genre of song, like it could be a rock song, it could be like pop, hip hop, or like some electronic song.
He's just able to tap
See,
into
and that's
that.
such a perfect segue into like a question I really wanted to ask you. So with that being said, with you being an African American, when did you first of all, this is a two-part question. Did you ever feel boxed into having to do music that your culture was known for? And when did you kind of tap in and realize I could do anything I put my mind to, and I don't have to be, kind of segregated into this corner of music? I could really expand and do pop, I could do rock, I could do whatever. Because you've always, since I've known you, you have always been different. You were the first before mohawks were stylish. You were the first person doing skinny. Like you have always been a trendsetter, but you've always been different. You never followed trends, but you were like that black dude that could be around gangster black guys, nerd black guys, hella white people. Like you fit in no matter where you go, but it's because people respected you were you as an individual. So how was that growing up, going into music, and then how did you kind of like break out of that if you were into that?
Well, so it's interesting because as far as like the first part of what you said, when it came to like genres and
if you're gonna lean that, if that's comfortable for you, just make sure the mic's there for you.
I don't know. It was one of those things where I feel like the transition wasn't really a transition in the sense of like, I guess for me it felt more like wow, like I was listening to a certain music, you know, like listening to certain things, and I remember the exact moment where I started realizing that the musical thing, like everything was so much bigger. But the thing is, I never felt like I had to do a certain like kind of thing, you know what I mean? But
there was none of that peer pressure.
Like I love rap music, and I love hip hop, and like I have fucking songs on songs on songs of hip hop, and the thing
you are one of the best rappers. Let's not just shy away from that. You could out rap, and you could do all that shit.
Yeah, no,
that's crazy.
Nigga,
I've never heard him rap, and
man,
the fact that you're saying that, and he makes this type of good ass music, it's
he
like
could
I
do
wouldn't
whatever he
doubt
wants.
it. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And the thing is with rap, like I said, I was doing it for so long, and I think it was more the thing that happened with me was, I think there was a point, and this is like a moment that I remember. I was in Denver when I was like 18, 19 years old. 18 probably. I think it was 18. And I was hanging out with some girls in Denver with a few of my friends. And you actually know who I was hanging out with.
KP.
Wasn't I always hanging out with KP?
Yeah.
But it's the thing. It was Nikki Haze.
Okay. Oh man.
Kaylin.
Yep. R.I.P.
R.I.P. And a bunch of us, that group.
Yeah, got you.
And we were hanging out. And I remember we got a little fucked up. And I remember like I got into this like super like, and I left, right?
Yeah.
I left the hotel, started walking around in Denver. And there was this album on my phone that I never listened to, and was The Killers. And it was Sam's Town. And I remember I put it on. And I've never really listened to rock like hella heavy like that.
Yeah.
I put it on, and I was like, holy shit, this fucking shit.
It's a whole nother world.
It was a whole nother world. And I remember listening to that album like repeatedly while it's raining, having this whole dramatic fucking moment of like realization of life. And I was just like, The Killers, like rock music. So then like after that, I started being like, what else is there? So then I started listening. I listened to like Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. I started listening to all this weird trippy shit at
So
night.
before this, you like never really like dabbled.
I never really dabbled.
In,
Like I
rock.
never really dabbled in it, and then I got deep into it, and I started realizing like genres and shit. Like for me, I started getting to the point where I was all like if you're making good music, and to me, I had to realize this too. Pop music isn't necessarily a genre to me.
No, it's just what they can sell.
It's just
that,
what
they just put a label
is
on it
happening
so they can sell it.
where everybody's like fucking with it. So sometimes pop music might be rock. Sometimes pop music might be hip hop.
Country right now.
Yeah,
Doesn't
country.
that mean popular?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's
But I
what's
think for
popular.
some people, they thought like, you know, growing up, I always used to think pop music was like Katy Perry or something.
Yeah, for sure. Britney Spears.
So
That's
I
why-
would
I
shy
think we- I
away
think
from
we all
thinking that
got
that's like a thing. So I'm like, I'm not Katy Perry. Why would I sing Katy Perry?
And I think
shit?
that's why a lot of rappers get offended when they say like, I'm not pop.
Yeah, but it's like
shit
in reality,
popular.
like
You're popular.
you want to be pop because
Yeah,
if you're
exactly.
pop music, if you're making popular music,
Oh,
that's a
he
good
went
thing.
pop. Like, yeah.
And I think what happened was halfway through that whole process, it kind of led me to writing music for JD, writing music for different artists, country artists, hip hop artists, like, you know. And then I remember like while doing that, I had a few people talk to me and they're like, bro, that country song that you just wrote goes hella hard. Like, why don't you fucking, like, what is that? And I'm sitting there like, well, it's not me. I'm just writing. And then I was like, why am I saying that's not me?
Because
right?
it is. It came from
Because
you.
at the end of the day, like, that's putting that genre boundary.
Yep.
And I've always been an advocate since then, being like, there is no boundary, right? If you want to do rock, do rock. If you want to do hip hop, do hip hop. Don't let genre boundaries be like,
sure.
oh, you can't do that, or that would be weird. Like, however you want to express yourself, express yourself. So when it comes to this level, it is interesting because I remember I did the show last year with D Styles and all them at the park, America the Beautiful, when Fabulous came out. And I remember D Styles asked me, he was like, look, bro, do you want to do 7 or are you trying to do Moonveil? And I was like, what are you feeling? He was like, I want to hear Moonveil. Yeah. And that's when I was like, okay, this is going to be one of those moments where I go to a hip hop show doing rock music.
But you stand out.
And I did it. And it was like, I wanted to do it because I really wanted to also show a lot of people, like, look, like, there's a lot of kids there, a lot of people there. And I was like, I wanted the kids to be like, okay, look, like, I can do music, but
it doesn't have to be hip hop or
shit,
rap.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
we need more of like, we need more people like that, you know, and big ups to my dad. Growing up, like, his favorite artist was Jimi Hendrix. So, like, I've always had, like, other music. I'm not going to say necessarily in the house just because him and my mom weren't together, but, like, when they were, like, he was putting me on to rock. Mm-hmm. So I got to experience that as a young age to just be like he was saying earlier, like, if it's a good song, I'm going to like it. Like, I don't give a fuck what genre it is.
Whatever it
is.
If
it's a good song, I'm going to be able to be like, that. I fuck with that shit. But it's crazy that you didn't really get into like that genre until later in life.
Right. No, keep talking.
It's crazy because I didn't get into it later in life. But you know, another weird thing is too that happened during that time period was I realized this. I didn't know how much rock music was influenced by certain black artists.
Oh yeah,
like
for sure.
who I didn't
all
even
of it, really.
like literally. Like, I'm sitting there like
it all came from blues.
It came from blues. BB King, and there's somebody else.
Miles. What's his name?
Davis.
Miles Davis.
There's somebody. His last name is it's either Hart or it's I forgot what it was. But he I was at a friend's house one night. Ooh, is this just?
I think that's just candy.
Basic.
No, yeah, no.
Be like,
no,
it's like, what is it? Freeze dried Skittles?
Yeah.
But oh shit, what the fuck?
Oh, but they're sour.
That's fucking Skittles.
But freeze dried.
Yeah. God damn.
That is good. Another delicious snack
that
from Dave's Creations.
Wow. Okay. So this is the thing. I found out this. I was sitting there with this guy one night, and he was all like, "You know how much music was made from blues?" And I was just like, tell me. So he sat there for like 2 hours and he showed me this guy. It was this one dude. I forgot what his name is. Fuck. But he's this black artist from like the 40s. He did blues. He like originated blues. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about, but he literally had all these songs and then he showed me the rock counterpart. And I mean, it went into like Pink Floyd, fucking like all these different big 70s rock artists who took literally almost like a whole fucking like the whole song and remade it as a rock song. And this, I guess, it was back before copyright shit was like hella huge. Right. 'Cause I was sitting there like, how the fuck did they get away with taking that whole song and creating a whole different song that blew the fuck up, right?
That's why they had to fucking probably create copyright laws.
That's what I'm saying. So I was sitting there like, this guy, but then it made me think like, yeah, me doing rock music's one thing, but in reality, like, I'm just taking it back to the roots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, me singing rock music feels natural. It doesn't feel like hip hop music should be a.
You don't feel like a poser.
Yeah, no. It's just
shout
like,
out
what
my
do you mean?
boy
This
Ralphie
is
Sway.
our
He
shit.
was
You know what I'm
just
saying? Like,
saying the
it's
same
everybody's
shit. Like,
shit, but like at the end of the day, it's like that is, you know, if I were to trace it back to ancestral shit, like. That's the shit that we were sitting there with the guitar down in the South, sitting on a bench, you know what I'm saying? Coming up with the, you know, and I think we kind of veered away from that a little bit. And I think that it's okay to, you know, and some people might be like, oh shit, you doing rock music. And like, I've had some people sometimes at some of the shows will be like, wow, this is crazy. Like, you know, you're singing and, you know, you're a black lead singer. And I'm sitting there like, well, you do know that like, this is, you know, not that unnatural.
No.
You know, and I think a lot of black people might look at rock music sometimes and be like, that's a whole different genre. But I'm like, you should dive into it because there's a lot of shit there that will speak to you in a different way. That maybe you don't even know.
There's a lot of shit that speaks to me in a different way.
You know what I'm saying?
With the rock genre, classic, hard. Maybe not the metal shit, like the death metal shit, but even I've caught myself with a few like Okay.
Like, they're
I
still
get it.
talented musicians.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
how
yeah.
you like Slipknot.
Yes,
like,
because it's like, how the fuck do you play that? Like, you
Oh,
got
yeah.
to be
Crazy.
Yeah, no, that
Yeah.
shit is. But it's just what speaks to you as
Sure.
me being an artist. So it's like, and music, good music is good music.
Good music is good
No
music. And
matter
there shouldn't
what.
be
No matter
any
what.
that's even a word. Genre boundaries.
genre
Right.
boundaries.
which is
You like-
it just shows like there's so when I look at Moonveil on stage, I just think of unity. You know, because again, you're the black lead singer, and not to say like the people behind you, but the people behind you are not black. You know, but it shows that they have so much faith in you, and like there's I don't think you guys see color at all.
Well, you kind of can't in this. Well, you can, but that's the shit that'll blind you.
Yeah.
And like we're lucky that we both grew up here in the Springs, where there's a lot of military.
Melting
and
pot.
like I grew up in Manitou, which was like mostly white. There was maybe like 2 black kids in my entire schooling up until high school. I decided to go to Palmer downtown, which is really the only inner city
Probably
school we
Palmer.
have. Yeah, Palmer rules. And at the time, at least, it was the same general like racial breakdown as the city as a whole. So it was a really cool like just melting pot of different people. And so like for me, that was, and I mean, I was just raised to not like, you know, be that way.
Yeah.
But also it just helped. I had a lot of like black friends and like Latino friends, like, you know, Asian friends. And yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
It really
just,
shows that
we all get
not-
along here for the most part. So
That's what's
And
up.
that's the thing too, man. Like the only color we be saying is the color of the sequence jackets that we have on.
yeah,
Right? Like at the end of the day, the way I see it is like you got to understand like some of the biggest producers in the world are, you know, like Romanian or like white producers, and some of the biggest, you know, rappers in the world are obviously, as we know, black, right? But at the end of the day, when you hear that stuff combined together on a song, you're not sitting there thinking like, oh, the producer's white, the rapper's
Yeah.
black, or the rapper's white, the producer's black.
It's this body of
It
work.
transcends that shit, and I think that like the more that we push those boundaries and the more that we push those genre things, we end up in a position where we start, you know, realizing that like and I think, I don't know who told me this, and maybe it was you that told me that
yeah, I was just
the
gonna
first
say that.
the first time back in the day when
Like in the 20s,
Yeah.
around there with, I mean, sorry, go ahead.
you know, what you're saying, oh yeah, racial boundaries started getting pushed first by artists.
By musicians, because
Yeah.
like they were still making the black musicians enter through a different door and shit. And,
Oh
like,
yeah.
all the white musicians were like, we all speak the same language. Like it's always been with me. I mean, obviously there's outliers, like there are
Yeah.
like races, like skinheads and shit
sure.
that are like racist and like that whole thing. But playing like jazz and all that kind of stuff in like the 20s, 30s, it was like they were all buds. I mean, they all like hung out together, like drank together, like probably smoked weed together and like all this shit. And it was like a lot of white musicians who were like, we're not cool with like you making our friends go in through a different door and like are
Yeah, I
treated
think like
differently.
Elvis like kind of was like, I'm not gonna say at the forefront of that, but with
Yeah,
BB
he
King,
was- he
like
was
him
a
and
big-
BB King's relationship kind of was like,
Yep. I was
Mainstreamly
just saying that
showing
too.
like, yo, like chill, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's my thing. I feel like the goal, like a goal of mine, because the thing is, if we go online right now, and this is crazy, I hope you don't do it, but if you want to do it, that'd be funny to see. So this kind of tracks back to the reason why there's so many names, right? So this is the thing. Right now, currently in my career, I can very confidently say this is the music that I want to make, and this is the music that I feel the most
Hell yeah.
myself in, right? Saying things I want to say, and I've said a lot of shit, but this is where I'm like, this is the message I want to get across. This is what I want to be known for. Go down to history, fucking write my name out as this guy, right? But the thing is, it did take a lot to get there, a lot of figuring out shit. And my whole thing is, as an artist, is that anytime I change genres or change what I want to talk about, I usually will change my name. And it used to happen like once every 2
I know
years.
7 of them.
There's
Like, not
seven,
to, like,
and that's the
but
thing.
like at least 7 names.
But that's the
at
thing. There's
least.
7 of them. But that's the reason why the last rap name I landed on was 7. It's an accumulation of all 7
That's
names.
crazy.
And this is the thing. If you were to go back on YouTube and go through some of these names, you'll find music videos of me, right, doing certain genres of music that at the time I was feeling. But the crazy part is, if you do that, you kind of can see like how it kept changing depending on what genre it was.
Can we go back to the million view, 3 million?
Oh, that's
4
the crazy
million?
thing. Yeah. And that's the thing I had to leave behind. I was like, every time I switched a name, I was leaving behind the progress the name made.
Yeah.
So for example,
For
I think
sure.
Scotty Nobody got to about
That's the one that gave me the features.
like 5. It was getting up there, like 5 million views on Scotty Nobody.
Yep.
Then I did Pack the Arcade,
Yep.
which then jumped to like, I think that was close to like 7-8 million views on some shit with that. But the thing is, the second I felt like I wanted to switch genres, I was like,
arcade. What the?
this thing. Okay, you know what?
Kid
We can do
Neutron
it.
was probably like breaking into like
Kid
the
Neutron was
millions.
like one of the
I feel like
first
that's what
That
like
was
got
the
you-
original.
Kid
Yeah,
Neutron's
Kid
what we
Neutron.
met. I still
Yeah.
call him Kid. Everyone in the band does.
That's why
just
I
'cause
still
they
call
know.
him Kid. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
how. So I feel like you know whatever you call him is like probably when
the
you met
era.
him.
Exactly. That's
So
what I
it's
always
like
tell people.
that's why I
Yeah.
just always call him Kid.
It's like
And
his
that's the-
manager calls him Scotty, or what? Who is it?
Scotty.
Yeah, he calls you Scotty.
And that's the funny thing. Like, depending on who I meet, if I hear my name being yelled out, I'm like, oh, okay, I know what.
That's how.
era.
Like if you call me Child, like you've probably
You're
known me
like,
for
oh,
a
you know
while.
me.
If you
Yeah,
call me
yeah.
like Zone or something, like
Like, if
I'm
somebody
pretty sure,
calls
like,
me Fate, I'm like,
yeah, you've known me for
you
too long.
must have known me for way
Yeah,
too,
too
long,
long.
right? But if somebody calls me Scotty, I'm like, okay, you might know me when I was in LA. If somebody calls me Pac the Arcade LA, somebody calls me Deku Transitional. But now it's like one of those kind of gray zones where I'm like, damn, maybe I'm just me, right? But that's the thing. My real name, I don't know if I should say it on air.
It's not that bad.
It's up to
Why
you.
not?
I mean,
They-
and
why-
it's
They
a
can
cool
Google
name.
that shit.
It's a very cool.
This thing. So check
common
it
name.
out. Check it out. Real name, right? Gerald.
Gerald.
There it is.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Damn.
Gerald.
So check it out. With the name Gerald, though, if somebody calls me Gerald, that's the real
That's a
shocker.
family member.
That's where I'm like,
That's a
cousin?
Yeah,
Like, what do
exactly.
you mean? Like, what the hell? You know?
Who said that?
But yeah, no. Like, real talk. If you look up Scotty Nobody online right now,
please
Crazy
do.
Scotty.
mind you,
fucking
also on
body
top of that,
booty.
that's my gamer tag on a lot of shit too.
Scotty.
So.
Nobody.
Scotty
And our
Nobody.
label, like that we put our stuff through, is Pack the Arcade Records.
So the names are yeah, exactly.
We like reuse
Exactly,
we reuse
yeah.
that just because it's dope.
Hey,
And
you might as well shit.
Right? Hey,
Keep them motherfuckers. But it's tight because they all represent a certain time of your life.
certain era and shit, and it's good to have. You know what I mean? Yeah, I keep thinking back to. It's funny. I was just listening to one of the songs that we did with Me, You, Van Gogh, and
I
.com.
can't spell. I probably
And .com was
spelled
on the chorus.
What was that shit called?
He was doing the chorus only. And then we each had a verse.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I remember I listened to that shit a day ago, and I was sitting there listening. I was like, damn, we went the fuck off on
Bro,
this song.
these past like couple months, all I've been listening to is like SoundCloud, just because like I haven't gotten no good new music that comes out. So it's
Man,
like, let me
send
just
me
listen
an
to
old
old
Oh
shit.
shit, there it is
Where?
at the top.
This is it.
That was one of them. That was one of
Okay.
them. But that was. Wait, hold on. Keep going. If you really want to get. Wait, actually, if you click on that page that video's on, the one that really kicked off, the one that I'm always like, oh my god, was Bougie Bitches. And this came out before Bad and Bougie. Mind you, I didn't copy the idea, but this is when I was living in LA, and this is like, I think the epitome of when I was in LA the first time, and I didn't really fully, I was just trying to figure out like, who the fuck am I type shit.
Right.
And I remember my friend was like, you should do that song for a video. And this is kind of, honestly, like, this is some shit. You'll see the vibes. Not exactly who I am now, but
Was this right before you came back?
no, this is way before. This is like 23.
this is the first time, and then
Oh, shit.
and then he came back here, and then he went back to LA again, and then came back.
Hey, play that track, bro.
I mean, look at me. I look like a fucking child.
I remember these times
Oh, yeah.
Think of what?
by the beat.
Think of that's you?
No. Oh, that is him.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the mohawk. Bro, he was the
mohawk.
first nigga I knew doing it.
You don't look like the same person.
Definitely would hope not. That's 10 years ago.
Wake up to another day of being me. Bad B-word in the car with the letter B. That's a triple B cocktail for you niggas I would never see. Give your girl the D before that needle hit the letter E. bougie bitches. All I see is bougie bitches.
Yo, this shit is it's wild seeing this, man.
What's his name? That was on the couch?
Nigga, are you buff?
Either buff or ate too many burgers.
He
man.
was eating a lot of steak.
Something.
This nigga's got a V-neck on. Uh-oh, here come the shorties.
That's when they was
yep.
man, that and the rosaries and shit.
It's crazy. We just call the whole getting these girls over part. We were just like, we got alcohol and food, and they were like, we'll be there
away
for free.
Why would they not?
Here, there's a video camera.
Get dressed.
Yeah, this was a fun time because, but the thing is, like, as an artist, it was just another phase of me trying to figure out what the fuck I was trying to do. You know what I mean? But I do love the song. I think it was a good. So check this out. If you go to the other one, it's actually
a good video too.
It's a good. Yeah, it was a lot of fun making the video. But 23, still 23. But this was a little bit more like. I think the videographer at this time, the same guy, Cam Brown. You know Cam?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he wanted to experiment with some green screen shit. So I was like, go ahead. But this shit.
This is like right when I started getting into it.
10 years ago.
Yep.
This shit looks like
Oh, this is my shit. My nigga Cam.
Scotty Nobody. This nigga, that is so crazy. You do not look. Who the fuck is this guy?
A whole different dude. Different names, man. Different dudes.
Yeah, when he did this video and Lizzie's video out in California, I was like, yeah, Cam the shit.
Goes pretty high.
You know what's wild? If you skip to the third verse, right? If you skip to the third verse.
Why would we want to skip?
Trust me. I mean, you can keep going, but the third verse is when he started to add color. And it was this crazy thing that he did a little bit further back or forward. Right there. That's perfect. Pick it up from here. I want you to see this. The whole shit switched up. It was kind of cool.
This shit looks crazy. For 10 years ago,
Exactly.
green screen.
Crazy.
Shouts out to Cam Bowers.
Shit. Is he still doing videos?
I don't know.
This was like around the time when everybody was like, yeah, this nigga about to be famous.
Which is wild because
now.
if I would have, that's the thing. Like I kept getting to the point of being like, okay,
Right
this
there.
is what I'm feeling, but then I never felt like, and I guess that's the whole point of me even diving into this. I never felt like it was fully me yet, right? So it was like if I get famous as Scotty Nobody, then now I'm Scotty Nobody.
Yeah,
and if I
that's
ever
you.
transition later, people will be like, you're Scotty Nobody doing this? And it was like, I didn't want to be Scotty Nobody doing that. Like, this is Scotty Nobody, which is fine. But that's why I kept changing my name and shit. I was just like, you know what? What's the next thing that I'm feeling? You know what I mean?
Scotty Nobody's a cool ass fucking name.
Hey, Scotty.
It's the gamer tag.
Because I've
Gamer
always liked
tag.
Scotty Too Hottie.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So
Scotty
Scotty
Nobody.
Nobody is fire.
Every
That
time I
shit's
get
fire.
on like a game or Warzone or some shit, somebody be like, Scotty doesn't know. And I'll be like, okay. Because that's like, they'll come up with any
doesn't know.
Scotty thing. But if you look up, so
There's a
real
lot of
quick,
them.
if we look up Pack the Arcade, right, which is the next phase, you're going to be like, this is a whole different fucking person. And it's kind of crazy.
Was Cool Guy?
Cool Guys Pack the
spell it,
Arcade. PACKTHE Arcade. Nah, saying that's why I didn't want to spell arcade. So this one,
This is it.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the one
This is a
where I
great
was
song.
like, the BTS of this video shoot, I remember being in it, I vividly, me and Franchise in the studio at AML and watching you like post like the shots y'all were about to do and shit. And we were like, holy fuck. Any minute now. Any minute now.
so the guy Accent who's on the song, he's a songwriter in Romania. And this one I was like deep writing for like a ton of out of country artists and stuff. He was like, I want to get on this song. And I was like, cool. And he was like, we can do the music video in Miami, do all the shit. So he flew me out to Miami to do this music video, which is crazy because the shit ended up blowing up. And but I'll tell you what, from what you just heard, completely different shit.
I bet it is.
It's crazy.
From Scotty Too Hottie.
Scotty Too Hottie to Pack the
Scotty Too Hottie Nobody. To Pack the Arcade is so fucking dope. What is
Yo.
fucking cool ass name, nigga? We gonna pack this motherfucker out, bitch. We gonna pack the arcade out, you stupid bitch.
Literally, yeah. That was the vibe when we.
That's our record label. If we ever want to
Pack
start
our
signing
arcade.
other
Hell yeah, I
artists.
want to pack the arcade out tonight.
I haven't seen this video in a minute.
From every night on.
And this is right before COVID, right?
Oh, this is way before COVID. This was like 2017.
17?
Yeah, because they definitely would be like, Scotty, nobody's doing this shit.
Right? And this is when I started getting that pop, hella like this type of shit. I guess not pop, but I don't even know who these guys are. Shout out to these guys.
Shout out. But this is, again, great music. No matter what you do.
But back then in
This shit could
2017,
have been Vice City shit.
that's what I'm saying.
Bitch, because I am.
I walked up to these dudes and I was like, y'all trying to be in the video? And they just was vibing and shit. I was like, dope.
Everybody want to be in the video.
And then we got Accent on there. Shouts out to Accent, man. He honestly, at this point, I'm pretty sure Accent as an artist runs Romania right now. Which is crazy. Yeah, this guy is huge out there. He fucking came out to LA a few times and we worked together on some shit. But even shooting this video in Miami was an experience. First time in Miami. Love it out there. Shouts out to Miami.
Yeah, this is.
But this was like, I was like, oh shit, we're doing some international shit, you know what I mean?
Networking.
So what's crazy is we shot this video and then I wrote this other song for him. So I think this song was at like 3. And then we wrote this other song, or I wrote this other song, and then he was like, yo, let's do a video to that at night. The same night that we do this video. So we'll go from this shoot to the next shoot, knock out 2 things at once. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you go to the video next to this video, it's called sorry, it's been a minute. What is that video called? Can't remember what it's called. Oh, it's called Headshot. Right? Wrote this song called Headshot. We got Keith Brown on it. And Keith Brown is the guy who wrote shouts out to Keith Brown. He's the guy who wrote you know that Lupe Fiasco song that's like, what's that one big Lupe Fiasco song?
Kick Push?
No, the other one, like the really big, all the like with the lights and shit.
Couldn't even think of it
It's
right
like
Yeah.
Lupe Fiasco. It was like his biggest song. It was like there's lights, something about the lights. It's done in the light. Oh, fuck, what the fuck was it called? Hold on, wait. This is pretty crazy. This guy Keith Brown, amazing songwriter in Atlanta. Fiasco. Oh, this is the one. So he's in this song with me. This song ended up getting like, I don't know how many views, but it blew up. And I'm just doing a verse on it.
That other one had 3 million.
This one has more than that.
What?
Wow, this is. The fuck you making this type of shit before it was even popping? Crazy.
Shit.
This type of shit they playing right now in Florida.
Right?
They playing this shit downstairs in Nova.
Right? Singers out there. They think that's a big song.
Yeah.
Shit, and that's the thing, man. Like these songs, like this song blew up fucking big overseas. Like like people might not have heard about it a ton here.
Yeah.
But like over there, and this Keith right here, this guy. So he wrote "The Show Goes On" by Lupe Fiasco.
Oh wow. Okay.
And he's a really good songwriter, but he has a whole style of his own. He's a good guy. But The Show Goes On, all night already, the show goes on.
Okay,
So
yeah.
the person singing that is Keith Brown, and he's a good dude. But he was on this song. He came out.
Lupe Fiasco.
Yeah. But yeah, man, just like different shit for different names. You know what I'm saying? Like, but this is a fun time for sure. Pack the Arcade, all that stuff was a vibe for sure.
So how many songs you would say you did with like each persona?
You don't even want to know how many songs he has in his fucking library.
Thousands, I'm sure.
Not even
Like,
just
literally
specifically from any of these names, just like his whole collection that he has, like in his phone on his hard drive.
I would say, yeah, no, like
Like
at least.
100 and
I mean, for each name, it's kind of hard to grasp. But if I were to say accumulative, yeah, I would say if I were to go through all the songs that I have actually on file that I could play, I mean, it's upward of like 500. Like songs that per person, per whatever the fuck, like if we were to add them all together, Kid Neutron, Scotty Nobody, like I'm talking about songs that nobody's ever heard that I just did, and I was like, and the songs that are out. But Scotty Nobody, I'm pretty sure, or was it Deku? I think Deku's the one that I first started dropping like online type shit where I kind of connected everything. But now, at least if you go to 7 on Apple Music, all of it's connected, which took a minute. By the way, if you change your name, just know it's gonna take like
second.
You can't even do that
few
shit
months.
anymore now because with Apple Music, yeah, Spotify.
can't change
I
it
think
anymore?
no. Well, Apple
shit.
Music's not gonna because I was going with the whole Hollow McFly thing and from City Hollow, so trying to make that transition for Apple Music, they
were
ain't going
like,
for that
nah.
shit. It's whatever's on there as that, but they would do it for through my distro.
DistroKid?
For, yeah.
See, that's what I had to go through DistroKid to get it figured out, but it took a second.
Yeah.
But if you like, so on Apple Music, if you go to like 7 and you go backwards, the first thing that I think I dropped as a project on 7 was this mixtape called Novice. And my whole idea for the whole thing was to make like Novice and then like Advanced. Like I wanted to kind of, because I'm big into video games and shit. I wanted to kind of stay in that vibe. But Novice, that was the first like Scotty Nobody, Deku transitional album that I think I made. And a lot of those songs to me are some of my favorite older songs that I made. And one of the songs, actually, a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, his name's Cedric. He when he met his wife, when they first started dating, he played Novice on the like on the radio or whatever when they were hanging out on the stereo and shit. So when they got married, I remember going to their wedding in Texas a few years back, and everybody was like, "What's the song y'all gonna dance to for your first like song and shit?" And they wouldn't tell anybody, and then all of a sudden we're at the wedding, first song comes on, and it was one of the songs from my fucking album
That's crazy.
that they had their first dance to. And I was sitting there like, what the fuck? Like, it was one of those moments of like, sometimes you'll make music and not even know the impact that has on other people's shit, like lives and shit. Like, that's why I tell people, like, no matter what you're doing, no matter what you're making, just make it, fucking put that shit out, because you never know who's listening and like how it's gonna affect what they're going through and what they're feeling and shit. So I've been a huge advocate for like, just release what you got. Don't hold on to it for too long.
Yeah, don't hold on.
Just
to
fucking
shit.
drop
I
some
am
shit.
You're speaking my language. Like the project I just dropped, even the Lucy's that were already out, put them all on the project. All the songs that weren't out, got rid of it. I don't want to hold on to shit. You know what I mean? Like, because if something could happen to you tomorrow, then what? Who's gonna be responsible for putting that shit out? Or you know what I mean? Even just the fact of, I've always believed in having a catalog, because then it takes one song. If you only have one song, you're always chasing that. If you got 40, 50, 60, 100 songs out, whatever, these niggas got to do a double take. Oh shit, this was fire. Oh, this motherfucker was.
Go back in the catalog and be like,
man,
oh
what?
shit.
Come
you
on.
know?
All it takes is one. So I've always thrived on just, man, put that shit. Can I hear it?
Drop that shit.
Can I hear it, please?
Drop that
You
shit.
know what I'm saying? I've been telling it. All Out 6, them niggas got so much great.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous. I have so much good music. Why is it not out? Regardless
drop
if
it
you guys are
all.
doing anything else, put that shit put it out.
Especially with y'all having, like, your producers and, like, being able to be like, I can drop this without having to, like, check in with somebody I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing. The way I see it is, like, drop today's shit because tomorrow you might feel a different way. And if you feel a different way tomorrow, at least you drop what you felt today. Because there's some songs that I sat on because over time and not dropping it, you start feeling some other way and you like, I'm not gonna drop this shit. But I'd rather the world be like, I needed that. Like, at some point you have to change from being like, I'm doing this for me, to knowing that you're just putting that shit out to the ether and somebody who needs to hear it is gonna hear it.
Right.
And it's your job to provide that moment for them as an artist. You know what I'm saying? So drop your music, put it out, push your shit, and if you feel different tomorrow, cool, but at least you got that shit out.
Yes, sir.
Dorks don't be holding on to nothing. So we are at the point of the show where we get to know our guests just a tad bit better. And, there's no...
That's an ominous... Oh, that's the fucking original PlayStation sound. Hey, yo.
Shout out to PlayStation.
So
I love that.
Big shout out.
I love that.
And, we can't do anything without the ambient sound of the glorious Xbox. That's a good sound.
That's beautiful.
That's a good sound. So no right or wrong question or shit. No right or wrong answer. Just getting to know you two gentlemen. Just don't be looking, nigga.
I'm not looking. I was looking somewhere else.
You motherfuckers
I
is
didn't see
always
anything at all. I
fucking-
don't know
gotta
what
make-
happened.
Now I gotta make this shit smaller so I can't see.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna look.
Motherfuckers want to
I do know the first question. I do know the first question.
Reading the question first, and my eyes are bad. God damn it. So what is your favorite food and or dessert, gentlemen?
Oh shit.
You want me to go?
You go first.
My favorite food, like as a category, is probably Mexican, or like
God bless Mexico.
especially like New Mexican, which I know isn't Mexican, but like a similar influence.
Right.
Like Northern New Mexican food is incredible, but it's like
Favorite dish.
favorite dish. I love burritos, man. I always love burritos.
You're a burrito guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love like breakfast burritos.
Can't
I
go
like
wrong.
all kinds of burritos.
That birria do
I
something.
had
to me.
homemade birria yesterday at the
Nigga,
crib.
what?
Oh,
That birria is. Shout out to
cooked for
Tacos
12 hours.
El Paisa.
So good.
That shit does something.
Tacos El Paisa got the best birria. And then the spot downtown off of Nevada and where the old Subway used to be right there.
Dos
on the
Dos.
corner.
Yeah.
Is
Dos.
Those.
Them birrias is
Yeah,
Go check them out.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
favorite dessert.
Sorry, sir. I just had to shamelessly plug my love for birria.
No, you're good. And King Chef is the best. Like
Man, come on,
local-
man. Shout out to
The
motherfucking
grump. Shout out to the grump.
The
King Chef
grump.
is lit.
You do look like the
God,
grump guy.
The thing,
King Chef.
breakfast burrito, all of it. It's
Yeah.
good.
Dessert.
Dessert, probably cheesecake.
Strawberry?
I like a good strawberry cheesecake.
Swear to God, I had it last night.
I like cherry too if they're really good cherries, like high quality. And
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
like
not
some
the
shitty
maraschino bullshit.
No, fuck that.
Yeah,
Like some good
yeah,
black
yeah.
cherries that are like cost like $40 for
Yes.
a little jar.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
the kind of.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna do it right.
True that. Well, for me, my favorite type of food, I would say, is
You look like a sushi nigga.
you know what's fucking funny?
He was about
Goddamn
to say
fucking
sushi.
right. That's exactly what I was fucking say. I'm a Japanese cuisine type guy. I like the Korean barbecue as well. Yeah, no, I fuck with Korean barbecue. If we go to Korean barbecue, you know what I'm saying? That's where I thrive. As far as eating goes.
That's where I thrive.
That's where I thrive. So I love Korean food. I love anything Asian cuisine. Favorite dessert, and it's gonna sound kind of wild. I'm the kind of guy that likes a really good vanilla cake. Like, I'm talking about a vanilla birthday cake, like
yellow cake with chocolate frosting.
the yellow cake with the chocolate frosting and the vanilla frosting.
But
Like, give me
vanilla.
some basic shit. And you know what? And to me, that just hits the spot, right?
It
Like I don't
does.
need nothing
Swear to
extra.
God.
Shout out to
Give me
Mama
a vanilla
Phyllis.
cake.
Shout out to Mama Phyllis who used to make the yellow cake.
Yellow cake. And,
Chocolate
shout out to anybody who's
frosted.
having a birthday coming up soon, because I will be there to get some cake. All right, just let me know.
If you
But
got
I
cake, let
eat
me get
cakes
some.
so fucking because my girl
fuck
makes
with
cakes.
cake.
I eat
Butt
cakes
cakes.
so
oh man,
good.
Crumb cakes.
cakes,
Slum
cakes.
All the
cakes.
different types of
Down
cakes.
cakes.
Yeah,
Upside down
upside
cakes,
down,
all the
right side
cakes.
up. Pineapple
All the
cakes.
Diagonal.
Fuck with the cakes,
I
yo.
need it.
You know what's
I
crazy?
love
My birthday's coming up, so hopefully at some point, vanilla cake will show
it.
itself.
Who are you, a Taurus?
Yeah,
Likewise. May 1st.
right there. May 8th.
Oh, you got J-Dub. You and J-Dub share a birthday.
Yeah.
You, J-Dub, and
Oh, shit.
or
I
7th
can
or 7th, the 8th, and I think Crane, my nigga Cranes is the 8th or the 7th.
Hey,
or
and that's
something
crazy
like
because
that.
I didn't know that J-Dub was a Taurus,
Yeah.
but I could feel that he's a Taurus. Because
Yeah.
Taurus kind of just, you can just tell when somebody's a fucking Taurus.
Yeah,
You're like,
it's a thing. Like,
it's like, oh, okay.
who are you?
Yeah.
You're one of us, huh?
But you know what's funny though? Taurus females, right? Shout out to Taurus females. But I will tell you this: any interaction I used to have with a Taurus female would always be one of those moments where I sit there and I'm like, damn, we're vibing hella hard. And I'd be like, what's your sign? And they'd be like a Taurus. And I'd be like, fuck. Because I already know that
Yeah.
they're on
Gonna
that
clash.
Yeah.
bullshit. It's gonna not. Somebody got to be on. Somebody got to fuck. It's like the
Someone has to wear the
horns.
draws.
Yeah.
It never
Somebody's
goes-
horns is getting cut, and guess what?
It ain't
These
mine.
nuts are here to stay, lady.
All right.
Yeah.
There it is.
Your balls got to go, shorty.
Somebody balls gotta go. But it'd be like that though. It'd be like that.
Nah, for
Scorpios, I'm sure you had experience with Scorpios.
You know, so I can't even. I've had my fair Geminis,
Oh,
so
sound good.
I can't really. Yeah, man, and goddamn. So I can't think of any other. What am I?
Signs.
Horoscopes.
I was saying I was all the way over there, but yeah, I can't think of any specific like any other chicks that have been whatever other than like
Geminis.
Geminis right now. Yeah.
See, for me, it's like Scorpios are very like when I first meet them, it's like an instant like, oh shit, we.
I'm a
vibe.
Scorpio.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a guy, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
which we vibe. But with Scorpio females,
my
it's-
brother, my one and only brother's also a Taurus, and my mom claims that she like had me. He's older brother, like had me to be the opposite of him, which Scorpio and Taurus are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those things where you either don't get along at all, or
Yeah,
like you're
or
really
you
close.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
we're super close. My brother and I are close.
but yeah,
But,
no,
like,
me and Scorpio.
sometimes with the
I
opposite.
gotta start paying attention.
Like
to
Scorpio
what these
guys,
signs are.
obviously, we're cool. But with Scorpio females, we're cool. And then it reaches that point of like, are you
not.
gonna fucking slip my tires type shit?
They
And as
Scorpio
a
your
as a
ass.
Taurus, and I will say this, and I feel like a lot of Taurus feel the same way. We like having that stability, that grounding.
Yeah.
So to have that thought of like, I wake up in the morning, and I'm like, is
Let
this
me go
person
check
gonna
my-
fucking
Yep.
kill? You know what I mean? It's like,
Fucking
oh, I
bitch.
can't do that. So interesting signs, interesting because you're a Scorpio,
What are you?
I'm a Libra,
you're a Libra.
which I'm pretty.
That's
It
pretty
radiates
cool.
off
My
me.
nigga Easy, one of my best friends. Shout out to my nigga Easy, was a Libra. So that's probably
dope.
why.
Libras are dope.
Libra.
Yeah.
Very balanced.
Yeah.
Very. Well, we try to at least act like we are.
Now I got to. Now I'm about to start paying attention to motherfucking signs more than I used to now. Cause it's crazy. I can't even as much as I've dated. I can't think of like, oh, this bitch was this or she was this. Now I don't want to go back and ask, but now I'm just gonna really be paying attention. Like, no wonder why you crazy bitch.
I
you
love
was a-
that shit.
I'm gonna have to figure it out now because I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Aquarius is my least compatible sign, but I
is that what
dated-
the book say or because
That's
of
what the-
experience?
That's what the book says. But my wife is an Aquarius, and
fucking
we get
book.
along so well.
You goddamn
So
lie. It's that one though. It's that one.
she's like not a very good Aquarius.
Is she like on the like cusp?
Aquarius,
she
so
is.
Aquarius, and-
I'm on the last day of Scorpio, like almost Sagittarius.
So
So-
you're
Okay,
not
See,
even
people,
really a
people within that
Scorpio.
week, I don't believe that they're what
You're
they say
you're
they are.
either
Yeah.
the double or you're. It's like hybrid. What do you lean more, indica or
Yeah,
sativa?
exactly. I'm right in the middle of Libra. Like I am a Libra.
Nigga,
like,
I
there's
am a
no
Taurus.
Virgo
I
or
am
there's
a-
no Scorpio.
Yeah, I think
Taurus
I'm
is
in
like
the middle of
20th or it
Taurus.
starts like,
Yeah.
and I'm the
April.
first,
April
May
20th
1st.
to,
Yeah, so
like-
I'm like early on in that shit.
My brother's April 30th, so
Okay, yeah, so
Right
he's
there.
right there.
there.
Yeah,
There's
right
no,
there.
There's no
There's-
question about it.
Yeah, we're
doubt.
real. Yeah, after the 10th Tauruses, y'all
It's a
niggas
little
better find a
shaky.
new shit. Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
not real bulls over here. You know what I'm saying? Favorite movie or movies and some recommendations. Stop looking at the.
I'm not looking. I'm
Stop
just
looking
looking
at
in
the
the general,
goddamn
but now I
questions.
am looking at a favorite movie. Favorite movie. Damn. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. If I have to think of my favorite movie, I love a lot of movies. I'm a huge movie guy, but one movie that I feel like I could watch over and over again is Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Man, come on, man. I was just watching that and the animated joint
Man,
in my Netflix. If I pull my
that
Netflix
shit-
up right now.
That shit hit right. Like, I think when Scott Pilgrim versus the World came out, I was 22. And I swear to God, when I watched that movie, I was looking at Scott Pilgrim like, that's fucking me. And
I gotta see this.
you haven't seen what?
I've never seen it.
Bro, you lying.
Swear to God.
You've
And
never
I'm
seen
very,
Scott
and I'm very cultured. Like I watch
Well,
an
it's not
array
really
of
like-
movies, but like
Okay, well,
I don't even know what it is. It's
I
crazy.
just watched it.
Scott
Wait,
Pilgrim.
have you
months
never
ago.
seen? Have you
I
never
don't
seen
think I've seen the
anything?
trailer.
Can we pull up the trailer?
Trailer.
I don't even think I've seen the trailer.
You don't, bro. You gotta watch this as soon as you go home, bro.
Yeah, bro. You're
Scott Pilgrim versus the
good.
World, low key, and it's funny because Sky just watched it for the first time last year.
Yeah, like 6 months ago.
Oh yeah, I'm
I
not
kept
too
making
behind.
I kept making references at band practice.
I knew it was his
and at
favorite
some
movie,
point-
and I was like, I got to see my
So
best
you would
friend's
giggle with
favorite
them and
movie.
just be like, "Let me just."
At
watch
some
this
point, he hit me
finally.
up and he was like, "I'm gonna be real with you." This is literally how he did. I swear to God, just like this, he was like, "I'll be real with you." I was like, "What's up?" He was like, "I've never seen Scott Pilgrim."
Yeah, I was all texting him. I was like, it's pretty good.
Right.
But I felt bad because he'd be like, "You seen it, right?" I was like, "I think I saw it once, like when it came out."
Yeah, and I swear everybody saw it, so I was saying shit.
I knew it was your favorite movie, so I was like, I gotta see it.
This movie's raw as fuck.
Yeah, we don't see that trailer.
Hopefully they don't be bullshitting with YouTube, but we'll see what we can get away with. Because they're probably gonna hate on this part.
Hey, what's up? I'll leave you alone forever now. You know this one girl with hair like this?
Yes, that's Ramona Flowers.
She's out of your league.
You
And I love
Tell
him.
me now.
She just moved here. Got a job at
I love
Amazon.
her.
I don't know how.
Aubrey Plaza.
Cool.
Scott, are you waiting for the package you just ordered?
Maybe.
Scott Pilgrim?
Hi, I was thinking about asking you out, but then I realized how stupid that would be.
That's okay. You just need to sign for this, all right?
So do you want to go out sometime?
Yeah,
I say yes, we sign for your damn package.
So yeah, 8 o'clock. Come to this Battle of the Bands thing.
You have a band.
Yeah, we're terrible.
Yeah.
We're a sex baba.
Sex mama.
Mr. Pilgrim! I'm Ramona's first evil boyfriend.
What?
Wait, we're fighting over Ramona?
Didn't you get my email explaining the situation?
I skimmed it.
You
What
dork.
was that all about?
If we're gonna date, you may have to defeat my 7 evil exes.
Jesus Christ. You may.
So what you're saying is we are dating?
I guess.
Does that mean we can make out?
Sure.
Scott Pilgrim! Prepare to feel the wrath of the League of Evil Exes.
Yo, we're seeing this.
Animated twins.
He's gonna watch the fucking movie, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
bro. The animated series is fire.
Yeah, yeah.
If you want something bad, you have to fight for it. Step up your game, Scott.
Minka?
Break out the L word.
Lesbian?
The
Lesbian?
L word.
Lesbians?
This fucking movie.
And
It's wild. Watching the trailer, I'm like, I go watch this again right now.
It's a good movie.
It's like a
It's very entertaining.
I don't see how I haven't seen
it's
this.
like a band slash like comic book slash video game
Arcade,
movie.
yeah,
I'm in love
like
with her.
Ready Player One type shit.
And I love Ready
but
Player
with like
One.
bands, like with music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Minka, get your bitch. Hey, he
Oh, yeah.
folded that nigga.
Oh,
when he
yeah.
fucked.
You gotta check this out, bro.
All right, I will.
You gotta
I
watch
will.
this
I will.
movie,
That,
man.
that is my homework. Next time I see you, I will have watched.
This fucking movie, I swear, I remember watching this movie being like,
It's a great
damn,
movie.
this is cinema.
Fire.
That's great.
You know what I mean?
I will
But mind
watch
you, there are other movies, but that one to me is like if I had to watch one movie right before like a meteor hit the planet, I'd be like, let me watch Scott Pilgrim.
Scott motherfucking Pilgrim versus the entire world.
What about you? What's your favorite?
I mean, overall, probably Star Wars.
Which one?
Overall, like all of them?
Like, what do you mean overall movies?
Like as far as like
Yeah,
Star
which
Wars.
one? You say
Yeah,
Star
there's
Wars.
first
There's
one?
got to be
15 of
one.
them,
There's got to
isn't
be
there?
one. Like that's your shit. And which one would you recommend for a new Star Wars gatherer?
I mean, yeah, probably the first one, Episode 4. But I honestly just like love the whole universe. I even like all the new shows. I think Andor was one of the best installments of Star Wars that's been out in a really long time. And loved like Rogue One. I think is like the best of like the new movies.
Rogue One was
same
fucking
director,
good.
like same storyline.
Right.
So it makes sense. But
Rogue
The Mandalorian's awesome. But the original trilogy, I know that's like more than one movie, but it's kind of like the whole. It's all one long movie.
Right.
But I love a lot of nerdy shit like Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
My wife thinks my favorite movie is Moana.
Moana's a good movie.
I might get some shit for that, but
a Goofy movie's right up there. I mean, you know, there's some.
You know what's funny? That kind of brings us to our current favorite movie, which is Dune.
Yeah,
I haven't seen any of the Dune.
I mean, yeah, that's up there for me.
I gotta watch it too.
Shit.
Bro.
Is it? It's good. It's like that.
What
Dune's
It's
good.
probably in my top like 3 favorites,
Bro,
honestly.
Dune-
Like,
The new Dune.
the
right?
newest
Let me put it like this:
Yeah,
Dune,
one
the
and two,
original
like
Dune.
Do I have to watch
slow.
the first one before I watch this one?
you
Watch
should.
the first one. It's
Right.
gonna be like one of those things where you know you're watching for context.
You should, for sure.
You're watching
Gotcha.
to understand what's going on.
Okay.
But it's
the
still
second
amazing.
fucking movie,
Not Dune 2, but the
Dune
remake.
2.
Okay.
The remake, yeah,
The new ones with like
Dune
Timothée
2
Chalamet
And
like,
Zendaya and
is
shit.
and Zendaya.
fucking good, man.
Yeah.
But
I mean-
Dune, the first one is amazing still.
Yeah.
I've seen those
I mean,
fucking whatever it is eating shit, the shit in the
worms,
sand or
yeah.
what?
Yeah,
God
yeah. But the thing is, what the one thing that Dune did that's really good is the first Dune movie did amazing. The second Dune movie made it went above and beyond the first one, which is already crazy to think about. But if you watch the second one after the first one, you're gonna literally sit there and be like, "This might be one of the best movies I think I've ever seen." Like
Yeah, I gotta see it.
currently, right now, as far as cinema goes, I don't know too many movies that are hitting that level.
And I
I'm
like
huge
a
on
good
that. Yeah,
movie.
exactly.
So
And
good.
sometimes
Camera
you can get
angles,
some
lighting, all that.
See, you're right for sure. Like you're thinking, I would, maybe Transformers isn't a good idea, but visually, yes, but maybe not the best for storytelling. So it's like you got to find that. Dune is giving you everything.
Everything.
Visually, the storytelling,
The acting
the
is
writing,
amazing,
the
writing,
dialogue, all that shit
Oh,
is.
yeah.
See, that's that. You don't get too much of all.
I mean, it hit like some crazy ass number on Rotten Tomato. Oh, that's what it did. It sold more. I think it's the second, almost or either the second or third most highest selling box office release of all time, behind like Avatar and Titanic or some shit.
And it was like the only thing on IMDb with 100% rating, like before it even dropped, except for one
What,
other
Dune
thing.
1 or Dune 2?
Dune 2.
Dune 2.
100%.
Like there's
And
one
you'll
other thing.
feel
And Dune
that.
2 is out right now.
Yeah.
You can watch that shit
Yeah.
on digital. Yeah.
You'll feel
You can
that shit
rent
when
it,
you
but it's
watch
like-
it. You'll be like,
Yeah.
I can completely see why this shit got that rating.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm about to watch it. I
Because
feel like
even
I'm
the
about to watch that shit
Avatar,
before
the
the
new
first
one, I was like, God damn. And then even hearing the story about the first Avatar and that really being a
Oh, yeah.
documentary and not really a movie.
That's a whole nother.
Maybe that's next
Yeah.
episode's topic.
But just
Right?
right.
That's the whole thing
But
right
even
there.
just not that, but just visually conceptualizing that whole shit was like, God.
Dune is better than Avatar.
Yeah, okay.
It's
Yeah,
like
no,
next.
you're gonna-
I mean, a lot of stuff was a lot of like Star Wars and a lot of sci-fi that's come out since then was based partially on Dune.
Yeah. Dune paved the road for all that shit.
Yeah,
Really?
Well, except for what's that show on Apple? I'm a big fan. I just can't think of it right
Foundation.
now. Foundation's actually because these are Dune and Foundation were books, like huge sci-fi books, and actually all of that, my understanding is, was based on Foundation. Which, if you watch the series, it's amazing, and you'll see how everything is influenced by it because it kind of comes up with a lot of the like original ideas behind it. But,
Oh, yeah.
But then Dune came, and that was like highly influential on Star Wars, and like
If you haven't seen Dune, you gotta watch Dune.
Gotta watch
About
it.
to.
I do too. Yeah, definitely gonna watch Dune. Holy shit. If you had that unlimited bag, what is the one thing you think you would go buy? What's that? I got it. I got enough money for it. I'm going to fucking
Unlimited bag?
I like
Meaning,
the first
yeah, if
thing.
you just got so I guess if you got the money for it, what are you going to get? If you can afford it, what you going to get?
I mean, the thing, like the materialistic thing I would probably buy, which isn't like that crazy, but probably just a huge property where we can make like a fucking compound where like the whole band could like live in our own little houses and then have a really sick studio practice space in the middle and just like be out there because I don't really know what's going on with the world right now, but having a bunch of land in the mountains doesn't sound terrible.
Yeah.
But also just
The world's going to shit.
Something I would spend a lot of money on right away would probably be, and I know this is like not nearly as cool maybe, but just I watch a lot of like nature documentaries and shit, and just seeing like how fucked up the planet is, and like I already donate every month to this really good nonprofit called Wild Aid that fights like illegal poaching and like all that kind of stuff. So a lot of my money for the rest of my life is going to go into nonprofits and people who are doing something that I wish I could be more of a part of, but I feel like me trying to do what I'm passionate about will help me maybe earn more money, which I can then give a lot to causes that I feel strongly about. And like, I've always been an animal lover, and I just don't want to see all that shit disappear, you know?
Yeah. I'm fucking K.
Damn, I honestly, my answer
Lamborghini
is right. Let me get a Lamb. But the thing is, I've driven. That's the cool thing I think about living in LA. When I did, there's a lot of things that I did out there for a little bit of time that kind of made me be like, okay, that's cool. At least I did that. Like I've driven Lambos.
Yeah, you don't gotta like go waste money to go.
Bentley. Yeah. I'm like, I wouldn't. I don't think I'd do anything like that. I think the idea of having a creative compound for everybody to create in and record and like band practice would be dope as fuck. I would do something like that, but like right off the top of the head, as far as material things, the only thing I could think of that I want right now that I would want to get would be like an Apple VR Pro, Vision Pro.
This nigga's crazy.
That
all the money in the world.
All the money in the world.
Do you have any Apple VR Pros?
I just want
straight to the Apple Store.
Not the Apple Store.
You know what? You're right. If I had
Pro.
all the money in the world, I wouldn't just get an Apple VR Pro. I would get everybody I know an Apple VR Pro too. That way, there's no excuse. I'd be like, look,
is a real friend.
Listen to me. I want you guys all to get on, and everybody would feel very obligated to be like, he did buy us this fucking $32
I have to use it
right now, guys.
We're hanging out in the VR world.
And that shit is tight. Like the way they could do that. Like I was watching like people play chess against each other. The other day.
Yeah. All that shit, man.
But he's like facing like the
facing
dude,
the
like,
person.
That shit was fire.
Yeah. That's what I do. I buy like 13, 14 of them things and just be like, everybody got one. Just be on call.
He just counted how many friends he has. Like
13, 14.
You better hope you're 13 or 14.
Somebody's like, I'm 15. What the fuck? No.
I better get one.
No, everybody get one. Everybody get one.
Everybody, you get a VR headset.
You get a VR. You get a VR. Yeah.
Everyone.
That's my first fucked up purchase. That's what I would do.
Okay. I'm not even mad at that. It's your life, man.
That's
It's
cool.
your fucking life, dude.
Your fucking life, man.
First time you ever recorded a song.
My brother and I like started playing music when I was in second grade because we bought this house. Actually, it's the one that you live in now.
Yeah.
It's a big ass house in Manitou, old house, and the people before us like left a bunch of stuff behind. One of which was an electric guitar. So for Christmas, and we had just started listening to like Nirvana and like Green Day and like Offspring and then Bush and like the whole grunge era, just all that like 90s stuff. And you know, I wanted to be a drummer. And so for Christmas that year, my parents got my brother like a guitar amp and me a drum set. And then that was just like what started the whole thing. So we were recording as soon as we could figure out how to record with even like tape decks and shit. We were recording like little shitty songs. And then the first time I went to a studio was when I met JD when I was 14.
Oh, shit. Young JD.
Pop punk band called Snapfish.
JD. Called who?
Snapfish.
Snapfish is actually still in the attic.
It's still written on the wall.
Yeah, it's still on the wall.
That's crazy.
I think my first time recording was when I was 14. I learned how to use Acid Pro recording program, and I remember. Oh shit! Hold on. Let's take it back further. The first time I recorded was with my uncle when I was 12. And he had a cassette player thing where you could like have a beat playing and then you're rapping into a mic and then it combines the two onto a fucking tape.
Fuck.
What the fuck, right? Yeah. So I remember he was like, go and spit something. And I was like freestyling some shit. And then I would like hear it back and I was like, oh my God. And then I just sat there all night just recording on this fucking cassette player thing. And then that was the first time I recorded. I remember taking it back to my grandparents and showing them, and they were just like, you need to go to church. Because the shit I was fucking saying, I swear to God, at 12, the shit that you're rapping about at 12,
Yeah, crazy.
You shouldn't be rapping. What
doesn't
the
even
fuck
make
do
no
you even
fucking
know
sense.
about
I mean,
this
I was just
shit?
saying shit.
You're gonna show whose head up whose ass?
Like, who do what now? Like, what? You pulling what out? Like, shooting what? But yeah, the shit was crazy. But that was the first time, I think, when I was 12, was the first time I ever heard myself back and was like, damn, I'm recording music.
Type shit.
You got the bug.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Day or night?
Day or night?
Mhm.
Is that the question?
Yeah.
Night. I'm a fucking
Night.
vampire.
Fuck yeah, night.
Fuck. Day. What the fuck is day?
I need the max win.
I don't know.
We both sleep well as late as possible. When I have to work,
Oh, yeah.
I try to get up before like 11, but
I push that shit.
he pushes it till like noon to 3 every day.
Yeah.
Which I love
Creatively,
because then we can stay up all night playing video games, which I also love. So.
I record music. Like, I feel like you're most creative at night.
That's how I am.
You know
Like,
what I mean?
well, no,
All my
the
good
morning
ideas
too.
come.
Like, I get like this little surge.
In the morning with some coffee.
But nighttime, like when we're recording, 80-90% of the sessions were nighttime.
I'm no good in the night. I'm ready to go to
shit.
bed.
I wish I wasn't a lot of
I'm
time.
ready to go night night.
I wish I was ready to go night night.
I feel like I'd be more productive and play less video games if I got up early, but I just can't. Like, it's just
No,
not
fuck
who
that. I
am.
want to play video games
love
in the
getting
day
up
too.
early.
I want to play video games whenever, but yeah, I'm
Well,
going
yeah,
to bed
for
at
sure.
10 o'clock.
That's crazy. I wish my body would allow me
Go to
to.
bed.
Oh, yeah.
Same, yeah.
If I can go to sleep at 10 o'clock,
I would do it, but
So,
Be like,
somebody's like, "What's the nigga? No, we
Nah,
chilling until at
I
least
need-
2.
I feel
3.
so good when I wake up early,
No,
but I
the
still just
fuck we're not.
can't bring myself to go to bed early.
the only
I
time
try-
I
I
feel
can't.
bad is when it's 7 o'clock in the morning and I haven't slept and I'm like, I fucked up.
Once
Oh yeah,
the
because you
sun
know you're
comes
gonna
back
sleep
up-
until probably the sun goes down.
I'm gonna be like that's when I know I fucked up. But anything before 7, I'm like,
It's
I
fine.
could technically still wake up. At
that's
12.
wild because I
Yeah.
always wake up at like 6:30, 7, 6 o'clock, between
Yeah.
6 and 7.
So
my
you
day
could still
starts.
call him, like when you wake up, you could call him and chat
And he's
for a
like,
half
"Oh,
hour.
I'm about to go to sleep."
I'd still be awake.
As
That's
soon
the
as the
thing
sun
though. If you
comes
go to
up-
sleep by 6 and you wake up by 12, you got 6 hours.
Yeah.
Sure enough.
And you
Which
need
is
to
fine.
sleep, guys. Guys need to sleep.
You need to sleep. You
More
need to
sleep
be-
gives you more
good for your health.
testosterone. It's bad for your testosterone. It's bad for your health to not sleep.
Gotta sleep.
Body needs to recharge.
I agree.
Yeah.
Recharge those balls.
Oh shit! Did you say night too?
Yeah, he said
I
right.
said night too. I'm trying to figure out if I want to. You guys aren't really big smokers, huh?
I mean, I'm pretty well versed.
You better. What's your favorite strain of smoke? If you have one.
I mean, honestly, I love OG Kush.
Big OG.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
Of the new ones, I like Runts a lot, but it's pretty strong. Like I have to choose when I'm gonna smoke it.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
it's got to be later at night, like where I can. If I become a piece of shit, I don't have to like talk to anybody.
Right.
And my wife is just like, what?
Yeah.
But OG Kush, I think, is just like one of the best all around strains. Like most of the Cannabis Cup winners these days are based off of it at some point or some form of it. So I guess that'd be my overall. But I could go on like forever on
Weed.
strains that I love.
Yeah, I love weed.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, no, this isn't a question for me.
Okay. And it's all good.
My
That's
thing
why I
is
was-
like I'll smoke weed that doesn't make me like. I need some shit that's like that shit right? Because that gives me a nice high. The second I smoke some shit that people are like, oh, this shit good,
yeah.
I'm like, I'm alright.
I'm a little
right?
too fucked.
Because I'll get a little too. I get fucked up quick, and that's the thing. Would be just I don't know what it is, but my mind just like I kick into that creative like songwriter mode, and I start like just going into some shit. And that's the thing. Like I've always told myself as an artist, I was like, when I smoke weed, I want to make sure that like I'll do it every now and then in the studio, because if I do it, whatever I come up with when I am high in the studio is usually some crazy trippy shit.
Yeah.
But I don't want to like overdo it to where it's like some people.
That nigga tripping.
Yeah, or just like, or just like sometimes I'll be like for me it's like one of those things where it's like I've had a lot of artists that I've worked with who are like I got writer's block, and to me writer's block is just like if you say you have writer's block, you got writer's block. You're working in the realm of manifestation. Like if you manifest that you have writer's block, you got writer's block. The second that you are like I'm good, you got to understand the concept of like no matter what you say and no matter what you put down, it's still creative shit, and there's nothing wrong. Like, you can't be wrong in creative. Like, nobody put a painting up and they were like, that's just not right. It's like nobody can say that. So same with artistry. Like, no matter what you say, it's gonna be right.
Yeah.
So writer's block to me is a concept, and I feel like a lot of artists that I've ran into and recorded with when I was in LA would be like, I can't write right now. Like, I gotta smoke some weed. Yeah. And I'd be like, do your thing, you know what I'm saying? But I've always had this stigma of like, if you can record a song sober as fuck, no alcohol, no weed, just completely sober, and you're happy with that, that's your baseline. Anything after that is just a power up. Anything after that, Super Saiyan Blue. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like, at least be base Goku and be able to get in the studio and do your thing. You know what I'm saying? And after you master that, anything else after that is fucking gonna be dope.
For sure. I like that. Words from Seven himself.
Icing on the vanilla cake.
You're making me want some fucking vanilla cake right now, man.
Favorite restaurant?
Favorite restaurant? Honestly, you know, I'll be real with you. Favorite restaurant right now, and it has been for a long time, is Sugar's. Downtown, Sugar's have been, like, even when I was living in LA, I would come back here, and the first thing I would say was, like, I need to eat Sugar's at least twice. I love their Northwest pita. Shouts out to Sugar's. Have you been to Sugar's?
No.
I've heard of Sugar's.
I've heard of it, but I just haven't been there.
Sugar's is a whole fucking vibe. It's down past Kawadi.
Yeah, on Tejon, right?
Said it right.
Yep. Oh fuck! I was like,
first time
yeah,
ever.
past Tejon, like a street over.
Yep.
It's in like a house.
Oh yeah, I do that. Yeah, I know what
that shit. That honestly,
It's good.
their coconut Brazilian shrimp soup,
That's what they're
along
known
with
for.
anything else, is bon appetit.
Yeah,
Damn.
I mean, I have two. I don't know if I can choose between them, but I really love Jake and Telly's, which is Greek, it's like over in Old Colorado City, and then the Crystal Park Cantina, which is Mexican. Or I have a Mexican friend who says it's not even close to Mexican, but
they all tell us that.
it's really good.
Which is probably true, but
It's the shit I like.
yeah.
It's really good, and the owners are like the star football player from Manitou who like took the team to, you know, the finals in state and all that kind of stuff, and he was like just this big deal in town, and everyone knew who he was. So he got into the NFL for a while, like didn't play a ton, but he's a really nice guy. And then his wife is like a playmate, like a Playboy playmate. She's the tallest one of all time, and they're both hella tall. None of that really
Tall
matters.
kids.
They're really nice people.
They got some good
They
food.
made like the best restaurant, and it's
Yeah,
amazing.
Crystal Park Cantina is also that's probably the best like Mexican food I think I've had ever.
Yeah.
You should go check that
Yeah,
out. I know
I
you
will.
fuck with it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You
I already know you about to be on that
God
shit.
bless
Not even
Mexico.
close to Mexican food.
Right?
About to go there.
God, I
some
eat that
reason,
shit
that shit
every day.
slaps.
Every day, I could do it.
It slaps.
Favorite drink, alcoholic and non.
I know.
Favorite drink is water. I don't know. I have been on a water kick for the last fucking 10 years. And then favorite alcoholic drink would be tequila, specifically Hornitos.
Hornitos.
Shout out Hornitos. If I don't have Casamigos.
Horny Horties.
If there's Casamigos, cool, but cost efficient.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know,
Hornitos,
so you get a nice little like kick without, you know, doing
paying
too much.
$60 for Casamigos every time is, and I did it for so long. Oh my god,
It could be much. It could be much. But that is that. I guess water and tequila.
Shout out to Hornito.
My favorite like non-alcoholic drink, man, I don't know. I mean, I love like lemonade, like limeade, that kind of shit. Or like I like unsweetened iced tea, or like Arnold Palmer's.
I've always wanted to like
I
pick
know.
the brain of people like you.
And one
know.
black
The
tea or
unsweetened?
black coffee. That's crazy.
No, I don't like black coffee though. I like that
See?
shit with sugar and cream.
Yeah, man. I like cream with my coffee.
I don't know. I like the bite, I think, but I also like sweet tea. I just prefer unsweetened. It's more refreshing to me because it's not so much sugar. I don't know. I guess I'm crazy.
I get upset every time this scene ain't got no fucking.
That's how like when people say unsweet, I'm just like, why?
I know, it's wild.
Set to them motherfucker.
I like
but I'm
hot
not
tea
mad.
though too, so like I don't know.
Shout
if it
out hot tea.
translates.
That's how I started drinking.
I fuck with hot tea
Yeah.
to go to
Nice.
sleep. Like
Lip
I know
tip.
sleepy time tea. You know what I'm saying? Some
Yeah,
bilateral
yeah.
beats on YouTube.
Some sugar, some honey.
Knock you out instantly.
Yeah.
within seconds.
The fuck is a bilateral beat?
Oh shit! Bilateral beats. If you look at bilateral beats on YouTube, they're chill, sleepy time music. But bilateral beats play different things on each right and left hemisphere, which makes your brain pretty much go to fuck to sleep.
What are you doing?
If to sum it up, but I'm sure you know a better explanation of what bilateral beats are.
I mean, that's the basics of it. Like they play, sort of like complementary, different tones that kind of bounce off each other. I mean, that's my understanding, and it just makes your brain like kind of use both sides, but somehow it also kind of puts you into a trance. So.
And then you pass the fuck out.
I'm gonna try that.
Like tonight, right? Look up bilateral beats when you go to sleep. Play that shit. You won't make it past like 10 minutes. You're gonna black the fuck out. I'm not even lying, bro. And you're gonna have some crazy dreams.
Or I have like it'll be a setting like you're in space or rain on the shit, or it'll have some type of frequencies. I'll listen to some frequencies too. You know what I mean?
If you like that, you'll like bilaterals.
Oh yeah, no, you'll fuck with bilateral beats. That shit is just like that, but it's strategically in place to where like your brain will tap out within like 5 minutes.
Holy shit, like, dude, hey, are you done with this shit? Because we're done.
Because the thing is, like, and a lot of people, I don't know, whoever has sleeping problems out there, the thing with sleeping is the most random, and this is crazy, but this is like really what it is. If you could think of the most random shit before you, like while you're laying in bed, like, I mean, shit that doesn't make any fucking sense, you will fall asleep quicker because the more illogical you are, like when you're laying down, the quicker your brain is going to shut the fuck down. Like the reason why you stay up is because you're thinking about actual shit. Right. So you're sitting there like this, that, tomorrow, this, that. But the second you're like, damn, that fucking giraffe with wings, right? That's all of a sudden your brain's just like, what? That's like crazy.
It's like, I don't care about this.
Yeah, and the next thing you know, your brain checks the fuck out, and it's like, I'm done.
No, this nigga's tripping.
So
I'm gonna have to try that next time. I'm like, I literally just wait until I'm so tired before I go lay down.
That's how.
Like, there's no like, I'm gonna go lay down
the best way to do
and
it.
like look at my phone. It's like, I'm at the point to where like I'm falling asleep and I'm like, all right, I need to go.
I will sit up in the chair until I get to doing this shit. When I get
time to go.
Oh, okay. I'm cutting everything off. I'm going to bed now. I'm tired. I am tired. There's
I don't got time to think about shit to like put me to sleep. Like if I'm getting in the bed, I'm tired.
probably already at that point. That's why my black ass is tired.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man, I was thinking some bullshit, nigga. And I'm sleepy now for sure.
Out of it.
Favorite team? Don't think whatever, man. It could be a karate team. Favorite team. It could be.
I wasn't ready for that. You go. I can't. I don't know.
Probably like the Avengers.
Shit. That was good. That's a team. Damn, that was a good answer, man. Fuck.
Yeah,
It's a great answer.
Yeah.
First time.
Hey, I'm gonna go with the
they've ever
Avengers
been
too,
at.
man. I'm not gonna lie to
The
you.
Avengers is a great
Shouts out to
team.
Tony Stark, man.
That's
Making that
hilarious.
sacrifice.
Better than the Justice League.
Saving the. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother episode, right?
Yeah, right.
Marvel versus DC is really a question
God.
at this point.
To some, yes.
Fuck.
Yeah.
To some, but. Oh,
No,
anyway.
it's not.
Yeah, let's not even get into that. That'll take a while.
Ass or titties?
Ass. Overall.
I like
I
it.
love
Yeah,
them
I
both. I like them
ass as
both.
well.
Thought you were a
obviously.
titty man.
I thought he was gonna say
said ass.
titties. Swear, I thought he was gonna say
Another
titties.
ass.
Son of a bitch.
Buns on buns.
I'm gonna have to say ass.
I love that movie so much.
Yeah.
Nice little
Ass for
some
sure.
butt cheeks. Favorite artist?
Besides yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, favorite artist. Honestly, if I were to just name a favorite artist right now, the first thing that comes to my head is Childish Gambino.
Shout out.
And I think the reason why is because I like the fact that he transcends not just genres, but like all the shit. Acting,
Everything,
music,
directing. Fuck, man,
You know what I mean?
he's a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Super.
I
Community
respect
is
that.
one of the funniest shows fucking ever.
Exactly. And I think that that's huge. And I think a lot of
Hell
people don't
yeah.
realize like how much work that actually is to be like, today I'm Childish Gambino, and then tomorrow I'm Donald Glover.
Yep. Tight as fuck.
So,
Making it work. Making it
what
twerk.
about you?
It's a dope answer.
I mean, Seven is one of my favorite artists. I'm not just saying that, but
Yeah.
I really
I
truly
feel
believe-
you. I feel you. As somebody
truly
that like
believe
also
he's-
is a fan, like
Yeah.
Part of it's probably because I spend so much time with him, so I know like deep layers of how he's an artist, and I
Yeah.
really like that. But outside of that, probably the Japanese house, who's like, I forget what her real name is because that's like her artist name, but she's British and just like really amazing. She's sort like if you like the 1975 kind of vibe, like she's friends with Maddie from that, and he helps produce a lot of her stuff. But it's in my
does
opinion,
cool
it's
cook
even
too.
better.
Yeah.
And like, we both love him.
Japanese House is dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's amazing. And
Have you heard them?
No.
The Japanese House
I just got put on.
is fucking
I'm
dope.
gonna have to get with it.
She, or I guess 1975, for me at least, was a pioneering band as far as like the harmony engine and like harmonizing in a way where I'm like, what? Like her whole thing is like when I first heard her, I thought she was a dude because the harmonies that she uses are so deep.
Yeah.
And at first, and what she talks about, so I'm sitting there like, who's this guy? This guy sounds this guy was like, no, this is a girl.
Wrong.
And I was like, what? But like the way it sounded was like crazy. Like, it's a vibe for sure. And
we were just driving back from LA, and I was like, put this in your life, and then we
Yeah.
listened to it like
throughout
20
Utah
times on the way back.
Yeah, Utah was pretty much just the Japanese house. It was a vibe for
I
sure.
like it. I can dig it.
Yeah.
Who were you guys listening to when you pulled up? When you
SZA. I listened to that album. I looked at like my stats or whatever for last year, and that album I listened to it like 450 times. The next closest thing was like 150.
Shout out
That's
to
like,
crazy.
Jesus.
He said we listened to that SZA,
That's
baby.
tight.
Such a good
And that's why I
album.
asked that question, because it's like, what were you listening to when you pulled up, fool? You could have been listening to anything.
Yeah,
I
you
could
get
be-
different
I could be listening
answers.
to Sia right now. Who knows which
Yeah.
way the wind
You
blows,
get the credit.
man.
I literally
Only-
was listening to Slipknot. when
Only
I pulled up.
Time.
I swear to God.
No, I pulled up places listening to Only Time. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? By Enya. Like, what the fuck? Like, on some real shit. Or like the one from the commercial, the Return to Innocence. Bro, if I
Some
don't,
good shit though.
There's some good songs out there.
good shit. That
There's
nigga wasn't
music
saying
for every
nothing.
mood, you know what I mean?
You know what I
Always-
mean? Like that feel good. What's the favorite song you made?
Probably
It's hard.
Yeah. Overall, like at least right now, is probably In My Head, which isn't.
Oh shit.
We haven't recorded yet. It's one
Wait,
of the
is
newer
that the name
songs.
of the song?
In My
Okay,
Head.
I
yeah.
thought you were saying
no,
like-
it's not just
okay.
In My Head.
Okay.
That's what the song is called.
Yeah, In My Head is definitely.
That's up there. That's our like newest. kind of
Honestly,
big one.
yeah, I agree. I think In My Head is definitely one of my favorite. Like
I hate that I
my
haven't
favorite
heard this.
songs.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Because
crazy,
it's not
bro.
recorded, obviously, but-
We did it at the last show we had, and that's about I think the only time people really heard it outside of us. But that song is, yeah, that shit feels like that shit can be something crazy.
Yeah, that's the one we're like considering putting it on this album, even though we didn't record it with everything else. But
We just want to put it. We just want to get it out.
we could
there.
go knock it out in like a day.
Yeah,
and we have it very complete and everything. So we're thinking about it. Maybe not.
just
but-
recording the song and then being like, boop, there it is, and be on the first album. But I'll tell you what, that song is one of those songs that like when we do it, like it feels good. Like it feels like when we are at practice doing it, it feels like this song should already kind of like when you're doing karaoke and you're doing a really good karaoke song and you're like, this feels like in pocket and everybody's like, oh my God, we all love this song.
Yeah.
But it's like we wrote it and nobody knows it. But when we sing it, it feels like that to me. When I'm singing it, I'm like, oh, this shit is like on pocket.
I can't wait to hear that.
Bro, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love that song.
You'll
bro.
hear it next Friday.
I can't wait.
Yeah, you'll hear it. You come to the show
Oh,
next
yeah.
Friday, yeah?
I'll be
You'll
there.
hear
Next
it.
Friday. Next Friday, you've got a show. Favorite cartoon and or TV show?
Cartoon.
Or
Cartoon. We're not talking anime, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah,
that's a
all
cartoon.
of it. Yeah, it's all animated.
Okay,
Still.
Jujutsu Kaisen. Right now, and I mean this with the utmost, like, Jujutsu Kaisen, hands down, is
Say
the
it slow.
best. Jujutsu Kaisen
Jiu-jitsu.
is the hands down the best anime that I've seen, like, probably ever. And that's crazy because I've seen a lot of good animes and there's a lot of classics, but I'm talking about overall animation story. When I watched that fucking show, especially this last season, I was sitting there in my fucking chair with like my mouth wide open and goosebumps on my arms. Like I was like, I can't. It was so good to the point where the animators, shouts out to the animators, were about to quit their fucking job because this shit was so fucking much to animate what they were trying to animate that they were like, we can't fucking do it. And there's a Blu-ray version of the same shit, the same scene that I'm talking about right now, where they finished it, but in the time limit they had, they were like, it's impossible. Like this shit's too crazy.
See some of this.
Yeah,
I'm not
I'm
an
like,
anime
what the
fan,
fuck
but
is
like when it
this?
comes to like,
It's got to be a fight scene.
cinematography,
It's a fight
stuff
scene,
like
and it's honestly probably the craziest anime fight scene I've ever seen in my fucking life.
And I've seen a lot.
And I would put it to this point: if I were to show you this fight scene, right, and you were to tell me that wasn't the craziest shit you've ever fucking seen, I'm so confident that it will be.
You got to be like, nigga, show me. What's
I would
crazier than
literally
this?
delete my hard drive full of music. That's how confident I am. It is the best anime fight scene that I've ever seen. And you can just, the second it starts, you're
Are they
like,
fighting in the rain?
bro, you know what they're fighting at? Shibuya. They're fighting in Shibuya, and they make Shibuya look like, if I lived in Shibuya and this ever, I would be sitting there like, damn, y'all just blew up.
They tore that bitch
Like,
apart.
they tore that bitch apart. The power levels in this scene, you know how power levels work.
Yeah.
You're like, this guy's stronger. Goku's obviously here.
Top tier, yeah.
The power levels they show in this scene and the way they show this scene are so high in a way where it's like, even if I was in the anime and you gave me a badass power, I wouldn't try to be a part of this fight.
It's like, nah, I'm gonna let these.
I'd be like, I'm good.
They got it.
I'm backing up.
They're
I'm backing
handling
up.
it.
So you should check. Y'all gotta check that out. I know that you watch anime, but if you don't watch
Jujutsu.
anime, that would be a good one to start on. Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen. I love the Japanese language.
Oh.
It's
So
so
good.
stern and fucking like,
Jujutsu Kaisen.
yeah, like the whole. It's they're angry. You know what I mean? Like they mean what they say. Like even when they're just talking normal. Yeah, I love this Japanese shit.
What's your cartoon?
My answers aren't as cool, but
What?
My favorite? Well, I mean, just like I love The Simpsons. Like grew up with that. I mean,
That's cool. Yeah. They're on like season 80.
Yeah, I know. And I love Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty's fire.
I just think it's like some of the funniest
That's
shit.
going down in history as a good classic cartoon for sure.
I love sci-fi stuff to begin with, so like it's funny. It's good.
Futurama, shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Good shit. Do you ever answer these questions? You don't ever answer
I don't
these
think I've ever
questions.
answered that one. I don't know what I would pick for cartoon, honestly. Oh, Recess. Favorite cartoon ever.
You do like Recess.
Yeah.
He does love Recess. We didn't do TV show. You guys were just stuck on cartoons.
Oh shit, TV show. Oh fuck. TV show.
That's what happens.
Ooh, that. You know what's fucking crazy? TV show, anime or a series or whatever. It kind of coincides with what I just said, but as far as TV shows that have really been like, damn, this is good. There's two. The first one is Edge Runners, Cyberpunk.
That was good as fuck.
That
was good.
Even though it was a short series, something about that
I
to
wanted
me
more.
made me feel like, damn, this might be one of the best written. Like, I wasn't expecting that shit.
No,
to
I
be that
wasn't
good.
either. And it was good.
It was good. And
the game should have been like that.
It should have been like that. I would have loved. I mean, I love Cyberpunk,
Yeah.
but that shit was like that made me actually pick the game up again.
Like, holy yeah.
Either that, and then there's also there's this show called Castle Rock by Stephen King.
Yeah, that's good. I've seen most of that.
That fucking show fucked me up. I remember watching that shit, and like halfway through it, I think when they kind of did the plot twist, I remember I got
In the first season.
in the first season.
Yeah, the
I
prison
smoked.
one?
I smoked a little weed, and I was high as fuck. And I remember when that plot twist came on, I was like, honestly tripping the fuck out. I was like, wait a second, are you fucking like? I was having this whole crisis of like, what is reality type shit. You know what I mean? Because that plot twist was fucked up. But that was one show that I will say that had me like.
And it's called Castle Rock?
Called Castle Rock. It's
I'll
on
have to peep
Netflix. Oh, it's not on Netflix.
It's
It's on Hulu. It's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu, yeah.
But right now, currently, I'm watching Fallout, and that fucking show is amazing.
Fallout from the game.
Yeah.
I've been hearing
You
about
seen
that.
the show?
No, I
but the
haven't.
show is
I've seen the.
That fucking
I
show.
watched New
and
Rock
shit.
Stars, but no, New Rock Stars where they break down a lot of shit. But I was like, oh, okay.
Oh no, you gotta.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on because I ain't played the game, but that is a good ass show.
Oh, yeah.
Fallout, nigga.
You don't even have to play the game to know like what's going. Like that show
Fallout,
itself is just.
nuclear
I just go
embodying-
on Twitter to see like what scenes it was from the video game that were like in this episode and shit like that.
Type shit.
It's good. It's a good show.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Recommend it. 10 out of 10.
Okay, good. I like that. How about you?
I mean, overall, probably Game of Thrones.
Haven't seen
I know,
that
like
either,
That
man.
fucking shit.
I know the
Fuck the
ending.
last season.
I know the ending. Like, I don't even hate the whole. I don't hate any of it, but I don't think the whole last season was bad. But the last two,
But the last two
how it
episodes
ended
were like,
was like not how most
what
people
the
wanted it to
fuck?
end.
But that's the
But
thing.
still
Can you
overall-
really ever
no,
satisfy?
Yes, Snowfall. I was fully satisfied with
Okay,
that
okay.
ending. Like that. But that's one of so many. Like, I wasn't satisfied with Dexter at the end. Like
Yeah.
all my favorite shows.
It's hard to
The
land.
last season's kind of felt a little rushed, but like Game of Thrones is like fuck.
Game of Thrones was so good up until that point. That for me,
so good.
it like makes up for it.
Because
What was
you
your
know-
favorite episode?
Oh,
I don't know. The one
Besides
that,
like the Red Weddings
hard.
and the Battle of the
I was
Bastards.
gonna say
and
the
shit
first
like
one that really fucked me up was the Red Wedding.
That
Really.
was out of movies.
The fuck
Damn.
is that?
That was one
That
scene,
shit was
like
fucking
of course
crazy.
the scene
They killed
where
these
I was
motherfuckers
like,
at their wedding or what?
what
Essentially,
the
yeah.
like when you say jaw dropping moments, like literally like
But like four of the main characters, like all in one
crazy,
episode.
man, and
You
it,
just sit
and it
there
comes
and
out of
you're like,
nowhere, and
what?
it comes
That's
out
how I
of
felt
nowhere.
with the scene in Kill Bill.
True.
When they came
And
to
I
kill
see,
her at the
it's
church.
crazier than that. Like
it was
that
like
felt-
that.
but
It
that
was
felt
like
crazy.
that. But it was like that after
Oh
you
my
watched all these
God.
people and you didn't think they were touchable. Like
And the
that was
girls,
the moment where you were like,
the
"Oh,
first
nobody's
person,
safe."
The first person that got stabbed, it was like, wait, is this real? This is real. What is like
Killing
crazy.
everybody. Everybody getting
The
killed.
Red Wedding.
It all
Crazy.
starts going down. Yeah.
Great.
Game of Thrones. You know, the thing is though, it's hard to get. It's like with shows like that, it's like watching somebody do a triple backflip somersault, and then they land, and it's just kind of like a little shaky, and it's like right, because that show overall is amazing. But yes, the ending
sure.
kind of made you feel a little like I could think of a.
Underwhelmed.
You know,
Y'all
what
did
did
all
I
this-
imagine?
y'all
But
did
yeah,
all
and
this
but it
shit.
wasn't like just a couple people said this.
Oh, and everybody felt that.
And I feel like
It was pretty rough.
everybody that watched that shit and like was caught up, everybody had that to say about it.
How did it end?
I mean,
Do you
Yeah,
want
I
to know
mean-
how it ended?
I'm gonna watch it.
My
either way,
brother-in-law-
'cause I spoilers
Yeah, I'd
don't do
rather
anything.
you just
Okay.
watch it.
Spoilers don't do anything for me. It makes me more intrigued.
They
because-
just took the simple way, man.
Because for
Like-
you to tell me the ending was whack, and to tell me this is the whack ending, and to watch a good show like you said it was, and be like, oh yeah,
We'd have to tell you so much leading up to why it was whack.
no.
Because of-
Spoilers for me are like.
Game of Thrones is I get it. It's
But there's
medieval
so
times,
many different
right?
point
How
of
do
view.
you even
Like, there's-
explain
I
the
mean, it's an
ending?
alternate.
You gotta
universe,
think about.
yeah.
You gotta think about who became like
Okay. In the end, well,
the
yeah.
Daenerys.
I guess the way
and-
to explain the ending without going too deep into it would be like this: you watch this whole series, and the main character that you kind of were rooting for.
Are we talking about Jon Snow?
Yeah, becomes what happened at the end? Again, he became like the fucking.
Yeah. So he killed. You know what I'm saying?
He killed his
For the greater good.
He killed his. So the main female protagonist and the main male protagonist at some point end up together for like a
Yes.
second.
But they're also family.
But she's. Yeah.
They don't know that though.
They don't know that. But she's fucking like batshit crazy, right? It makes
the
sense
bitch
if
But
you watch the
she,
show.
but yeah, but she started literally from
But
the
she
bottom
hasn't
to the
been-
top.
She hasn't been like really lately.
But then at the end, she was just like, kill
But
them
she was
all.
power hungry. Yeah,
But
she
that's
was.
the whole
She was
thing
power
is
hungry.
like why the ending actually kind of makes sense is because right before that they're like a Targaryen's always the flip of a coin. You never know if they're going to be good or bad. And I think the ending was like
Bad.
she was a Targaryen.
She
and
fucking-
like,
Yeah,
she
but she
killed
was
everybody.
pushed
She
into that
killed-
role. I felt like
She pretty much killed like everything and everybody.
she was
in the
down to
city,
like she was for the people, but then it was like she just
She
got
took the
became
It was
world
power
murder
hungry.
time with the dragon.
Power
She killed
hungry.
everybody. So then at the very end, Jon Snow had to kill her.
Yeah,
yeah.
but
And it
then
was just
Bran
like-
becoming like the Bran
Yeah,
shit was
and then his
crazy.
brother becoming like the king
The Ice King.
was cool. But I think it was one of those moments of like, I think what really pissed people off the most was like this whole time you're kind of rooting for Jon Snow and Daenerys to get together, and then they finally do, and it was just like
he
fucks
has to kill her.
everything
bullshit. You know what I mean? It was just like you guys aren't even supposed to be together.
Like that song, I Hate You. God damn you, bitch! I got the now you.
Crazy.
It was weird.
It's
It
either
was
me or you.
like they in hindsight, like it's good, but just
At the time,
people
though.
could have just at the time like I was on Twitter for 3 days straight,
Pissed.
just looking at everybody.
was pissed. Everybody
Oh
was like,
my
this is bullshit.
god!
But
Everybody.
you know what? You know the guy who made Game of Thrones, J.J. Martin.
Yeah, I know it's 2 letters.
He
George R.R.
George
R.
R. He also he was a part of the writing, or what was it? He was a part of the writing
For Elden Ring.
For Elden Ring.
Yeah, he was a huge part of
Yeah,
like the whole
so-
lore in Elden Ring and everything. That's why the monsters are. I mean, the monsters are always crazy in Souls games, but that's why
Right.
they were like
Extra
extra
fucked up.
wild. Because he's
Yeah.
also who like paid for Meow Wolf, the original one in Santa Fe, to get
Yeah,
started.
he did.
Really?
He
That's
like
tight.
funded the whole thing. He's
So the
just,
writer's
like,
dope as
weird
fuck.
shit.
He's a dope guy.
Super dope.
But if you ever play Elden Ring, you'll feel like you're playing Game of Thrones, but with like really fucked up monsters and crazy
yeah.
shit. So
Yeah, because that shit in Elden Ring looks wild.
have you played though?
I've
right?
seen. I haven't played.
If
I've
you
seen.
if you want to be upset,
No, I know.
because that's what.
So
That's
that's,
the
what part of my
emotion that you're gonna
gamer
feel.
shit is. If it's some shit that I know that I'm not necessarily into, I'll watch about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll know about it and don't have to play it. I don't think I ever want to play
Oh,
a
it's-
Souls game or
it's
an Elden Ring. I'm cool on that. I see what it's done to people. I know what it's about. Sekiro's enough. Sekiro's enough.
That is a Souls game.
I mean, that is
Sekiro's enough.
Yeah, Sekiro's good.
I don't think I need to.
Well, that's technically
It's the
from
same
from
people,
software.
but-
Yeah,
A lot of
from
people
but
don't
it's
count
not. It's not a Souls game.
It's like the
Souls
outsider.
like.
Yeah.
It's the same people.
Sekiro's dope.
I
but-
get it. With you know what I mean. I know what you. So it's
That's
like
also how the game on what's that game right there? The third, fourth game on there.
Sifu.
No, before Sifu. The one with the girl.
Oh,
Stellar Blade.
Yeah, I played that demo.
That is also kind of like that vibe of like the Souls
It
like.
seems like it. I'm liking it.
Yeah.
The
That's a
demo I
good game.
played
I like
was
it.
kind of like okay. So when
I'm
that
excited.
drops, I think I want to play
That's
that.
gonna be that's gonna be good.
Yeah,
for sure, 100%.
Holy fucking fuck.
When does that come out? That comes
The
out
26th, I think. Soon.
like a,
If it didn't come out today,
It's 2 days from now.
yeah, it's coming out with.
But really, it'll come out at midnight tomorrow.
Yeah.
For us, is tomorrow.
If you had one wish, what would it be? Whoa. You could be as generic or as thoughtful. I've had some people with really thoughtful answers. I can't wait for this though.
This is this kind of goes with what I was saying, what I would like spend my money on, but probably just like if there was any possible way to turn around kind of like the direction this planet's headed in as far as like just desecration.
Everything.
The Amazon.
The people in
everything.
charge.
Well, all of it, yeah. From the political side for sure.
Yeah.
And especially from like the ecological, like animals and just forests and like all the like decimation.
We're gonna
we've
create
done.
the utopia. Anything that's good for us, that is of everybody being able to live off the land, free energy, all that shit. Let's do it. Water powered cars, all that shit. We know it exists.
Yeah, that'd be my wish.
That's
I think
That's such a philanthropist.
because think about how creative. think
answer.
about how
But a
much
good answer.
Makes me
we
sad.
already got some dope shit. Think about how much doper shit would be.
Yeah.
exactly.
But you got to think about how much money you're stripping from the higher ups.
Fuck them niggas.
I mean, yeah.
That's part
That's
of
the
the
whole
wish.
point. Yeah, get them
Yeah.
bitch ass niggas. That's why it's fucked up now. They poison us every day with everything they got going on. All this shit can be for the greater good. Them niggas is like, nah, we're good.
You don't need that much.
Yeah.
I think my wish would be for like all the like conspiracy around everything that we don't know as far as like what's beyond
Knowing what we don't know.
Beyond
Like-
the ice wall.
whether it's UFOs or any conspiracy theories. Like I would just want for like a straight up like for the veil to be lifted.
Thank God.
And I would
Yeah,
rather
like, can we get an answer? Like, was it the mafia
would-
who did JFK?
just all that
let
shit.
us
And
know.
it's like, look, let us deal with it, right? Let us feel how we feel. Let us get upset. You know what I'm saying? And like stop telling us Santa Claus is real type shit. Like just give us everything
Yeah,
at
They
want
gotta
once.
to
go
say-
though, because once they tell us that, because listen, I'm gonna tell you like this.
Oh, we're gonna rebel.
It's a lot of as bad as you think it is.
It's worse.
Yes, way fucking worse.
gonna be pretty fucked
as
up.
far as the
It's gonna
shit
be
that
bad,
they've done, they're doing, they plan to do all
Yeah.
that shit. So
It's gonna be bad.
No, nigga, heads need to be collected. It's
Head-
not and I'm saying that with all due disrespect.
We're gonna freak
Like,
out, and people are
there's-
gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this: Rather we do that, rip the Band-Aid off now.
Yeah.
And then one day we might find a balance.
Yeah.
But the longer we take,
It's
the
all
more shit they're gonna lie about.
Deeper in
and then
that
next thing you know, we're gonna be in a position where
I feel like they're at that point right now where it's
We
just
can't do
like
shit.
they could have just like had a clean slate, but it's like
No,
we're
uh-uh.
we're so
Oh, no, there's
far
no
behind,
clean
we can't
slate.
just fuck it.
They could have
There's-
had a slate.
Just
with
keep
less
digging.
bullshit
We don't
on it.
even.
Yeah.
We're not. We have already been bought and sold. We're not even own. We don't even own our children. Let's just start there.
It's true.
So,
We're deep.
what do you think about that?
We're in too deep.
You know what I mean? You have
Yeah.
a baby in this world. You don't even own that kid.
That's why I want the compound.
That kid belongs to.
Yeah, I want a compound. The more I think about it now, I want the compound.
When I
too.
think about it,
Compound.
compound sounding pretty good right
Straight
now.
up, just like kind of how what's his name, Rick Rubin's.
Oh yeah.
What is it called? Starts with a T. It's the name of like like it's very Asian.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
He has like a studio, like a compound, but it's a plethora of different studios.
And
it's
there's
called-
a word for it.
Yeah,
or
it's called.
something he
But
calls
no,
it.
but yeah, he named it after something. Hold on, I'll tell you right now.
Tartaria.
No,
But Tartaria
it's
is not
it's
Asian.
Asian.
I was about to say that whole shit's a lie too. With Tartaria and the Great Wall of China, it's not the Great Wall of China; it's the Great Wall of Tartaria. It
Shangri-La.
faces-
That's what it's called. Yeah, Shangri-La.
Holy shit! There's a reason why he named it that
Yeah.
too. Rich people know a lot of stuff.
Yep.
Did I? That was the one wish. That was the wish.
That
we
was the
wished. We were wishing like a
Disclosure.
motherfucker. Oh, okay. I'm
That's
like,
the
wait,
wish.
what? I thought you were going. I'm like, wait, I thought we were going somewhere else. What is one of your biggest milestones?
Ooh.
I mean, honestly, for me, this video is just like
Really?
I've never made a music video, and like I've been watching them since MTV when I was in the second
Fuck
grade.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's
500 countdown, and like even when VH1 had videos and like pop-up videos and all that shit. But I mean, that was a huge part of like my, at least the formative part of my younger childhood when I first started getting into music. That wasn't what my parents liked. It was like what my brother was showing me. And I was always just like, I fucking love music videos. They're so cool. And to this day, I think it's one of the coolest art forms because you're like marrying music,
Definitely.
but it's like an expansion, like a visual expansion of music. And I've just always, like, I've done a lot of live videos and stuff where we're like playing a song like in a living room or something like that. But I don't know. This is a really fun
That's tight.
experience for
I
me.
don't think I've ever. Usually, when we're done with videos, like after we're done with the shoot, it's just like I don't really think about like how happy the person is unless they're like hitting us up like, "Hey, that's dope." But we've probably gotten that so much to where I think I'm pretty numb to it. But the way you just described it is like, damn, we do kind of bring joy to. It's tight. It's cool to bring joy to people.
I mean,
like
it was
that.
my first one, so like, and I think I'll enjoy every single one I make. But for
For sure.
me, it was like something I've always wanted to do. And
That's
I
a dope
just-
one to be the first one.
Yeah.
For that to be
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm
first
saying.
video,
Definitely,
that's crazy.
That's and honestly, same. Like I feel like where I am now musically is definitely a milestone for me. Just to be able to be like, this is kind of what my sound is, and this is kind of where I'm at. Like for me, I feel like I've been trying to figure that out. Like I have like older songs that were kind of rockish, but I just wasn't there yet. You know what I mean? Like able to sing like the way that I would need to sing to do it right. And, you know, rehearsing every week and making these songs has definitely helped me sing better and get to a point where I'm like, oh shit, like I can actually sing the things that I'm like writing or thinking about singing. So
I must say you made the transition very seamless. Yeah. It's not like we heard Pack the Arcade and then 7 and was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But it's like,
yeah,
you're such an artist. You could do whatever you want.
He was.
Yeah, like it didn't
what
surprise.
It was leading up to.
Like not to like say it like this, but it's like that person that you know is gay before he like comes out the closet, and it's like,
like yeah,
hey,
nigga,
I'm
we
gay.
knew
It's
you
like,
were
nigga,
gay.
we knew this already,
Yeah.
but it's like that's how I feel. Like you could, I've been knew you had that in you.
Yeah,
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, it's crazy doing it and seeing it, and I think that is a milestone in itself. Just being able to be like, cool, I reached a place where I feel like good about what I'm doing, and you know, I'm excited to see what happens in the future. You know what I mean? So it's all that. It's all vibe for sure.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
What's one thing you think people misunderstand about you?
Wow, that's a deep one. Shit. You know, one thing I think people misunderstand about me, if I were to really think about that, like really dive into that, I feel like people think that as an artist, even as myself, like the amount of confidence you exude when you're on stage and that you give off, like it's like you're giving that off and you're being this showman, you know what I mean? But like a lot of artists and a lot of people who do music and a lot of people who create music, like the human factor is so deep. Like I think some people might not realize that, like, in order to make this music or in order to get on stage and do this, like it takes a lot of like having to go inside and be like vulnerable with not just yourself, but with like people you don't even fucking know.
Right.
So,
and to give off that sense of I'm the shit
without like, but that
seeming so cocky.
Yeah, but it's not even.
But you have to, like, that's why, like, that's such a like fucked up. It's a double-sided mirror for real.
Yeah,
because it's like you want me to be this. I think I'm this shit person, but when I act as if I am that, it's like, oh, this nigga thinks he's the shit.
And that's the thing. It's not. I think the misunderstanding is like I'm not trying to make people be like, damn, like this guy thinks this. I'm trying to say like, I'm like you, right? I'm just expressing this part of me. Yeah. Like there'll be times where I'll make songs that are sad. There'll be times where I'll make songs that are hype. But at the end of the day, taking that platform and being like, I'm going to try to do this in front of everyone, and either you guys are going to accept me or not, is a very vulnerable thing to do. So I think the misunderstanding is that like artists be just like, whatever. But in reality, it's like they want, and me included, want people to be like, oh shit, this person's a fucking human and I can relate to this person. Sure. So it's a very misunderstood art sometimes when, like, for example, you have like Drake is on the screen right now. Like I'm pretty sure like a lot of the stuff he talks about, if you were to go back into like older Drake, if you listen to a lot of his lyrics, it's not really about being the shit or being like the richest or whatever. It's like him struggling to try to get to the point of being.
I think
like,
that's why he's probably like the biggest artist, because he can relate to.
You were able to feel what he's saying to the point where you're like,
when you're going through a
oh
breakup
shit.
song, you're gonna probably go
so
listen to Drake.
That's I feel like that's definitely within that realm for sure. As far as misunderstandings.
Holy shit. How about you, sir?
Mine goes kind of hand in hand with that, but I've had a lot of people who don't necessarily like have a particular thing they want to do with their life, or at least they're still figuring it out maybe. But
you kind of found that out pretty early.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much from the first time I heard like Nirvana and Green Day, I was
you
like,
knew that was it.
This, and my parents, mostly my mom, like forced my brother and I to play a musical instrument from the time we were like 4 and we could hold a violin. So, and at that time it was kind of like, okay, I have to practice every day, and like didn't really want to do it, you know, because it didn't really like speak to me. It was just something my mom was making me do. And then once I started listening to like my own music, which was really kind of my brother's music that he was showing me because he's like 2.5 years older. And then I got my first drum set. Then I finally felt like I was playing something that I liked. So ever since then, that's been like my dream in mind. I've never stopped working towards that. And I've had varying levels of success in different bands, and all of them have had a decent amount of success. But I just haven't given up on that. And that's been like my northern star for my whole life. And there's a lot of people who are like, man, I wish I had something like that. Like, you know, I don't know what I want to do. I just like picked something in college or whatever. And like, I wish I had, but like what they don't understand is that's also like can cause so much depression and anxiety because I'm like, what if I'm not good enough? What if I'm spending all my life
been doing aiming this for so many years,
and then I just like flop, and then it's like, what have I been doing all this time? And I have to end up like doing some other shit that I don't care about. But like, I keep believing, but keeping that hope and keeping that belief sometimes is just tough. Even if you feel a lot of times like you are on the right path, there's times where you're just like, God, like you're just thinking like, what if nobody actually likes this? And I've just like, at least I've been making art, but at the same time, it's like, I can't do this for my whole life if nobody likes it. You know?
I'm pretty sure it helps when you guys listen to the songs that you guys are making.
Yeah, I think it's really
like,
good.
you know, you guys, that's not just regular music. You guys make, again, like if we were to say this, these people are from Colorado, they'd be like, what?
Well, thanks, man. That helps.
yeah,
I think
for
that
sure.
only works with rappers. I think a band from Colorado would be a lot more like.
Oh yeah.
But I get what you're saying.
But like, yeah, you wouldn't expect them to be like
They're not
somebody
from
local.
LA, but you know what that's
Well,
like.
the Lumineers, I think the Lumineers are from Colorado.
They're from
Yeah, no, we got a couple. We got a 303,
like that.
NDIRE.
The Phrase, probably one of the bigger.
Yeah.
We got a
There's a few
couple
different
bands.
avenues.
Yeah.
there.
Not the Springs. That's the thing.
That would be
Yeah, all Denver.
I mean, I think that Manitou itself being, kind of known for being like
Hippie.
the witch country
Yeah.
And like
is
Big
definitely
art
gonna connect in an interesting way. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the way our music sounds and coming from like the mountains of Manitou, like honestly, it's crazy when we're there because it feels like we're with a bunch of family performing, and it's a very good, nice, tight knit community. And it's kind of wild that people think there's like a ton of witchy people, which there are, but it's not like the way people probably.
I don't think
like,
about
oh,
that when
shit.
as soon as I get into Manitou, it's crazy because as soon as you transition from like, if you're taking Uinta right into Manitou, you could feel the difference in city and Manitou. Like it's its own, has its own smell, look, culture. It's definitely like a breath of fresh air.
It's Manitou.
Definitely.
Welcome to Manitou, where the water tastes like no other water
Shit.
you've
Fuck
ever
that mineral
had
water.
before.
or it's the best water you've ever had, depending on how
As
you
long as it don't got the minerals in it. If it's just regular water, it just tastes like regular water. But that shit that come from the fountain.
But if you make lemonade with that water, it's the best lemonade you've ever had.
See, and I will try that. And if it's not, I'm going to. I know where you live.
Gives a little
very
buzz.
upset.
The lemonade is.
I'll try that.
Honestly, fucking, it's wild.
With the
Lemonade-
mineral water, I'd have to try it because just that shit by itself is just.
People come from. I mean, I'd be like walking by one of the fountains, and there'd be people with fucking
thousand.
Yeah, they
Oh no, but
come
bro!
to
Every
get-
time I go there is somebody or multiple people around that shit.
Oh yeah.
With a
Always.
truck full of like
Always.
5-gallon bins. I'm like,
You're like,
bruh.
where the fuck are you taking?
I remember the
this
first
shit?
time I tried it, I was so happy, and then tried it, was like, what the fuck? Like
Well,
the first time I had a seltzer.
every fountain tastes different though.
I've only tried the one
one
next
right
to
there.
like the corn dog.
You gotta
place
go.
or
You gotta
whatever.
go to the beginning of Manitou at the chamber, and they'll give you a cup, and you can go to each fountain. There's
Like
7
a-
of them,
a guide.
and they all taste different.
I
It's
thought there was
crazy.
only one.
There's 7.
Yeah,
of
the
them.
one.
Yeah,
Well, the
that's
one I went
wild.
to.
They'll
Fuck.
give you a map
Look at
too.
us.
You can walk through the city with the map, stop at the fountain, get a drink,
Your little foldable cup.
chill a foldable cup and shit.
That's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
Oh, I gotta do that. Okay. If you could tell your future selves one thing and your younger self, what would you tell them?
Future self, younger self. I think I would tell my future self. Oh, that's harder than the younger self. I think I would tell
Yeah.
my future self. I'd be like, if I were to say one thing, I'd be like, shit. What do you fucking tell your?
I feel like it would have to be a question. I don't think you would have.
I would ask a question.
I
You're
feel like
right.
it
You're
would have
right.
to be a
I
question.
feel like I would ask my future self. I'd be like, how is it touring the world?
Hell yeah.
And hopefully my future self is like, it's dope. And hopefully my future self isn't like, what are you talking about?
I forgot all of. Yeah, we never got to do that.
But my past self, if I were to talk to my past self, I would tell my past self, I'd be like, look, I'd be like, things are gonna get hard sometimes, but at the end of the day, as long as you keep your mind on the goal of what you want to be, everything that's hard is gonna be a building block to getting there.
Fuck yeah.
I think that's
That
what I
ain't
would
the
say.
truth.
Yeah. How about you, sir?
I guess for my future self, I'd probably just, which I think would be hard for me because I'm like pretty goofy, like, you know, comedy driven dude, but
You're
just,
you, man.
just not to like lose track of, you know, my connection to like my childish self and just like not taking anything too seriously and like not giving up on like the dream and like the magic that I feel in life. And like just don't, I mean, it's cliche as fuck, but like
No,
just
it's
don't
not.
stop believing in that kind of shit.
Yeah, for real.
And then for my younger self, I'd probably tell myself to chill out because I was like, yeah, I went through some pretty bad phases in my 20s, and like, I don't know, just it's getting older is nice because you kind of are like, okay, I'm not like the shit I thought I was like in my 20s,
and it's better to go through those shit very early to
Sure.
where like in the
Fucking
30s.
your life.
Like that's why I was like by the time I was 18, I've a lot of shit has happened to where when I was 26, I was like shit.
Yeah.
Y'all just now coming out the house to do shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
chilling.
go inside.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hell yeah.
What's one thing you wish you would have known before you began your careers?
One thing I would have wished I would have known. I think the one thing I would have wished I would have known before I began my career would have been that you're not going to always be everybody's cup of tea, but you're going to be somebody's cup of tea. So just do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Do what makes you feel good. And your crowd or your fans or people who fuck with you will fuck with you. Like, don't switch up. Don't like think you need to fit into a box or fit into some kind of lane.
Yeah.
Just be who you are and do what you do, and just know that there's somebody out there who's going to listen.
People will follow.
Yeah.
Man, that's a tough one. I don't even know. Like, it's hard for me to pinpoint because before my career, I mean, I don't know where I mark that. Like the first show I played, I was probably in the first show I played was in front of the whole elementary school when I was in second grade and my brother was in fifth, like a few months after we got our guitar and drum set. But so it's been a trajectory that I've like been on, and obviously I was a kid then, but then I was in bands like all through middle school, like writing songs and playing. Like the Black Sheep used to be Industrial Nation, and they would have like free shows on Sundays that like any band could play it pretty much. And my band played our first show there, and it was like, you know, we were so nervous. My guitar player like super glued the pick to his fingers so he wouldn't drop it. And stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
But yeah, I don't know what I wish I would have known. I mean, there's a lot of things I've learned for sure, but there hasn't been really any that I've been like, oh fuck, I wasn't expecting that. Really, like, I feel like it's all been kind of like, you know, I've seen the movie Rockstar. I know like what it's about.
I get it.
Like, I know about the rampant drug use. And, like,
Shiesty agents.
Or the dirt.
Yeah. But yeah, just like collaborating with people in music is like one of the best things you can do. And it's just one of the most like bonding things I think you can do with other people. And one thing I guess I didn't know going into it was like how connected you can get with your band members or just anyone you're collaborating with. After you play long enough together, you know each other's musical language so well that you can like anticipate what the other person's gonna do.
True.
Like at this point, I know like Seven's style, and like he has me produce some of his like other solo songs. And
It's
stuff.
chemistry.
And I kind of know like what his vibe is, so I feel like be a part of that in a way that still is within his artistry and kind of like what he wants, and like it's not like me imposing my will on him, but it's like this. I think you might like this, you know what I mean, type of thing. So I don't know if that's something I would tell myself, but those are some sort of lessons I learned, I guess.
Yeah. Hell yeah. No, for sure.
Hell yeah.
I like those answers. What's one thing you can't fucking stand? What's one thing you absolutely fucking hate?
One thing I can't fucking stand.
I know like a modern one
What
that
is it?
really fucking, for some reason I just fucking hate is like the TikTok trend. I'm sure it was on Instagram too, where it's like, we're parents, of course we with our kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, shut the fuck
I
up.
can't stand. I'm from Colorado. Of course I wear blah blah blah.
Oh God, no,
I can't do it, dude.
Trends. I think just trends in general is just like
Almost all of them are trash,
That's
especially
good.
that one.
That's a good one.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad I added that question to the arsenal.
That's a great one.
You know what I can't stand? I can't stand. Do you ever go online and see those fucking like fake like acting out scenes of like it's like a fucking story, right? And they're like, this guy, it's like I don't know where it's from, but it's like John whatever blah blah, and the guy's all like, oh my God, like you're gonna take my wife. And then he's like, I'm gonna go. And then he goes and gets like, he finds out he has an inheritance and shit. And then he like fucking ends up like becoming the CEO of the company that his wife worked at. And it's like this whole weird story thing. And they like sell you this like these weird stories on YouTube where they're like, it's like I get the culture of it, but it's weird because every time I see it, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, it'll be like, it's like from, I don't know where it's from, like Russia or some shit. And it's just like, they'll have these actors on there and they're like, what do you think you are, some kind of badass? And the guy will be like, no, I'm just working here. And then the wife will be like, you're embarrassing me. So and so is so much better than you. You know what I'm talking about?
So there's a guy.
It's a fucking thing that I keep seeing, and it's like the same people.
He's like from, I want to say this guy might be from India, but this nigga, he does all these weird ass videos where it's like a lesson to be learned. So like almost like the popular kid versus the nerdy kid. And there's always, or the rich guy and the poor guy. Like, it's asinine because it's like, bitch, if you ever in your fucking any of those scenarios would never work in the United States.
Poorly written scenarios,
millions of views.
I haven't seen this, but I know
lesson
boy.
behind it.
God, you would be like,
it's
what
so
the fuck?
corny.
I like to watch like secondhand embarrassment shit sometimes.
That's what it is.
That's what it feels like.
Oh, you're gonna feel it.
You
Because
feel
it's
it,
like it's so cringy. The dialogue. It's like
Yeah, I
no
like to
one
watch that,
believes.
like that.
Really, nigga?
Yeah.
That's what your
It's
boss
like
made you
that.
do. Your boss made you tap dance in front of the whole fucking office, and now you're embarrassed and you lost your job and you lost your wife and your kids.
And then you
all of a
find out
sudden-
you're this fucking heir of the company's.
And now
some shit.
The boss that fired you, he works for you, and you're gonna be nice to him because turn the other cheek.
Yeah. That's
Shut
literally
the
what it
fuck-
is. It's
Hey,
literally that.
Fuck you and that bitch, and y'all can go to
And
hell
that's the
together.
story. And it's the whole thing. It's like 10 minutes. I remember one time I watched the whole story. One time I was
'cause
like,
you're
I want to
like,
see where this goes. And I watched the whole thing, and I was just like, oh my God. They really had me for 10 minutes watching this shit. And it's just
And
an
that's
ad.
how they get
It's
you.
not even a video you're trying to find. Now I'm looking at some other shit. I'm watching this whole thing. And it's honestly, it's cringy, but it's interesting because it's like, wow, they really out here. Like the wife will dead ass be like, you're not going to ever be as good as so-and-so.
Tony's way better than you.
I know you're my husband, but I wish I would have married him. And it's just like,
Exactly.
who speaks like this?
Yeah.
It's the worst.
I can't wait to watch these.
It's so.
Because
Wow,
I don't
you're
wanna
gonna
see
fucking,
them, so.
you're gonna love it in the worst way.
I'll chop you in the throat, bitch. You better use the inside voice for your ass be outside. I'm like talking to you. If you could work with anyone doing anything,
Great question.
Damn, work with anyone doing anything.
because some people assume that, oh, if I'm working with Javante Davis,
It has
I'm
to
going to be
like
doing
boxing
with,
related.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, no, you could be working with him, but doing some whole other shit, or you could be working with,
Okay.
you know what I mean? It doesn't
I mean,
matter.
that's a bad
You know-
example because I mean, I wouldn't ask Javante for anything else.
But you
boxing,
get what?
too.
Okay,
But yeah, I
but
feel you.
I'm
But yeah,
sorry. That's
You know,
There ain't
you know who
nobody
I
else
work
out there
with?
that
I'd
gives a
work
shit.
with Hans Zimmer making a soundtrack for a movie.
That's tight.
See,
Right, but I would work with him in the sense of being like, I would want to work with him and be like, how, like, I would just want to create with him and see what the fuck happens, right? Because to me, Hans Zimmer
So
is
when
like,
you like say like, not to cut you off, but like, do you mean like actually scoring whole films, or do
scoring
you
a
mean
whole-
like putting the soundtrack
like
together?
scoring a film with
Hell
Hans
yeah.
Zimmer? Because that's Inception, that's fucking Tenet,
Yep.
that's like, you know,
Who are the other famous
Oppenheimer.
brothers that do that? They're brothers.
scoring music.
Fuck,
is
I
something
forget their
so
name,
different.
but they do like all those sounds that you like, all that shit. Like, damn, I wish I could fucking remember the name. But they're like, I want to say they might be twins.
Round one.
But yeah. Anyways,
But I know that Hans Zimmer has been pretty big in that shit. And then there's another guy, I forgot what his name is, but he did the soundtrack to Black Panther. So I guess pretty much just doing soundtracks with like
scoring the film.
scoring films.
Yeah.
Okay,
with
because you
some
say
of these guys.
soundtrack, I'm thinking
Yeah,
music
soundtrack.
like
for
exactly like
the
producer,
soundtrack.
yeah, executive
So
producer.
we're talking
Scoring-
about scoring a film.
Yeah. Scoring a film with Hans Zimmer would be
That'd
my
be
thing.
fire.
That's fire.
That's a good ass
Yeah.
answer.
Mine's pretty similar, but more just from like a, band or whatever music writing standpoint. I don't know exactly who I'd want it to be, but like, anyone from like the Beatles would be dope, or like
Crazy.
Robert Plant, like
Nirvana.
like any of the greats. I think, especially the dead ones. I don't know why, because they're dead. But if
Well, we're bringing it back to life for this one, baby.
if they could get over like how different music is now, it would be cool if they were just like came with an accepting attitude and they were like, I've never heard music like this because I've been dead for 50 years.
I
but-
think it'd be so hard for people like Kurt Cobain and people like who just knew too much and
Yeah.
just didn't want to feed into
totally.
the status quo.
Damn.
But if they didn't feel that way, and they were like, "This is dope."
But it's
That'd be-
about
yeah,
what's
that would be
at the
dope.
end of the day, those people are been about the music though. So
That's what I'm saying. Like I can
don't
only
think it would
imagine like
be-
asking Prince or Michael Jackson to like do some shit, and they're
Oh,
like,
Prince would
"Are
be
you fucking crazy?"
Nah, they're gonna
Prince
be
would
like,
be one. Prince would be one if I had to name one who I'd be like, I really want him to fucking like produce our shit because he was
Hell
just
yeah.
such a genius.
For sure.
yeah,
See a Prince? Yeah, that'd be crazy.
yeah,
That'd be sick.
that's wild. Executive
Super
produced,
crazy.
executive produced by a nigga's name you can't pronounce.
Symbol
Just
Yeah.
that symbol, yeah.
Yeah,
Symbol.
the artist formerly known.
as
That's Prince.
Who is Moonveil?
great question.
Wow. What a question. Who is Moonveil? Moonveil, I feel like Moonveil's anyone who wants to look beyond what the normal is. I feel like Moonveil is a collective of people who want to go beyond what the day-to-day is and see beyond the veil that's been put in front of our eyes. That's what I feel like Moonveil is.
Yeah, we're gonna go with that. I don't want to.
Don't tamper with that.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't
I
fix
think we're
it.
good with that.
Yeah,
Also,
that's
who,
Moonveil.
who is Sky?
Man. I mean, I'm just a dude who loves music, loves to like joke around with friends, loves video games. Just like really passionate about it where I come from, which is here, and especially Manitou. I grew up there. But yeah, I mean, if I'm like having fun with friends, especially for writing music and just like laughing and making up jokes and shit, like that's a great time. But I also love hanging out at home with love dogs, love animals, as I've kind of said already. My wife is amazing. We're like best friends. We hang out all the
Shout out
time.
to the
and-
wifey.
Yeah, Allison, she's the best and super supportive of me, and I'm really grateful for that. My parents are amazing. They're still in love, and like it's been a cool story to see because I've had a lot of friends who don't have that.
Facts.
It's so common, and they're super supportive of me, and they
Mine
come to
included.
our shows.
Fucking Sonic.
Damn.
Yeah, but they come to all of our shows, and like that's who made me play music from the beginning. So like I'm always like, it's your fault that I'm still doing this. Like,
Right.
you made me do it, but
Full
You
circle.
forced me
Full
to.
circle.
Yeah, it is, right?
I'm just I just love friends, and I love family, and just like hanging out, having a good time, and I love music.
It's dope.
Hell yeah.
Such a caring
And
answer.
dogs.
That's a
Who's-
fucking vibe.
Shout out
And
to the
who
dogs.
is Seven?
I think Seven is just a guy playing another guy. So
Playing
Seven-
four more
seven
guys.
Who knew the other three guys?
right? No, I think I don't know. I think me as I'm just a person that honestly I'm a fan of creation, no matter what the form is. I believe that if you find, and I believe this for myself, I believe that life is about finding something that excites you and that makes you feel like that feeling of excitement and wonder. And I believe that I always strive for that. I strive to find ways to feel that feeling, and as long as you're in alignment with feeling that, and you feel like what you're doing is in alignment with that, I feel like you're at that point your true self. So for me, Seven is the accumulation of years of trying to figure that out and then finally figuring it out.
I love that answer. I love that freaking answer. Tell the people where they can get a hold of you guys, get a hold of the music, everything that's going on coming up with Moonveil, and the plug. This is where you plug your plugs.
Our like main, I mean, it's just a link tree, but our main website is moonveil.co. Comma's taken probably by an Elden Ring fan or some shit. Or from software themselves. They're like, this is going to be a popular sword.
Right.
But yeah, moonveil.co. And then on pretty much every like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, I think it's Moonveil Band. So that's all that. But then our music, as it comes out, will be the videos on YouTube, and then our songs will be on, everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, everything that gets aggregated. Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Google Music, all that kind of stuff.
Yep, just Moonveil. You look up Moon Veil on any social, network or platform, you should see us. If you see a sword, it means you're close, but you're not there yet. But yeah, keep that name. That's the name that's going to be on everything. It's pretty straightforward, I think.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
One word.
Anything you want to add or give to the people?
We have a show coming up on the 3rd at the new Lulu's. Where we're gonna premiere
At the new one?
At the new one downtown, which we shot.
That is where the watch party is.
Yeah, that's where the watch party is, and we shot the first half, the second half of the music video at the old Lulu's. So it's gonna be a cool coming of full
Have they seen
moment.
have the owners seen it?
He
And how
just
did they
watched
feel?
it like 2 days ago. He was like, "It looks like a movie. It's amazing."
Yeah, you fucking right. It does.
Yeah,
God
so we're
damn
gonna
it.
do that.
Yep. So yeah, that show.
What time? Details.
I think 8 o'clock.
Yeah, doors at 7:30.
7:30.
At 8. The show's free. It's just it's
Yeah.
our own
But
party.
don't
We're
come
trying-
broke, bitch. Bring some money.
Yeah,
Free
Buy some
show.
drinks.
buy drinks and
Buy
like,
drinks, yeah.
tip the bartenders and stuff because we love Lulu's. And shout out to Mark, the owner. He's amazing.
Shout out Mark. I can't wait. I'm excited for
It's
this.
gonna be great. It's gonna be a good time.
And this is the first time I think we've had like a video
This is
that
next
we've
weekend,
shot
not this
presented
coming
like
weekend.
in this
Yeah.
matter.
Oh yeah.
The
This is gonna
single
be big.
Stranger Things will drop in like all the streaming services on this Friday.
This
And then the
Friday.
video will come out
The 26th.
Like,
The
yeah,
third.
The following.
the 3rd. Probably like right around. I'll probably schedule it to come out like right around the time we're
Watching it.
showing it or whatever.
Yeah,
Or
on
like
stage.
soon thereafter. So yep.
I'm excited for that.
Boom.
And an album to follow like in a couple like 2 months maybe.
Yeah, I would say album's coming out right away, right after that. A little after, I would say midsummer or like right before summer winds down vibes, and then album will be ready to go.
Yeah.
So it's close.
We aren't rushing it. We want
We're
it
not
to
rushing
be
it. We're
just
taking
the
our
way
Hell
we
yeah.
I mean, what is there really to rush? You know, you guys are
That's
doing
it.
a motherfucking thing. Is there anything you would like to add, sir?
Come to the watch party for me and Nate's best project we've shot probably ever.
Hell yeah.
Featuring Moonveil. Thank you guys for the opportunity to shoot the video.
Thank you, man.
But yeah, that's it.
And thanks for having us
Hey, this
Goddamn right,
outro
man.
music
on
is
the show.
lit.
It's been a pleasure, man. Hey, follow us on Smoking the City Live every goddamn where you can. Follow Moonveil anywhere you can. Follow this guy, Friendzone Jones, anywhere you goddamn can. R.I.P. to Toriyama, man. It's been another one, man. Higher Conversations. Make sure you're following us on all platforms. And good night, maybe. I don't
Or
know.
good morning.
Is that good
Might be
night,
the
good
start.
morning, good night, later on, or however the fuck, or whatever the fuck, you know?
Hey.
Adios.
Adios.
Adios.